JF, it took his JF is, I mean, he's not quite PPP size, but it's getting a little, it's getting a little, it's getting a little hefty there. I don't know. It looks like maybe me a couple years ago. I didn't realize he had gotten that fat. Now his bitch seemed pretty skinny. I gotta say that. Should we just get right into this? I don't even know if I should waste any time here. I guess some other bitch he knocked up. I guess they split up or something, and she went on some fucking Real Housewives of Alberta. Is that what this is? I can't make this shit up. Like, this actually happened. Hold on, that's Gavin Wax, the rat. Let me see. I have it up in a site. Yeah, the Real Housewives of Alberta, and it's a couple of well, let's say past their prime, perhaps. And as far as the looks department goes, I'm sure at one point they were absolute stunning beauties, and that their company these days definitely makes up for whatever physical attractiveness they may lack. But I'm not aware of their program. I've never tuned into the Real Housewives of Alberta. It's not really on my watch list or anything like that. But well, I guess we have to watch it now. You know, that's what.
Very sarcastic.
Oh my god. Okay. Now, Kiwi Farms noted trash dump their account, which is almost certainly probably run by Josh Moan as well, or some tranny Gemp slave they have down there. Has said, and I said this in the talkover intro there, that JF allegedly told this woman that he would beat Alora, that's Mama JF, missing Mama JF, whose only known location these days is live on the Killstream when she asserts editorial control. Well, tries to assert editorial control via super chats. So that's being alleged by the Kiwi Farms X/Twitter account. Now, I haven't heard that myself yet, but I would assume that perhaps that was said if they're reporting. They do get some things wrong pretty blatantly a lot, but I would assume that she did say that at one point. Now, that doesn't mean he actually did say that, but it's not great. It's still not great to have him out there saying that.
AI bot. All right, and Holly is going to answer. She's going to save all your guys' good questions for the end, so that 10 out of 10 can answer the questions at the end. Okay. All right. Let us bring her in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Historically, I guess I'm being a little tepid with my statements here, but I mean, look, I don't know if she's telling the truth or not. Sometimes you break up with somebody and they want to slime ball you. That's kind of, not that new. But on the other hand, he could have really said that. Now, you could also think about it like this. Maybe he said that and still didn't do that. Maybe he said that just to be some type of psycho guy or something, or come across edgy or wild. I don't know. That's another option too. But
hello, 10 out of 10. How are you doing?
10 out of 10. Wow, this bitch is pretty conceited. 10 out of 10, or did JF call her that? I don't know.
Good.
Good. Thank you for coming on. I'm not sure if people can see. That is a picture of you with JF.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see his breasts in that picture.
Damn, this fat bitch is talking shit right off. What the fuck? Damn. This is crazy. Holy I mean, he is, a lot fatter than I thought. Yeah, I have to agree, but I lost 100 pounds, bitch. I think you might outweigh him. Looking at you, I think you might outweigh him. I know I don't, but I think you do. You're pretty hefty to have a fat ass face like that. That's crazy. What the fuck? Yeah, she looks like Josh Moon. I was going to say in a fat suit, but probably just like Josh Moon, actually. He won't even show. He's never been a normal weight, so, it's tough. Imagine getting A-logged by old hags. This is crazy, yeah. Well, you know what? You don't have to imagine it. There are some old hags out here already. So now some of them advertise themselves, some of them don't. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Some of these, anyway.
If you got a screen that you can zoom in, you should have a little look. There's quite a few pictures we've got. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, well,
you,
thank you for having
They
me.
did some type of intro, but I thought we could miss it, honestly.
Stoner is rating the channel on Rumble.
Salute, sir. I appreciate the raid. I dropped in your chat yesterday. Usually I'm either calmly preparing my show or in a rush to prepare my show, so I don't always get to listen to something before the show, but I saw some of it yesterday. Shout out to JJ Stoner.
I was an Alberta housewife
You were
for a few months. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're honorary on the
God.
screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. You can be an Alberta housewife. I'm not married, so you can still be an Alberta housewife, even though you're back in the States. So you and I went over some questions, and we're just gonna jump right into it.
So the thing I wasn't clear on is if they were actually married. JF Garapi's most recent 10 out of 10 supermodel victim. Man, can we? Damn, these people are disgusting, honest. They're actually making me sympathize with JF just right off. I don't know. I know that's I know that might be an unexpected turn, but it's not really if you've watched this show long enough. Because this has all the markings of a fucking harpy bitch setup, and I've been slimeballed. Won't name any names, of course, but in similar ways. And so I don't know. We'll wait and see. I'll withhold judgment until we hear some of it. But I'm just saying, if I had to bang one, well, I mean, fuck, I guess I'll take JF's bitch. What the fuck? I don't want the dyke in the top left corner, and I don't want fucking Harrietta Hogg in the top right. I think I'll pass. Fucking big heifer ass bitch. I don't know. And she's got a nasty personality. She's gonna eat all the fucking donuts. She's gonna pull a gator and eat 12 Krispy Kremes all in a row. Hell no. Fuck that. I'm just saying, I don't know. I expected to go the other way on this, but they're not even, I have a really bad aversion to like this type of broadcast that they're running here. And I would have thought they would have tried to play it a little straighter. You know what I mean? I don't know. Let me do the comedy. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't understand them making it a comedy affair. I would think you would want to be really serious if you were doing something like what they're doing. I don't think the snarky, girl power type feel is not what you want to go with this. Women. Yeah, that's right. No, I said it. Yeah, it's just like women. Like, because I immediately, from just a feel standpoint, yeah, I mean, if the gals are watching it with a fucking bag of popcorn doing their nails or something, they're probably yucking it up. But I don't think this sells very well to skeptical men, and even skeptical men who are already, looking at JF askew even. I'm just being honest. I don't think that this is, it could get better. Maybe they're just yucking it up at the beginning.
Just so we can, because we have so much to
But
cover.
even so,
Yep.
even if they are just yucking it up at the beginning, if you're just somebody who turns it on for a minute, like, let me see what this is. It's the very first part, and they're sitting there, yeah, he's fine. What about his titties? Right? Like, maybe I'm being too critical right off top, but I don't like that. I don't think that's very smart.
So you're the mystery woman that's been identified as the 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
How does it feel to have that title?
Embarrassing.
See, that's the other thing. I don't even know what they're talking. I mean, I assume it's something. Is that what JF called her on his show? I don't watch JF's show. I see clips every once in a while, and we have some old history, of course. And we've covered missing Mama JF for a couple years, and it's kind of a it has a definite spot here on our show with Mama JF in the super chats, but I don't usually watch his stuff unless it's a segment that we're reviewing here on the show.
Is that
Is that what he called her on his show? Can somebody fill me in, please?
Truly, I'm just curious. Is that why you'd prefer not to show your
Okay,
face?
okay, all right, okay. He called her 10 out of 10 model a few times on his show. I remember Mallow in chat said that. Okay, all right. It's like I'm guessing it's something he said, but this is something else. I don't know. Maybe I'm just in a pissy mood watching these bitches on this. You need to be very clear, because I'm very familiar with JF, but even somebody like me, I don't see all of his shit, so I don't know what the fuck, where this comes from. I assume it's something he said, but
Yeah, because like he set me up. Like when you tell people, "Oh, my girlfriend's a 10 out of 10," if I go on there, they'll be like,
Isn't
"Oh,
that
no,"
sad?
it.
Yeah,
Like,
people will because people are dicks, but it's okay.
yeah.
Don't worry. I get criticized every fucking stream.
you're fat, bitch, and old, and your face is melting off your fucking skull. Will you shut the fuck up? We know you get shit talked at you. We don't need you to notify the fucking press, you motherfucker. Just do the interview. That's not your job to complain about your treatment, bitch. You're supposed to set it up for her to complain about her treatment. What are you doing? Let's continue.
There's usually somebody, and that's usually it's somebody that's usually, I assume, they're with JF talking about how fat I am. Like,
do they talk about JF a lot? Okay, look, I don't know. Are they like antagonists of JF? Is this something they've covered before? I feel like universes are colliding, worlds are colliding here live on the Killstream. What? Can we get some backstory on these bitches, or what's going on? Because they're talking like they got something going with JF, some snipe back and forth. Maybe they're investigating the case or something. I don't know, but this is a little weird.
No matter where you go, though, I did think that was why, and I think that's so shitty. So
I got sent this last night, by the way. I'll just say, J Thanks Respecter sent this to me.
Brianna Wu Hyper Bimbo sent $5 on Rumble. You should cover this sometime today. Could be the biggest case in years. Go to 5130 for a Freudian slip.
All right, I'll check that, and thank you. Oh, was he on their show? When he was doing interviews about Mama JF? I remember the Lauren De Laguna on that one was. Yeah, I do. I'm looking at their channel now. They have a lot. They're like A-logs of JF. That's crazy. They got me. Look, they're on our side. I didn't know what this was. Is that all they do is A-log JF? How did I not know about this channel? Was he on their show? I just see like clips of them talking shit. They're trying to crack the case. All right, I'll look at that some more off screen. Let's continue this because it's long.
that's okay. You don't have to show your face, but you can when you're ready.
And then, wait, hold on. Let me see what that was that got sent in. By Hyper.
To a second-class citizenship.
Oh, it's about the Louisiana map.
HBEP sent $3. I've seen another show talk about them discussing JF. He has been interviewed by these bitches before.
Okay. Well, perhaps I shouldn't have went so hard in the paint against the big bitch, but I'm sure she'll understand. Now, well, it's a nasty business. We're just doing a little laughing online here. Nobody should take it too seriously. We're just laughing online, ladies and gentlemen. This shouldn't, hopefully, no feelings are hurt here. Nothing's taken too personally.
Bean Peenerstein sent $5, Ralph. Don't get too excited about these slags. You're only 3 minutes in. It's awful.
Oh. Really? Awful, like, reveal-wise, or awful just to hear? I don't know. Okay, so hopefully there's no hard feelings. Now, let's, do you want me to go over that case later? We haven't talked about that case here. I will, yeah, okay, I'll do that. I have to go over this first, but yeah, I will do that. And then also, Candace got denied entry into Australia. Fuentes Tucker thing, but there may be another collab too. I don't know. We don't know for sure it's Tucker, but I think that's what they're talking about. I guess he also talked some shit about Candace. The Gavin Wax thing, we need to go over that in detail because we need to go over that in detail, and I gotta fucking clip that out too because that's kind of a crazy fucking story. And he was a guest on the Killstream at least once, I think maybe twice. Now it was a while back, but he's been on this show, so he did some pretty treacherous shit, and we'll have to cover that too.
And you are beautiful, so don't
Oh,
worry about it.
Thanks.
And also, I just want to pat us on the back, first of all, Holly, us detective ladies, because we were right in our information we got from the homeowner. The pregnancy tests that were in the garbage were 10 out of 10s. So 10 out of 10, congratulations, you have a baby.
Yes.
How old is your baby?
He's about a month old.
Oh my God, he's so cute.
Damn,
Cute pictures. He's
this
he
is
actually adorable.
fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
mostly
Oh man, damn, dude, this is fucked. Oh my God, she had the baby a month ago. Oh God, fuck. That's tough. House, man, are you hearing this, dude? What in the world? If you get free, you might need to call in on this. Oh man, that's tough. 1 month. I know, man. Mala, that's what I'm saying. I haven't even had it that rough. Not when they're giving interviews 1 month out. I don't know. Somebody kind of taking your kid is pretty tough too, but still, giving interviews a month after they had your kid. Oh, fuck.
looks like you.
Yeah.
Thank God.
So JF is obviously
Okay, House is gonna join us. That'll be great.
the father.
Yeah.
I mean,
Unfortunately.
Well, you
No,
know,
are
I've
you
heard he's a-
serious? No. Dude, this is going to be crazy. Are we back to hating women? I think so, Swan. Yeah, we're back to hating women. This is tough. I don't know. I know we kind of A-log JF on the show, and we'll probably continue. I don't know. We'll see what we see. We'll see what we see here. Let's see what we see. Let's keep an open mind, but man, there's some bad feels here. I gotta say, there's some tough feelings here. I can't help it. I'm team guy at the end of the day, and this one goes so hard on the anti-guy like wavelength that it's tough. It's tough to lock in and enjoy this one. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I would. I thought I would enjoy it a lot more. Oh, I thought I would enjoy it a lot more, but man, it's hard. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't say poor JF. Swan said got out with her life. Okay, you know what? If he's a killer, that changes everything, of course. But okay, say you're right. Then why are they yucking it up, dude? I don't even have anything against these women. I'm talking shit, but like, they shouldn't be treating it like a comedy affair. What in the world? This is not. If she got out by the skin of her teeth and JF could have OJ'd her or whatever the fuck, which I'm not even ruling that out. I'm just saying, don't be sitting here cracking jokes about it.
fucking amazing dad.
Oh,
I'm being very sarcastic.
yeah. Well, when he talks about family values, think
Yeah.
Manson family.
No, God. What the
I
fuck?
will. I believe you. Is this your only child that you have? The one?
Yes.
Okay. So
You know what, Stefan? He said, how does celibacy sound? Yeah, it sounds a lot more calm, true, but I don't even care. Like, whatever. I've had it pretty much all happen to me, and I don't know. Yeah, it definitely adds some complications, but whatever. My shit's complicated anyway. I like pussy.
AF is the one who started this he publicized the
But
breakup.
stretches of celibacy, not a bad idea, just to calm it down mentally a little bit.
He mentioned that
Yeah,
he kidnapped the
he
baby and all
started
this
it.
stuff. Do you want to tell everybody how that happened? And then
Dude,
we'll go
I
back?
invented the juice pill. What the fuck are you talking about? I was pro OJ when I was watching the trial as a child. You're right, OJ is innocent. I still just like that phrase.
Back to how you met him after we talk about your
Mhm.
breakup. So how we got here.
So how the breakup happened.
Yeah.
Okay. So while I was with JF, I noticed like I loved him. I still have very strong feelings for him. I'm emotionally,
I can tell.
Yeah.
it's hard to just like when you're in love with someone, you don't just overnight stop loving them.
Right. No, of course.
And I
not.
still like part of me is like, oh, I
God,
hope he
this is just. Whew. This should have been run by a guy. Just being real here. This was. Whew. This is female coded, female pilled. I don't even know. God. Yeah, Sage, you're not wrong. I'm just saying, man, this is not this. They should have had some male. I'm not even saying full male creative control, but just here's what we're thinking about doing. Here's how we're thinking about presenting it, the style we're thinking about having. What do you think about this? How do you think this will look to somebody on the fence or even anti JF who's a guy? You know, I'm just, maybe it's just me, but I don't know if this is going to hurt him in the areas you would need to hurt him. Okay, let's menstrual pilled. Yeah, it's like, whoa. It's not, I mean, they're women. It's not even their fault. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too hostile to it, but I'm just telling you how it makes me feel so far.
changes and all, but I know logically he's not going to, but so
Yeah, and look, there's nothing good about doing this. I don't care. I mean, it's good for me. It's good for fucking Fag Farms and everybody else that does this shit for a living. They don't. They do it for free. But to enrich the fat ass 500-pound fuck who runs their site, who's never been a normal body weight, apparently, and has a broke dick, sick fuck. Regardless, I'm an independent contractor, self-employed entrepreneur here, doing it on my own. So it helps us. How does this help her? Or her child? It doesn't. I could have given other people this advice as well. Now, at least one of the ladies that I know, yeah, in my opinion, kind of fucked me over, really. Not that I didn't do a lot there, but and disconnected me from somebody I care a lot about, and I don't appreciate that, and probably never gonna get over that. Regardless, they're not out there giving interviews, and maybe they're talking to somebody, I don't know, on the sly or whatever to leak shit. I haven't even seen that. I haven't been paying any attention. So it's like, whatever, that's fucked up. But at least they're not sitting down with the gals to have a 2-hour chat, right? Now, yeah, it's a different situation since JF is suspected of murder. That's true. Okay. What's up, Jazz? Yeah, it's a different situation. Okay, that's fair. But what if you don't believe he did it? There are people who don't think he did. I'm not certain that he did it. It's it's a thought, and it's a kind of a joke here on the show. I think Grok put it at 60% when we asked Grok to do the math one time. JG, the worst one. What do you think about JF?
I think JF, say what you want about him, but JF has
will.
always done the right thing. He's gotten bitches pregnant. He's been living his best life.
So true.
Adol Wolf sent $1 on Rumble. Swan, are we back to hating women again? Chat, always have been.
Yeah, I didn't realize we had stopped. Really, there was no there was no mandate there. But what do you think about the feel of this though that I was talking about?
I don't know. I think it's very insane to get with a guy, let him get you pregnant, and then after you have his child, go out there and say, "Oh, this guy's a murderer. This guy needs to be in jail. This guy's the worst guy ever. He beat up all his ex-girlfriends." And try to get him into trouble. I don't think there's any winning in that situation. Like, yeah,
Do
what, you
these
wanna destroy
ladies
his
bear
career?
any responsibility for their own fucking decisions ever just once in their goddamn fucking life, House?
Never. They just do whatever. Like, she doesn't even get anything out of this. Like, if she destroys his career, he can't pay child support for the baby anymore. Yeah.
That's what I've had
Good
this
job.
conversation before, House, by the way. I've had this exact conversation.
Yeah.
You trying to do here? What the fuck? Like literally, what's the end game here? Taking money out of your own pocket, regardless. Nobody, not mentioning any names, of course, but
No. Just talking about JF here and his illustrious past.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we're being too harsh here. Maybe, the man
I mean,
card
it's
is.
so weird though. Like, she went on the podcast. She says, "Oh, I'm still in love with him. I don't know how to feel about JF, but he is a murderer and he killed his ex-girlfriend."
See what?
Like,
Look,
what?
even if you don't
What?
agree with what we're saying here and our like early feels on this, then at least understand that this shouldn't even be something that's coming up in the first fucking 10 minutes of this interview, right? Like this thing should be laser focused. It should be very serious. I'm telling you this as a person who's done, I don't know, 1,500 interviews, whatever the fuck, 1,200, a lot, over 1,000. And it needs to have a certain tone if you're doing a certain thing,
Yeah.
right? Like, does that make sense? I think so. That's pretty simple, really.
Well, Swan in chat goes, "Oh, his reputation will be ruined now." Like, that's not the point I'm trying to make. I don't care if JF actually killed his girlfriend. Yeah, he should be in jail, and all the evidence should be out there. But if you want to make the big JF exposed interview, and you started by, "Oh, I'm having his child, and I'm a 10 out of 10, and I still love him. I don't know how to feel about him." Like, that's that's not how you go about it.
Yeah, and even if maybe she's being honest. I'm sure she is. She still loves him or whatever, because you can still love a motherfucker and hurt him pretty bad, right? Like I don't even necessarily doubt what she says there, but you don't want to lead with that. It makes her look conflicted mentally, which she obviously is. So anyway, let's continue.
After I gave birth, I had been holding a lot of things in while I was
Yep.
pregnant because, like, when you're pregnant, you're not supposed to stress out and argue. And
Right.
so, just,
Yeah.
I put on a happy face and held a lot of stuff in. And after I was pregnant, I didn't put his name on the birth certificate. And
What?
I didn't realize he would react like he did. But
Okay. I probably could have told her that about JF, I think, House. I don't. If me here, host of the Killstream, could tell you, if she asked me, hey, is JF going to be mad if I don't put his name on the birth certificate? I would say, yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
If I could tell her that, why wouldn't she know that?
Yeah, but what was the play though? Why not
Well,
put his name?
well,
on the
I don't
birth
know that either. Because
What,
then,
just to spite him? Just
maybe,
to make him mad?
well, if your name's not on the birth certificate, you don't owe child support. If there's no order in court, you don't owe child support. So there's also no order on visitation either, though. So if one parent just takes the kid, right? There's a lot of like little wrinkles to all this shit. So if your name's not on the birth certificate, they could still get child support, but they would have to go and get it ordered. Or it gives JF the option to say, well, to kind of walk away from it too if they don't pursue it. So
Yeah, but is she just being spiteful?
Well,
This
obviously.
is something only a woman could come up with. I don't want this guy's money. I don't want him to pay for the child. I just want to spite him and not put his name on the birth certificate.
Yeah,
Like, who comes up with that?
it's definitely some type of head game thing, or appears to be. I don't know. Let's keep listening.
he went totally ballistic. And
Was he there in the room with you or
Oh,
something?
Oh
shocker.
no. I left Canada a week after I found out I was pregnant.
Oh, okay.
And
Sorry.
I've been
Okay, I
in
just
the
wanted to make
US.
sure.
I've been in the US for my entire pregnancy because I didn't want to have it in that environment. It was very
Oh,
stressful.
good job. Good for you for taking care of
Yeah,
you
good
first.
for you.
So you had the
Okay,
baby, you
what?
didn't put his name on, and
Oh.
he's texting you, I guess, while you're in the hospital?
Well, it was after I got out of the hospital. I got home, and one night, I think in the middle of the night, he texted me and he was like, "Did you put my name on the birth certificate?" And I was like, "Well, no, and I didn't want to, you know, that's
Mhm.
when all hell broke loose.
Right.
How did he react?
He became very emotional and crying and stuff, and I felt bad. I didn't want to be in that situation. I wanted his name to be on the birth certificate, but the reason I couldn't bring myself to put it on was because he has mental health problems.
Now,
Well, what the fuck?
first off, would you have ever suspected mental health problems out of JF Gary House? I don't know that I can
Yeah,
accept
I
that.
don't know. I probably would have to be his girlfriend for 2 years to maybe find out if he has mental health problems. Definitely.
I'm just saying. Okay, what kind of mental health problems do you think he has? According to her. According to
Yeah,
her.
probably a
According to her.
lot. He's got weird fetishes. He's constantly stuck in the online world. Probably a little depressed because of all the
Now, hey,
aspartame he
wait a
drinks
minute.
all day.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What's wrong with being constantly stuck in the online world?
I don't know. I mean, JF just he's a little too invested.
True.
Nothing wrong with being online.
I will say
but,
the less invested you are, like, I mean, everybody wants to do good shows, have good, if this is your job and all that stuff, and hopefully get some good guests and all that, good events. But the less serious you take people's commentary, I guess, right? Like, I mean, you have to respond to some stuff. You have to come out here and entertain, hopefully elucidate every once in a while too. But the less serious you take on the negative stuff, the negativity, and also the less you seek out the negativity. Like, a certain amount's going to come to you anyway. You don't have to seek it. You don't have to seek it out. You really don't. If it's important enough, you'll hear about it anyway, right? And so, right? I mean, just doing this for a living, being around, you'll hear about it if it's important enough, and the rest of the shit you don't even need to know about. Now, that's a tough lesson. That's one of the hardest lessons for me, at least, that I've had to learn. But anyway, let's continue. I had somewhere else I was going with that too, but I'm gonna cut it off there. Let's go.
Right. Well, yeah. And I mean, as
And
we carry on, you need to
yeah, and I
yes.
don't trust him with kids.
Weird. It's weird that you don't trust him with kids.
We'll get
I mean, honestly, I'm seeing a pattern here on the internet. No, I
Yeah.
think that's great. So that's awful. So you were sick too after you had your baby.
Now, what?
weren't you?
Also,
I
did
had
they? I don't know. We
postpartum preeclampsia, and I had to be
Oh.
hospitalized for it.
postpartum. I don't know what that is, but well, let me just continue. There was something
What
else I
is
was gonna
that?
say, but
Just for some of the people who are watching. What is
It's
preeclampsia?
like a condition that arises when you're pregnant or after you are.
Mhm.
Your blood pressure goes up. Mine was going up to over 183.
Oh my
My
God.
feet were swollen. Yeah, it just
oh,
depends on the
I remember
person.
what I was gonna say now. Did they say at the very beginning? I skipped the first 2 minutes. What is the impetus for her doing this, though? Well, we're gonna find out, but something had to push her into this, even if there is some type of legal route that he's going, which would be difficult, trust me. But it's definitely doable. He has rights as the father. I'm sure he could get some type of visitation if he's ready to put 10, 20 grand, probably
Yeah, and
closer
one
to
of
20
the
grand.
best things you can do is when someone tries to sue you is go on the
Yeah,
internet
no.
and air out all your dirty laundry on a podcast that nobody watches. Yeah.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Even if he was going the legal route and maybe he's got his money saved, I'm telling you, it's gonna cost a lot of money. And even if you have a good nest egg, it's like this could get nasty. Anyway, it's your own personal decision, is all I'll say. But it's still not a smart move for her to go out here and put this out in public, unless the goal is to, harm him, just kind of
It
in a
usually is,
tawdry
though.
way. Yeah, I think so. That's what I'm saying. Which, I mean, that's can be seen as legitimate too. I'm not saying that's always off the table, but anyway, let's just continue.
And what symptoms you have, but it is very dangerous, and it's a very serious thing.
So at least tell me this while you're dealing with the
Mhm.
postpartum preeclampsia. He's the least being supportive then. He's not
Somebody said
bombarding you or upsetting you
preeclampsia
then, right?
happens to
No.
older bitches or
Oh,
fat
he's not
bitches.
the
She
class
doesn't
act.
look fat, to be
Why the fuck
fair.
would he be supportive? She didn't even put him on the birth certificate.
Yeah, well, I know.
Fuck off.
That's the other thing. Well, why is he saying mean things about you? Because you're a fucking cunt. I mean, I mean, you're being a cunt.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way, right? Like, let's say it is a cunt. I don't know the whole relationship. I'm sure it probably was tough to be with JF, but then again, she made that choice.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
she chose to get pregnant.
well, I've talked about this.
She lay in that bed.
I've talked about this with myself on a couple of occasions, not to relitigate anything, but it's like you got with me. Like I like to think I'm a
He
lot.
chose to have his child. She says she still loves him in a way.
Well, I like to think I'm a lot calmer now, House. But I mean, if you got with me in 2020, 2021, 2022, right? Or you knew what the fucking deal was. It wasn't exactly secret that I was living pretty fucking crazily.
No.
Anyway, I don't think it's much of a secret that JF is a strange cat.
JF is a crazy guy. Everyone knows.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Everyone knows.
saying. Like, what the fuck? His big thing the last couple of years is making people think, if they didn't already, that he killed his last wife. So, as a funny joke on his fucking show.
Even before that, he was insane. Like he always went just with the dumbest girls that were borderline retarded. You know, he always had weird, insane genetic takes on everything.
Well,
Like he
most
was never
people
that. He was
wouldn't-
never on the straight and narrow. Like he was never
No.
like the.
No, he wasn't. No, he was
Picture of
never.
mental
No, he never changed on anything that I know of. I'm not seeing that. And he also, like, most people would not think it's funny if other folks assume they killed their last bitch, right? Like they would want to clear that up and say, no, misunderstanding here. You're wrong. You have a misconception about this case. Here's why. Not LOL. Yeah, I didn't do it. And winking at the fucking camera. You know, that's not that's not a normal behavior.
People
by any
about how
stretch.
you deep cleaned your house and disinfected everything right after she went missing.
Yeah, well, A-Hole Anderson says that's why they go for these guys. Well, JF flat out said that on Twitter. We haven't got into his Twitter response. It's pretty lengthy. And then I saw he replied to somebody else. And basically they said, you know, it's almost like these women have a fetish for some sick, crazy guy. And then he's not crazy enough when they get with him. So they get mad, leave, invent a bunch of shit. Which, again, that this type of presentation makes it easier to respond that way. All right, just saying. Let's continue.
Also,
go ahead.
like she probably has mental. Just one point more.
Sure.
She probably has mental health issues too, but she gets to decide that JF, you know, you're a little too crazy. You don't get put on the birth certificate because of your mental health problem.
Well, she definitely has
she's
one,
just
probably.
fine.
I mean, you would think there's a touch of something there, but anyway, let's continue.
Postpartum preeclampsia. He's the least being supportive then. He's not bombarding you or upsetting you then, right?
No.
Oh, he's
He
not the
was-
class act that I thought he might be for 5 seconds. How did he handle that? What was he up to?
So, he was upsetting me, just arguing about the name on the birth certificate, and I was like, look,
You
I
stole his
really
child.
don't
Yeah,
feel
he's
like
upset.
arguing about this right now. I need to focus on getting better. And the nurses that were coming in my hospital room noticed.
See, look, then why? Okay, you should have just lied to him then if you want to know the truth about it at that point. If you really needed to focus on your health, and I don't know.
She wanted to focus on her health and not have him in her hair. Just put him on the birth certificate.
Yeah, or you could have done that. Yeah. And let him, you know, I'm not saying you had to move back to Canada or whatever, but put him on the birth certificate. He's the father, and if he wants to come get some rights in court, he can do so. And you could fight him there after if you want, right? To me, that's perfectly reasonable. I mean, you know who the father is. You left him off. What's the defense on that?
Yeah.
Am I wrong? I don't know. You know who the father is. You left him off purposely. I don't
If
think
he
that
isn't
means.
allowed to be passionate about that, then what? Yeah, great point.
Do they
Like
force
if you can't
you?
be passionate about people stealing your child, you know, if that doesn't make you a little bit enraged, then
Yeah.
you know, I don't know what's gonna get you mad in this life.
It's
I don't know.
upsetting, just let me tell you. And so, yeah, it's fairly upsetting. And I don't know. I'd have to look into it. I don't think you have to use their last name if you put the father's name on the birth certificate. I don't think that's like a mandated thing, is it? I don't know. I'd have to look into that. If there's a way.
Probably. That would be surprising.
Maybe that's why.
2025 America, you have to use the father's last.
I would think you would be able to put the father's name and then not use his last name if you wanted, but I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. I've never had that decision. I am on a birth certificate, but anyway, let's continue.
They're like, every time you're talking to your boyfriend, your blood pressure is going up.
Oh my god.
And I was like begging him. I was even video chatting with him. I was crying and I was like, please stop. Just, be nice to me. I was begging him, be nice to me. I can't handle this
Well,
right
it
now.
sounds
This
like a
isn't
tough
the
situation
time."
still, for
And
sure.
he's like,
Yeah,
I'll
but
be nice to you when you put my name on the birth certificate.
What a
Oh,
self-centered fucking asshole.
well, look, no, that wasn't the right response, obviously, but I mean, there's two sides to tango here. House,
Yeah. I mean, she's just an innocent angel. If she wants to decide that JF's name is not going on the birth certificate, then we just have to accept it. Teehee. I'm just moving to America with your child that I don't
no!
acknowledge as yours. Teehee.
I'm just saying, and you can be as anti-JF as they come and sit here and listen to this. And if you're trying to be any type of objective, and I mean, it's not coming across that great. Okay. This is 11 minutes in to a really long piece too. And so maybe I need to cut some of the commentary, but there's some glaring issues here at the start.
Wow.
And he was also talking to other girls. And he
really?
was like,
Okay, now wait, just hold on. I know I just made a big deal about pausing, but now I think we're starting to get to the root issue here, House, actually. It took a few minutes for us to finally hear, but talking to other girls. Now, that can be a really sore spot for certain ladies, most of them actually. And so, do we think maybe that was some of the cause of why we're hearing this?
Could be.
Could be. We don't know for sure.
Oh.
Big if true, but I think I smell a rat here.
faithful to you when you put my name on the birth certificate.
Oh, so he's making you insecure. He's trying to he's doing what
Yeah.
he did to Alora. Like, oh, there's gonna be other women in the queue. Is that what he's
Right.
pulling? What
Yes.
a motherfucker. So you've just given birth to this child. You're sick, and it is like a very high risk sickness. You're all of this, and it's all about JF. That's all he cares about.
Yeah, and he admitted to me, he's like, one in particular, he's like, oh, I had to confide in another woman, and
Is that the
it's your
cringe
fault.
panda? Was that
Yeah.
and he said
But
you
it's
didn't.
the thing is, she's not even a woman; she's a child.
No,
Yeah.
I did check.
Well, no, wait a minute.
Okay, come on. That's a serious allegation. What the fuck?
Well, let's see what she calls a child.
I
Yeah.
did deep check. She's
Uh-huh.
25.
Oh,
so she's
really?
technically not a child.
Okay.
House.
Okay. Yeah, she was 25, you sick fuck.
Oh boy. I'm
Come
saying,
on.
man, they should have went over some things before they went to press with this one. They have a gold mine if they know how to shape it and they know how to present it. And either they're not even considering the stuff that I'm talking about here and they just don't care about that sort of thing, or I don't know. That's really the only option here. Or they're just totally inept if they're trying to get it to fly with everybody. This only goes
I don't know.
hard with the extreme anti-JF people.
This goes hard with 40-year-old women.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just sounding a false note in my ear. And then she's a child, but she's actually, even the hostile host, the very hostile host, is like, nah, we did a deep check and she's 25. Okay, well,
Cartman with all
my
heart
current
sent
girlfriend's
$1 on
25. I
Rumble.
don't know.
She was only nearing the wall. You sick fuck.
Literally, she's 25. I don't consider that.
I mean, you
A
can't say
child at all.
people, are confiding in children on the internet just
Yeah,
you're
that's
making
not
up shit.
appropriate
Like-
to throw that out there. And yeah, I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's anything wrong with 18 and up. I'm gonna be fucking real. I don't give a fuck. if the society considers you an adult, you're an adult. Are there some unique issues with dating somebody that's much younger than you? Yeah, but 25 is a full on adult, House. I mean, you still have some things to learn for sure. Yeah, I didn't have anything completely figured out at 25, and I still don't have too many things completely figured out. But still, you're 25 fucking years old.
She likes to
She likes
portray
to
herself,
cosplay as a child.
which is fucking weird.
Uh-huh.
That's fucking weird. But yeah, and it's also
Okay.
weird. It's weird that he would do that, and it's weird that he would send you those text messages. He's
Right.
cool.
And he was like, oh, she was calling him professor, and like she was like, our babies would have my blue eyes.
Yeah.
And it's like, I looked her up. Apparently she's like supposed to be a conservative Christian, but I wasn't aware like that it was a conservative value to try to be a home wrecker.
Wow.
What?
Whoa.
Bro, what homebreaker? You went to America and said, "Oh, this child, I'm not gonna acknowledge that it's yours," and you're calling her a homebreaker.
Whoa.
What home did you build, you stupid bitch? What home
Damn.
did she wreck?
I'm sorry. This is just whoa.
Supposed to be a conservative Christian, but I wasn't aware like that it was a conservative value to try to be a home wrecker.
Well, it sounds like
Whoa.
sounds like her and JF though might have been talking for a few years from what you had said before. But that's just okay. So that's just a shitbag thing to do.
Yeah.
So I mean, good for you though for sticking it to him and saying no, fuck you, absolutely not. Because a lot of women in that moment they would have felt insecure and they would have maybe crumbled and they would have maybe just done what he wanted and whatever gone against.
She's trying to
their own
throw
will. So
salt in the
that's
game.
impressive though that you got through it and you said, fuck
Damn,
you,
don't ban
Right,
Ocean.
and it made me
Stop.
dig my heels even dig my heels in even more because I
Hold
was
on.
like,
Oh my God. Ocean, how did she even get banned, or did she delete her own messages? I didn't think Ocean could be banned. No, don't take Ocean's scalp.
do you think that you're helping your cause any? Like, why would I put your name on the birth
I'll
certificate
restore
when
it.
I know if I kick off that you're gonna move in one of these crazy
yeah.
women and like they're gonna have access to my child?
I
Yeah,
left
no,
you
fuck
alone
that.
in Canada and moved back
Nope.
to America
Well,
and didn't
I mean,
acknowledge your child. I didn't know
I'm glad
that
it
you
happened
could
just
date
because
another
it means I
woman.
really think it saved your ass a lot.
Yeah.
Did they delete their
Besides
own
that,
messages?
know
I
that
don't
you
even
have
think
a
she
very,
got
very good
banned.
relationship with your mom, who also lives
Uh-huh.
with you in.
I don't
Yeah.
see her on the ban
And
list.
I just want to say a shout out to your mom because she is so good. She
Yeah,
is baby
shout out.
that 10 out of 10 can come on and talk and tell her story. And her mom sounds like she's just been like over the top supportive. And so,
Mhm.
Oh
you're
wait, I
so
do
lucky
see it.
that you have that
Okay,
support
Ocean,
mechanism.
I
Thank
unmuted
you.
you.
Amazing. So, all right. So we've gotten to how you broke up because that's quick.
Yeah, Ocean has diplomatic immunity. I don't know. Somebody's not claiming the ban either. Who took her out? Just go ahead and tell the truth. There, look at her. She's already back talking shit. I know you got banned, Ocean. You did post like 3,000 times, but they might not have known that Ocean has diplomatic immunity. Okay, let's continue.
Getting to the rest, but people really do want to know how did you first discover JF?
So
Doom said I did. I thought it was you already. Y'all been arguing the whole time.
Reading a blog post by this guy called
Fine,
Vox
Ocean.
Day. He's like a right wing.
Vox Day? Yeah, I know Vox
and
Day.
he just kind of briefly mentioned that JF's partner had disappeared, and he described JF as neurologically unique, and I thought that was kind of funny because I have autism, and I would consider myself.
You don't say.
Oh, what a surprise.
There we go. What a reveal.
JF's autistic girlfriend.
No. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming at all. She's got a little autism, huh?
Self a little bit. You're neurologically unique, and I just on a whim contacted JF, and we ended up talking, and he says he has autism too. I don't know.
He's
Maybe
got a few things. He's got like I don't know. He's like a narcissistic psychopath.
Yeah, I don't know what he is totally, but you know,
do you remember when you started talking to him? Like, I'm just trying to keep track for when she went away and everything.
October of 2023.
That's when you first started talking to him, not when you first
Uh-huh.
met. Okay.
Yeah.
2023. Okay. And she was
Yeah,
reported
and
missing in October 2023.
right. And it was before like a lot of news had come out, and it was before I think he'd really done interviews about it. And
Ocean, what are you talking about now? I'm starting to regret. You're distracting. I don't even know what you're
I just
saying.
assumed she would
Right.
show up at that
Right.
point.
Why would
like,
anybody ever do that? Disgusting.
Well, what did he tell you about his in the early talks when you were just talking online, you
Mhm.
hadn't come out? What did he tell you about Laura and the family situation?
He said like that she was crazy and like this hippie woman,
Uh-oh,
and
listen. Mama JF.
that she wanted to leave.
That's it was similar story to what he's continuously said.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever see I don't even know how I wrote that one down. That one sounds dumb.
I'm starting to look a little more noble. Yeah, I know. I
What
didn't
made you
realize what
believe
story's
him
been
over the
told
stuff
here.
you're reading
Look,
online? That one I'm curious about. Like, how did you read something from like a lot of people in a forum? Because I knew you would have checked
Mhm.
some things out, and then he does his magic. Like, is
Right.
he just good?
Well, I would say I was kind of depressed at that point in my life and vulnerable, and I felt like
Oh, come on.
I
I was vulnerable and depressed, and he abused me and took advantage of me, bro. You had his child. What?
I've heard some of these things before. I have to say, I had a little
Yeah, it's the same song and
self-esteem.
dance.
I had a little self-esteem. Again, this is nothing's we're not exonerating JF or anything necessarily with any of this commentary. This is just not how I expected they would lay this out. But
I wanted
maybe
to
I guess I should have on the Real Housewives of Alberta.
believe him.
Right.
I wanted to believe him.
That's
So I
that's
did.
what I think. I think a lot of people.
They got I will
realize
say
that
this
that-
though, they got a blockbuster get though. Massive respect for the snagging this interview, but I don't like the
Yeah,
packaging.
they ruined it.
Yeah, I'm not liking the packaging so far, but
That is exactly what happens to us. We
Yeah.
are so good at brainwashing ourselves into thinking things
Yeah.
that we see. Really, we can see it, and we deny it, and we justify it to ourselves. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get how you could do that, but I wanted just other people to maybe hear it. So when you started talking, how quickly after you guys started talking did JF invite you to Canada?
Like pretty much right away, and he was
Who would
Like,
move
he
so
didn't try to
quickly?
get to know you at all first?
Oh,
yeah,
man.
no. He
Bitch
So I
wants to
didn't
put out
actually-
you wanna fuck her?
No, you're supposed to wait 3
Oh.
months. What do you mean? No way.
Whoa.
Nah, let me investigate. Let me do my due diligence here.
Yeah.
No, said no guy
What a-
ever. Like I don't.
What a villain.
No.
hadn't
What do you mean? He didn't ask what your fucking favorite book in the 3rd grade was? Like what the fuck? Like
even watched one of his streams in full ever, and I didn't know about
okay. You knew who he was though. You knew enough to fucking get up in those DMs. That's all. I don't give a fuck if she's a scholar on the Killstream. Why the fuck would I? House? That doesn't matter.
him during the insemination stuff. And like one of the
Female
things
lot.
he said to me when I first emailed him was, he's like, "Let me know if you want to make babies." And I thought he was just being
This guy's on some Elon shit though. I bet he really did say, all right, finally something something we can cheer about. Okay, that's pretty funny. Yeah, and I totally believe that, by the way.
kind of cute. I didn't realize it was like a deep seated
No,
thing.
he's
to
weird.
have.
It's weird about it. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So right away, so he invited you. What I find.
Well, what
shocking
did you
and
say?
concerning-
What did she answer, though?
Yeah, I know.
Did you say yes?
You wouldn't usually lead with that one, I have to say. JF, props, sir, I gotta say.
Brown Box sent $2 on Rumble. The real cunts of Canada.
I know that they'll probably see this and think I'm being really mean, which I guess I have been, but I think they should have done this a different way. I just can't shake that feeling. So I have to be me. I have to be honest with my reviews here.
Thank God
Uh-huh.
you weren't a creep. Okay. You could have been a creep. There are a lot of, like, you guys look at the news. There's female pedophiles all over. Okay.
Yeah.
You do not.
She
Who
could
the
have
fuck
molested kids.
invites some woman they just met online to come to Canada to come and stay in their home or visit.
Any guy ever. Like, I don't know. Like, look, I know this was somebody else's crazy feeling that you know, something happened too fast in my own personal life recently, but you know, you're into some chick, y'all get along. They're like, yeah, I want to meet up, I want to hang out. I don't waste any time after that house. As long as it's a reasonable trip and it's not.
I mean, it's the woman's job to
Or
waste time, not the
yeah,
man's.
yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. And you know, either I could go there, or they could come here. Yeah, I don't really see the need to waste any time. Right, and it's the woman who's supposed to, if it's not right or whatever, put the brakes on things. The guy, like, what? I don't.
Sitting at, you know, at their home with their small children, that they, you know, they didn't even talk to you for a long time. Like, so irresponsible. And I'm so glad that you were who you were, because it could have ended up way worse.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't want him to kill her.
So when did you
Thank
make your
God
first
he's not
trip
the
to Canada then?
pedophile.
Like, when did you decide, okay,
Yo.
fuck it, I'm just gonna go see him?
He was pressuring me to come very
Oh.
quickly, but I put it off because I didn't feel comfortable with it.
Right.
I put it off until March.
Kaling.
Adol Wolf sent $1 on Rumble. JF is what happens when you dump all your points in the beginning of the game into charisma but make your character look like an absolute downy.
That's pretty good. By the way, 3:03 p.m. Eastern, 1:03 p.m. Mexican Standard Time here live in Merida, Mexico, way south of the border, world headquarters of the Killstream. We're broadcasting to you live. I don't know if I said that part already, but I might have. We're going for 281 on the goal. Powerchat.live/the Ralph Retort, Rumble Rants, $sign Sunset Squad on Cash App. Saturday night special bonus edition of the Killstream. We're going to go over the Vickers documentary. Oh my. I know there's some barbs thrown at me in there too. I actually had a little back and forth after it was made, not before, with the guy who created it. And so that was
Brianna Wu Hyper Bimbo sent
something we got
$5
yesterday's
on Rumble.
goal. So we'll do that
Let's just
Saturday.
cut to the chase, lady. How did JF kill Mama JF? Here is a small palate cleanser for now or later.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, this is the oral argument. Ketanji Brown Jackson is barely containing her rage as she tries to make arguments for congressional district racial quotas. Goes full trust me, bro, with Louisiana's Solicitor General. It's not that long. I can play that real quick. It's like a minute and a half. Why not? That was the case you were talking about earlier. I've seen a little bit about it, obviously, but I haven't put it on the agenda officially.
Is this a compelling state interest? Is no. The answer is obviously yes, that you have an interest in remedying the effects of racial discrimination that we identify using this tool. Whether you go too far in your remedy is another issue, right?
Your Honor, I think step zero in all of these cases, it was certainly step zero in the Robinson litigation, is the plaintiffs came in and said, we want another majority black district.
I thought they came in and said, we are not receiving equal electoral opportunity because our votes are being diluted.
Which is the same
I
way
don't
of
know,
saying we
Theo.
deserve a
No, it's
majority
not,
district.
because that, again, just trust me on this. The
Trust me, bro.
second electoral or second district is a remedy that one could offer for a problem that we've identified. And
This
the
has to
whole
do with
Robinson litigation
the
was
creation
about
of
identifying-
minority districts and like the Voting Rights Act and all that stuff. It's a little more complicated than how I'm putting it, by the way. But for instance, the 9th congressional district there in Tennessee is a minority district. It's basically the Memphis Congress, U.S. Congress seat, and so
the problem.
I'm familiar with this, having grown up in the area.
Is this really happening? In many Section 2 cases, the court says you're wrong, you're fine. There is not an electoral opportunity being denied to you. Go away. In this case,
And the lower court,
said,
the lower court said it was necessary to create another majority district, and under the Voting Rights Act, that it required them to do so, actually. And they're challenging that, the Louisiana state government there, saying that no, it doesn't. So it's kind of going to gut the Voting Rights Act further. And it looks like, from what I'm reading so far, that the conservatives are probably going to do that, weaken it, based on what people are reading the tea leaves from the oral arguments. And I haven't heard them. But
I see. I'm looking at the factors. I appreciate
they
what
just
you're
happened today,
saying.
I think.
You've proven that we have this problem. And so the next question is, how do we go about remedying it?
Yeah, that was live. Okay. I mean, earlier today it was live. Okay, that was a little... Okay, I gave a little bit there. We'll talk about it more later. Sure. Thank you. Did you miss the JF coverage? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Sector Vision up at the top of the chat. We're, I don't know, 16%, something like that. Whatever that says there. Yeah, 16% of the way there. On the goal. Let's continue.
March of 2024.
That's pretty good because I think he would have been. I can only imagine how much pressure he was putting on you.
Yeah.
So March of 2024. Okay,
Mhm.
I just because we've seen the house. So people who are watching right now, if you haven't seen the house, it's in the playlist on YouTube and Rumble under JF Gurepi. So when you got there, I'm just dying to know, what was your first impression when you saw JF? Like, did he pick you up at the airport? How did that work? Or
Yeah, he picked me up at the airport in Charlottetown, and it was like, I don't know, an hour or so back to the house in O'Leary.
what did you think of JF when you first saw him? Honestly, just be honest. It's okay.
A little
I mean, you guys-
bigger than I expected.
No. God. A little bigger than she expected. Well, okay. We have to be honest here again. We don't want to pull any punches, just like JF didn't pull away from the table. He is a little bigger than you would expect, isn't he?
He just keeps getting fatter, but the women stay the same size.
He's a little more portly than we thought. Yeah, that's true. Slightly more corpulent. All right, now.
a little bigger. You
She's
mean
still
like 200 pounds
Yeah, exactly. It never stops him. Don't let him fool you.
bigger?
Maybe.
Holly, will you pop up that one picture of him with her? She's walking in front of him. I'm sorry, Lynn.
Damn, the biggest is relishing
We're
this.
just going to take a quick break. We have a bunch of questions that people have posted, and we have a Rumble rant, so we need to go over those.
Okay, wait. We can't do the questions until after we get to the just before we get into the Allura part.
Oh,
because we're not even there yet, Holly. I've got to keep these questions in sync. Okay, so this is the man that you saw, the man on the screen here, the one that definitely should be wearing a brassiere.
That's fucked.
Those are boobies. Those are boobies.
Oh, slim.
Wow. Well, yeah, because you're a supermodel, you see, and she's.
Okay, come on,
he
but
showed up like that.
all this stuff.
So when you got, so
all
that
these
was
fucking fat
shocking,
jokes
but
while you have fucking Rocky on the show right now.
This is such a bad call. I don't know how else to put it. They should leave these jokes up to people like me, quite frankly. It's not even that I'm mad they're doing the jokes. It's that you don't, they shouldn't be the vector for this type of thing. I guess maybe that's just their style and they're shit talkers or whatever. I'm not that familiar with them. I looked at their channel and they seem to be kind of A-logish house. But there comes a time, you're trolling somebody, you're fucking around with the story, but sometimes it needs to get a little serious. I can say this from experience, right? Sometimes it kicks into a different gear and you need to be able to shift. And I know I'm harping on the same point, but I feel this way strongly.
for you, if you're just, I mean, what are you gonna do? You're there.
Yeah.
Did you? So then you get to the house, and now he's talked himself up. I know he has, because he talks a lot of shit all day long. He talks about what a provider he is. So when you got to that house in O'Leary, I need to know what happened in your brain.
I was like, I can't wait to pop an Ambien and go to sleep. It was just too much to think about. I just wasn't ready to process it.
Yeah, because that. So you and I know. Listen, I know we've talked a lot of shit about how the house wasn't clean, and you have said that you've cleaned a lot in that house. I believe that you cleaned a lot in the house.
Mm-hmm.
My shit talking is not about your cleanliness or whatever. It was about the fact that JF is. I'm such a provider, and I've done all this shit, and I've done these renovations. He talks himself up. It's like he's just such a man. But then we see it, and you're like, no, dude, you're disgusting. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there were things about the house that made me really uncomfortable. And
Brianna Wu Hyperbimbo sent $1 on Rumble. Get the escapee on the Killstream. You'd be able to get to the truth of the matter.
Who, this chick? I mean, I would love to interview her. Maybe I've been too hostile here, though. That's one thing. Look, it's giving your honest opinion, maybe being a little over the top with some of the comments, jokes, or whatever. Sometimes that, I don't know, if she was to hear this, maybe she would be a little bit afraid. Now it would be a totally different type of affair.
No, 10 out of 10 is a total angel, and it's Holly and Rocky that are making her say all the same.
I mean,
it's honestly uncalled for. I don't know why they're hypnotizing her into saying all this stuff.
Maybe you very well could be right, but just in all seriousness, I don't know. It's a different thing. Me sitting here with a critical eye watching this versus me doing my own interview with her. Yeah, that'd be totally different. Some people don't necessarily. Some people do realize that I've had on the show, and then some people don't.
No. Holly and Rocky totally ruined her chance at exposing JF. They turned it into a jokey shit show, and honestly, she deserves another chance to get the truth of it out.
I could do a really good interview on that. Yeah, I believe, and so we'll see. But
There were things
There are few
about the
people who know as
house
much about JF as you,
that's true.
so who better to do it?
Who better?
that made me really uncomfortable, and I would
Like
try
what?
to.
Like what? I'm
So
just nosy.
we were sleeping in the upstairs part, and
Mhm.
I had some concerns about the exposed insulation, and he
Yeah,
would
it's
like
gross.
dismiss it. My
She's so okay. Here's another stylistic. She's so quick with the gross, sick guy that you can tell that she like really hates JF, which is fine, but it shouldn't be that apparent. I don't
about
think.
the exposed insulation, and
Oh,
he
Yeah,
would
it's
gross.
like
gross.
dismiss
Ugh.
it. My first concern was like, does it contain asbestos? And I hope it didn't, because I slept up there for a few months. But the exposed insulation, like if you sleep in a room with that, it's going to make
True,
you
Altis.
sick. And it started causing me to have asthma attacks. And I didn't at the
Get a
time realize
babysitter
that it was
though.
causing that. But
I'm a
I
busy
would
man.
wake
I'm
up like I almost died of an asthma attack one night. And later I confronted him about it, and I was like, did you know exposed insulation can cause respiratory issues like this? And he's like, no. And I'm
Yeah, he's
like,
got
but you
his like
claim to
sign
No,
know
out.
I
about
do
fixing
not
up
know, and I do
houses,
not
you
care.
know?
Can we have
You're
sex
supposed to be
now?
a man I can count on.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Really. I've just got 2 more questions in this section,
Uh-huh.
Holly, and then we'll take a break. But don't ask any lore questions because we haven't gotten there yet. Okay, Holly.
Mhm.
So okay.
You haven't
So I
gotten to
did
anything yet.
really quick
What the
too.
fuck?
So you met
What
the
was
kids. We're
any of
not going
this
to use their
about?
names. We're going
Whoa,
to do
he's
anything
exposed
identifying.
insulation.
Was that
Whoa,
overwhelming
whoa.
for you? Because how old were the kids when you met
What a
them?
criminal.
Like, so your first, welcome to Charlottetown.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
fat.
That's the other
Here's my
thing. Like
dumpy house.
this has been 25 minutes, and there's been a couple little golden slivers or whatever the fuck, but not a lot.
These are my children. What?
She's been exposing herself far more than she's
What
been
was
exposing
it like for
JF.
you? Like that must have been
Yes.
overwhelming.
Well, I like kids, so I
Right.
was excited to meet them, but when I
Whoa!
did, I
Whoa.
was really let down
Red flag.
because immediately I noticed something was off. Like
Right.
they didn't act like normal kids.
Well, they're
Because
JF's kids,
from
so.
what from what I gathered, they
I mean, you know, if I met his kids and they acted a little strange, I would say, well, their daddy is JF Garabee, and he's a strange motherfucker. So I'm not that surprised, really.
they seem severely like disabled almost.
You're like the
that.
5th
Like,
retarded lady
okay.
he's thrown out to fucking
Thrown
have
a
another
Yeah,
child.
then, you know, you look at
Like, yeah, his children probably have a bit of damage.
yeah, you look at some of the mayors he's sired with there, and some of them seem to be a little off in certain ways, and you know. Anyway, I wouldn't be surprised if they were a little off too.
A lot of wild fucking labels, but like nonverbal autistic, maybe other stuff. Is that what you're saying? Like kind of like that? Is
Well,
that's the way to describe it?
so to be
Also, this is
specific,
not really
when I went there, the girl
appropriate.
was 3, and she didn't even speak in complete sentences.
Like she
And
didn't
Okay,
say,
so
I
she
want
flew
water.
out to meet him, saw his house is a mess, saw his children are maybe nonverbal autistic, can't even speak, and then she decides, oh yeah, I'm gonna have this man's baby.
This
I'm gonna
is
get pregnant with this guy's child.
this is insane. Also, I mean, a 3-year-old. Look, I don't have a fucking stat book in front of me, but I don't know that every 3-year-old speaks in complete sentences. Honestly, now 4 or 5, yeah, I would think by then for sure, but I don't know that that's totally strange. Honestly, I don't know. Some people who are more familiar with like the childhood development stages. I mean, I'm familiar with them, but I don't know them like the back of my hand, so I couldn't say for sure. But I don't know that that's totally crazy.
Or I want a cup of water.
No, it was, and I would try, like, I wanted to work with them and teach them to do things. I had to teach her to wear clothes. She was naked in the house, totally naked.
No, that's not good.
Had never worn
True.
clothes inside the house. And
Now, if that's true, that's not good. I will say, but
so I had to like try to.
That's weird. That's so inappropriate to invite
Yeah.
somebody into your home with your kids naked. That is so inappropriate, JF. Jesus fuck.
She was
And
gonna get
they had
naked with him and have sex with him.
okay,
What?
look, yeah, I'm not gonna go that far. It's definitely strange and definitely should be addressed. But as 3-year-old, maybe she was running around like a nutcase or whatever. Who knows? But And maybe it wasn't like
Yeah, it's
all the time.
inappropriate to have your children around the woman you're gonna have sex
Well,
with.
yeah, kids sometimes run around and fucking take their clothes. You know what I mean? Like they think that's funny or whatever. So it's not
I mean, they're just
unprecedented.
children.
Yeah, they're kids. Like it's not a 3-year-old kid. Like I don't know. It's not unprecedented, but yeah, it should be addressed for sure. Okay, let's keep going.
This armchair, and like she would go to the bathroom and then like go sit on the arm of it, and like the chair was
She
covered
didn't
in.
want, and she
Yes.
didn't have like the proper hygiene, obviously. What
Yeah.
the fuck is wrong with him? Okay, so that would have been overwhelming. And listen, we're not
What's
making fun of
wrong
children at all.
with you,
This is not their
JF?
fault.
No, not
This
at
is
all.
just the reality of
Yeah.
you need to understand what 10 out of 10 walked into. And imagine
Right,
being,
and
like that would be, that'd be awful because you can't go home either. Like, what do you do? And you don't have people there.
yeah, and like the
You can
I would
go
try to
home
work with the kids
anytime you
and
She
teach
want.
them
did go
things,
home.
and the boy is now 3, and he like is just learning to say, like he'll hold up a ball and be like ball, like
At
he
3,
yeah,
kid was
like
telling me off at 3.
a few months ago JF was like, oh, he says about 10 words.
At 3.
Yeah, that's not normal. But does
And he's
JF
not
consider this
potty
And they
normal?
trained.
still haven't made it clear, unless I missed it in the very first 2 minutes, why she's doing this interview. You need to lay out motive for some tell-all like this immediately too, right? Like you need to say, well, here's why I'm doing this.
He's not potty trained. Like he doesn't even
But because she's a woman.
seem
overwhelming.
And I
aware.
don't think it's appropriate to say this about his children on air. I don't think, and if you wanted to address it, you could just say they're developmentally lacking or whatever the fuck. And even that's a little questionable, but going into detail about kids who don't have a choice is
Anonymous sent
ridiculous.
$3. What happened to Senorita?
Thank you for the $3. I appreciate that. But it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, does JF? Does he's obviously aware that his children have some something going on. He must, and because he's got his PhD and he's really good with education and all that, he spends a lot of time helping. He understands that there's some issues, or no?
He told me I'm the problem.
All right. Well, that's not helpful.
And he said their IQs are at least 115.
Wow.
But can't say ball at 3.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
don't
see, so they're
use
fine.
toilet paper. But
Yeah.
use
Yeah,
the
they're
chair of
fine.
the arm. I mean, whatever. I guess that could be just lazy kid. But I mean, also you would expect that he would be correcting that behavior.
Yeah, and when I got there the first time, the girl, her hair was like in dreadlocks. It looked like it hadn't been brushed. And I started trying to brush it, and I had to cut out like 3-inch sections of hair that was matted.
The poor little girl. She must have hated getting her hair brushed then. Like
At
I would
God,
hate
this
it to
is
hurt.
just grimy.
At first, yeah, but she did to some degree, to
Why
the
is he
extent she
saying
could. She
that?
did bond with me, and I'm very
Yeah,
fond of her.
I don't.
Bro,
Again,
if it's that bad, just report him to CPS. Oh, what the fuck?
but these kids didn't choose who their father was or is, and they don't have any control over what's put out about them online. And as far as I know, much hasn't really been put out about them online. Maybe I don't watch JF. Maybe he puts out more than I know, but
Her.
Oh.
She's, I did volunteer with special ed kids at one point, so I kind of like,
damn,
I like
see,
them.
Right,
it
that's
just-
good. Well, that's
but it's-
lucky for
it's
JF
hard.
because you could have been somebody with a short temper.
Yeah.
You
see, you could have
like,
beat
it's-
his kids. Well, that would have been inappropriate, lady.
Then he probably would have beaten her up.
Yeah, she could have. He should be grateful that she wasn't a fucking psycho who slaps kids around. I mean,
Such risk by inviting a stranger.
He was so lucky she didn't have a chainsaw in her back pocket.
bitch, I flew out to my house, better not see slap my kid. That might be a bad idea.
Like,
Yeah,
especially with the difficulties they're having.
Mhm.
Okay, Holly, I'm gonna jump off for a second and let you do the talking, and you can read some comments. I'll be right back. But when I
Okay.
come back,
Oh,
we're gonna go
thank
into
God.
start leaning into the Alora stuff. Okay. And you're okay. You're okay. 10 out of 10. You're feeling comfortable. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. I'll be right back.
what's to
Okay,
stop
sounds
JF
good.
from
So
just
we do
naming
have
her? By
some
the way,
questions from the audience. I figured I would keep them
I mean, at this point,
while you were talking, not to
Mhm.
interrupt the flow of conversation, because I mean we're all.
Brianna Wu
100%
Hyper Bimbo sent $2 on
locked
is
in
that
Rumble.
the
what
one
you're
I had
talking
pulled up?
about.
I'll look in a sec.
It's really interesting to hear your interpretation of what happened because you're a person that actually was there. I mean, we're just seeing tidbits and we're just watching things on the
Also,
internet.
Milo
And
has
then, of
put out
course,
a
our
sworn affidavit. Somebody sent this to me, and oh, that was you. I just got in the super chats. We're gonna talk about this Gavin Wax thing. It's looking pretty bad for him. I think his career might be over, actually. And I talked about this at the top. He's been on the Killstream, but I think it was 2020, maybe. It was a while back. And he's the head of the New York Young Republicans, I think is the name of that. And we could talk about that more later. We're going to, it's in the title, so I don't want anybody to think I've forgotten about that. And then, no, I guess that was me. Where did I see that? Maybe that was in DMs because you sent a JFKRP. Yeah, okay, so this is the one I have pulled up. I guess I could go ahead and read that since we haven't heard from JF at all yet. Where is it? There it is. Let me center it on the screen. My ex decided to appear on the Alberta Housewives to talk about me, which is her prerogative. Choosing to be a public personality is anyone's choice to make. It comes with pros and cons. I always say that myself. What she has delivered is her interpretation and beliefs about our relationship. Some of it is accurate, some of it conveniently hides what would make her look bad, and some of it is outright delusional. I honestly do not have much of an interest to engage on this or to make her look bad. I do simply want to correct the most obvious lies and delusions. In summary, if you want my side of the story, this woman contacted me and wanted to have babies. We got to know each other over months. She promised she would love me forever and wanted to form the Garapi family with me. She then changed her mind on the day of the birth of our child, changed his name against what we had agreed, and started acting threatening toward me and my already existing family. Thus, I had no choice but to split, in particular because I had imposed the respect of my already existing life as a condition fundamental to our relationship from the beginning. I'm happy in this life with my children, whom I care for well, and I wouldn't allow a woman to join my life if it interfered with my existing life. I did not annoy her about it. If I had, there'd be compromising texts of mine since we were in contact remotely. And after she had betrayed me, I asked that she either fix her behavior or stop contacting me, and told her she was relieved of any obligations toward me, that we were separated. She kept trying to contact me for about 2 weeks despite my request for her to stop. That's all. Much of our relationship happened at a distance over the phone because she lived and gave birth in the US and I live in Canada. For those who care about the details, there are misrepresentations in her interview. 1, she claims we immediately met without getting to know each other. We actually got to know each other for about 6 months with daily video calls before we met. 2, she claims that I was pressuring her to have babies quick. Pressuring isn't the right word. I was arguing in favor of that. She was fully agreeing all along and thought she had been slow to make babies and regretted that, and now wanted to go quick with me. She has all these complaints about our life together and our encounter, but she spent a whole 2 years trying to get inseminated by me. It is fascinating how these micro complaints show up when she has decided she wants to go on her own. 4, she describes my other children incorrectly when she has not met them or seen them for more than a year. The vast majority of her claims about them are pure delusions. 5, she made up completely the idea that I would have admitted to her that I used to beat Alora the hardest I can, that I had no choice to do it because she was calling me a pedophile. That is completely untrue. I have never beaten Alora. Conveniently, while 90% of our relationship is on phone and on record, an ex made up a story that I would have admitted this during an unrecorded car ride, and claims it led her to believe that I had beaten and killed Alora. Consider how unrealistic this narrative is. According to my ex, she would have started believing I was a murderer, but she still continued getting inseminated until she could have my baby for months. According to her narrative, she would have continued willfully getting inseminated to get the baby of someone she suddenly knew was a wife beater and murderer over multiple months. Unreal. But that admission did not happen, and this narrative is false. Deer scene is false. Okay, we haven't got there yet. I did not turn around. We saw a dead deer on the road, and I commented how it did not look like a car collision, but rather a clawed animal attack. I drove past, and there were no such moment when I turned around or got out of the car to look at the deer in amazement. LOL. Also, Lolita's story completely false and invented. Also, I'm not on government welfare. I live from savings and active incomes, but she has no idea of my finances. Hilariously, this ex admits that I have never physically hurt her in any way, but she decided she thinks I'm a murderer and wife beater of other women. Women will develop that kind of beliefs when they need to justify taking your kids. Well, huh. Yes, they can. They've been known to do that. True. He would carve chicken with large knives. Ha 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 ha. Good memes. He has very little Bitcoin left. Ha 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 ha. He says to that as well. Now,
Very reasonable.
yeah, very JF, very on brand. And because of the way she laid it out, you know, a lot of that seems like maybe he's telling the truth. I don't know.
Interview with him and all that stuff. So we only have a very limited.
I'm not saying
view,
I
right.
completely co-sign his entire account there, but man, this should have been a slam dunk bad news day for JF, and I'm just not sure it's going to land like that, House.
No, it's not. Like JF made a lot of good points. Like she willingly stuck with him for months. He never was aggressive with her, but she just assumes he was aggressive in the past, even though there's zero evidence for it. And I don't know. JF was very, very reasonable, very matter of fact in his response, and this whole interview has been a touchy-feely garbage myth, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. Now let's continue.
So that's why we're so grateful that you're here.
And well said. So I'll be right back.
First question or comment is from Savage Machines, and they said 10 out of 10 is a great screen name. So I would keep that. And then this is back when you were talking about the birth certificate. So is the reason why you kept his name off the birth certificate so that he had no legal recourse to the child?
Well, I just didn't want the kid to end up with him if I die.
Okay.
Wow.
Fair enough, because I don't.
Why did you have a kid with him?
Yeah,
then?
because he neglects his kids. They have.
Did she just say she was worried about dying?
He doesn't brush their teeth.
I couldn't hear that. I'll be right back.
You were talking about how the children they're saying one word sentences and they don't understand communication. Would that partially be from the fact that they were neglected and ignored and not spoken to?
You know, I don't know. I think there are different reasons people can have something like that. But yeah, neglect can cause things like that.
Yeah, because from what we understand, he spends basically all day and night online or coding, and then sleeping during the day. And he's mentioned that he's trained his kids to kind of sleep during the day and be up at night. But if they're up at night with him, he's on the computer. So what kind of interaction is that with your father? So that's, to me, horrifying. So first major takeaway, JF's baby mamas would not
and call CPS on him and don't have a child with him if you think he is mistreating his children.
How many,
he's retarded.
Brianna Wu Hyperbimbo sent $2 on Rumble. But would you let your hypothetical adult daughter date or be inseminated by JF? Are we saying he is totally innocent of all the allegations?
Oh, yeah, I had documents.
Is JF really blameless for this situation?
Yeah, I had those.
So he had 3 wives, right?
No, of course he isn't. I'm sure JF has a kind of a weird home life. Probably, I believe it.
Yeah, he had a son.
But at the end of the day, it
the
couldn't be
woman
that
who was
bad
married to in
if
North
she still
Carolina.
decided to have his child.
And then a daughter.
I don't
too,
believe
right?
it was that bad that they couldn't
After
speak,
he
were
left
shitting
North
everywhere,
Carolina,
were
he
just
went back to
unclean,
Quebec,
and she still
and
decided
he
to have his
met
child.
a woman online
That's just
and had a daughter with her.
Okay. Just want to make sure that so there's those 2 kids, your child, and then the 2 that he has. So the only child he has contact with is the 2 with the missing mother.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What? Oh my God, my mic.
Okay,
what
continue on, Holly. Sorry.
What did I miss here, House?
Oh, they were just talking about JF's kids some more.
Jesus. Okay, just doing their end party thing here. Somebody in chat said Styx died. That'd be crazy. I don't think he died the day after the Killstream. But we did interview him yesterday, so check that out if you will. If you will. We have it recorded too, but by we I mean me. But I haven't posted it on its own, but it's on the stream. It should be about 2.5 hours in, I think, yesterday.
This comment here was about when you were talking about having preeclampsia.
Wait, Swan says she hates to admit it, but you're making good points. Like what? Like just throughout this? Well, yeah.
Now, Brianna Wu asked if you would let your daughter be JF. That is JF really blameless? And that's not what I've been saying. I don't think that's what you've been saying.
No,
it's just
not at all.
It couldn't really have been as bad as she describes if she still was willing to have a child with him and be with him for months.
Well, and then if it was that bad, then it's her fault for staying there. And she clearly could leave because she did leave. So I don't know. And that's not to say it might have been a really bad situation. Could have been. But the guy was always weird.
But I'm not gonna take her word for it from this interview. That's the whole point. It could be bad. It could not be. I don't know.
Well, they're not getting that over. That should be what's like. Again, I don't know. There are people who've talked about it more, but this has been a steady story on this fucking show for 2 years. So much so that it's got its own fucking memes and jokes, insider jokes on this show. And so, and I thought when I saw this, you see the title, JFGF Tells All. I was primed and ready to be like, whoa, this is golden here, right? And this is damning towards JF. And they said she said he used to beat her. And I beat Mama JF and all this stuff, right? But I actually listened to it, and so far I'm not feeling that.
Support saying we're really sorry.
And maybe that'll change, and if you ask if I would want my daughter dating JF or if I could stop her, would I stop her? Well, I know I would not, and yes, I would, but that's not what we're that's not what we're talking about here, right?
We had to go through that. Yeah, there was a lot of comments about that. So everyone in the chat really does feel awful that you had to go through that and then have it exacerbated by a lovely partner.
Thanks.
Comment, good move not giving JF any leverage. That would be during the birth certificate conversation. So good for you for doing that and digging your heels in and standing your ground.
That's I don't think part. Don't give him leverage.
I don't ever hear somebody left them off the birth certificate so they would have more leverage in court. A female did that and think, that's a good thing.
Brianna Wu Hyperbimbo sent $1 on Rumble. Well, I'm sure Mama JF could corroborate what's true about this story, but unfortunately she has been silenced by the subject of this discussion.
Well, it is kind of convenient that she could give a yay or nay on a lot of these details, but she just so happens to be not here anymore, House. What do you say to that point?
Yeah, but she's also not the only woman JF has ever.
Well, maybe the other one's got the message, right? Like, if you know what I mean, you take one of them down, and the rest of them are kind of like, maybe I'll leave this guy alone now. Maybe they didn't get the message though. We're listening to this lady here.
That's
the other thing.
If she disappears in the next few months and is never heard from again, we'll know what's up.
Exacerbated, yeah.
Brianna Wu Hyperbimbo sent $1 on Rumble. Exacerbated.
Yeah, I'm not going for that one.
Talking about how
she sure exacerbated JF.
Women, that's his normal pattern of behavior. Going back to the queue of women. So,
and when we were together, I asked him, I was like, do you have a queue of women waiting if something happens between us? And he was like, oh no, I'll never be with another woman after you. You're the one, you're special.
God, it's so gross.
And I believed
him. Then just say stuff like,
and I believe him.
And you believed him. Yeah, that's the part. That's the part that gets you. That's why they do it.
Also, maybe he really did think that at the time. I mean, he probably not.
Probably.
But I mean, sometimes, maybe you do feel that way at the moment, and then a bitch changes your mind.
Damn.
I know.
No, I don't think he actually felt that way though. No, but.
Of course, kind of. We have all everybody watching has eaten somebody's bullshit because it makes us feel better about our situation. So that's terrible though.
Okay,
so
they were talking about the birth certificate. JF doesn't strike me as a guy who would have been this big on government documentation of having his name on the birth certificate because he's such an edgy guy and anti-government.
No, that's the one thing.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
Wrong. Not when it comes to procreation.
Passionate.
He wants to have his child in his life.
Yes.
Oh, he's such an edgy guy.
This is all the birth certificate conversation. Jeff sounds like the issue is ownership.
This yogurt's
That's what he
frozen
wanted
solid.
to name.
Sorry.
And that's from Tom C2. That's his personal opinion.
Yeah.
And then there was the, oh, damn, you're interviewing his ex? Yeah, we are. Then there's a question here. I think I don't know if you've answered already, but what was JF's appeal?
Well, I have autism and he claims that he has autism. So we kind of bonded over that. And I like that he was intelligent.
For the record, I think he does have autism.
Well, he does. Listen, I mean,
He's
I
always
would not
fun.
hate on him. Like people,
Yeah.
I think some people think I'm just like I've got like I don't know, tunnel vision. I just
What?
hate this guy. No. He inserted himself into our stream. First of all, we were just looking at the case very lightly. One time, we would have never talked about this guy again after that day if he had not inserted himself into the comments and started to fucking, make it into something it didn't need to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the
Yeah,
more I
why
looked at
didn't
it,
he
and the
just
more I
let
looked
us
at
say
everything, I
that
just
he
thought
killed his own
the
wife?
way you talk about Alora is disgusting, and the fact that you don't care where the mother of your children is, and that's my obsession. That's my obsession. I want to find the truth out for Alora and for her kids, but also to protect other women. Like, and he just keeps putting himself out there and talking about how he needs to mate with people and spread his semen all over. He needs to stop. He needs a vasectomy.
You know, when I was with him,
Bro, you're
No,
just
he
making
can't
him
stop.
more
He won't
appealing
stop.
for other women.
his love for me will win out. He'll let go of all that stuff and just realize that it's silly, but
yeah, but you
It's
should
not
be
silly.
loved like that. So it's not too silly. He's the fucking
You're
idiot.
the mother of
And
his
he
child.
did lose a
That's
really great
silly.
woman.
So that actually is a good segue to Mr. Scott Awesome sent us a Rumble rant
This is all his fault.
that says, this JF series was not my fault.
Yeah, it was all your fault.
Scott,
You literally started it.
Mr. Scott Awesome. Yes, it
Your
is.
fault.
So 10 out of 10. Are you taller than JF? I think we saw
a lot.
Sure.
How tall are you?
Well, I'm actually 5'5".
What? How do you look so
But
tall in these pictures?
I had heels
No.
on.
Oh.
So how tall do you think he is in real life?
He says
Not what he says. No. I knew that was weird. Stop with that. Man, you guys gotta stop. No, but how tall do you think he is?
About my height.
See these little fuckers. They're all little fuckers.
So
Okay.
this is
Oh, the fat bitch can call other men fuck.
This is not what you want, Alice, man. God, I'm beating a dead horse, so to speak, no pun intended. And that's not what you want to do.
So 10 out of 10, I don't blame you for never finishing.
You gonna talk about how big or not big his dick is next? Like what? That's where this is headed. Like
shows because very few people can.
Yeah.
Well, I've tried.
You want people feeling sympathy for this lady. What in the fuck? This does not engender sympathy.
Have people who watch.
You should be having a more serious tone. And she should be emotional. Maybe a little tear or two. We can't even see her, so she can get emotional. Whatever.
For us and take notes and then give us the notes because we can't stand him.
Female.
True. Then when we were talking about the house, when you first showed up, the comment is he a freaking moron? There were children in that house.
You know what? A female PPP, it's the same style. You know, I saw they favorited a comment that said the casino is going to love this or whatever the fuck. Well, I'm sure they might. And I'm glad that
bitches probably love the Kiwi folks.
That's what somebody in chat said. Yeah. She's the female PPP. Does kind of have that flavor now that you mention it. I'm not even trying to be critical, but or like for no reason. I am trying to be critical. But yeah, they might like it. They kind of have a similar style. It's not really convincing anybody except the hardcore partisans. Anyway.
We thought the same thing.
That's why we posted that video. It wasn't because we're not making fun. Listen, if you're poor, right? Like if you're poor, we get it. That's fine. That part's fine. He sits there and says like, I'm this big, I'm a provider. And that's where I'm like, oh, okay, let's look at what you're providing. Yeah. But
well, and one of the ways that he won me over before I went to Canada was he told me that he made like $7,000 or $8,000 a month, and he started love bombing me with money. Like he would send me
Okay, well that's
And
a
it
bad
worked.
comment on your character. Yeah, it worked.
Okay, the way you just said that sounded real gold diggery. I'm not gonna lie, but when you told me that,
Yeah, exactly.
you said you liked the fact that he was secure financially.
Yeah.
You were but it wasn't. You weren't literally gold digging. That wasn't actually.
No, he just made me think, oh, he
No,
can
she
take
wasn't.
care of a family. And he's like, I can take care of you for the rest of your life.
Right.
But
You
as
see,
the
he knows all the things to
relationship
say.
progressed, he started contradicting that. Like,
No shit.
you know, I would ask him questions about like adult things we need to deal with. Like, how about a life insurance policy? So I'm taken care of when you die of a heart attack from.
She was gonna kill JF. That's the
Yeah,
the
he sussed that out, didn't he, House? He's like, I don't think so. Get a life insurance policy. That would honestly set me back a little bit too in terms of mentality. Be like, this bitch wants me to go. A life insurance policy? How long we've been together? Something you say like 5-10 years together. Even then, needs to be brought up delicately.
Being fat, you know, and he's like, he say he doesn't believe in life insurance policies.
Oh, but he believes in birth certificate. He believes in everything.
Well, those are two very different things.
Mama JF
Mama
sent
JF!
$10. I hope any future uterus who finds herself ensnared in JF's insemination game don't pay too close attention. If you pay too close attention, yeah. You go, big bye. You go bye-bye.
Many don't. Many don't. They don't find it to be uplifting. But I've paid attention. That's the thing. I really have paid attention. Not to everything. And there's people that have paid a hell of a lot more attention than I have. And they're dead. Okay? They go bye-bye. They're not here to really give their thoughts. Because they paid real close attention to do that at your own risk. But that's where we're at, folks. Enjoy it. I'm doing a podcast with Logan Paul tomorrow. We're all here. Everything's coming. The devil is real, and he's the only one who loves you. So sit in that chair. Grab a Burger King cup. Fill it with ice. Fill it with cheap wine. And drink yourself till you feel warm and fuzzy and staring at that fire. And if anybody tries to puncture your bubble with even the slightest hint of reality, kill them. And if you don't want to do that, just smile, and they won't know what you mean. Just say, hey. Somebody brings up something, you go, hey, man, life in the big city. And close your eyes. And that's it. Okay? And that's a true victory in these times. Also, you know, maybe get a Casper mattress. People say that they're good. Hopefully they come on board pretty soon. Because if there's anything that we advocate, it's sleeping. TimDillonComedy.com if you want to see me live. It is more upbeat. I am more upbeat live. Mm-hmm. It's funnier. Although this was kind of funny. You know, to a certain crew, to a certain crowd. Sure, it's funny. I enjoy it. Got to do what you love.
Mm-hmm. Do what you love.
All I am is the guy that's walking around going, bring out your dead. That's all I am here. I'm just the modern version of the guy ringing the bell.
Mama JF, save her. That's silly, I think. But
You did send me a video. I think we should just real quick while we're getting into this.
Oh, we've
You
got
sent me a
one more.
video. Oh, okay,
Just
sorry.
a couple more. So when you were talking about sleeping in that horrible room, the chat lit up. You are 100% right. Maybe not asbestos, but definitely that pink
probably not asbestos. I don't think they allow that anymore.
Fibers do cause breathing problems, emphysema, asthma.
Yeah, probably.
And then of course, no vapor barrier. That's disgusting. That's one thing we noticed in the video. And then the final comment here about that was concern about the insemination schedule overrides smears breathing issues. Fuck up.
Yeah, it does. Good.
This dude really had an insemination schedule. House, I totally believe that.
Yeah, probably.
But
I mean, he talks about it all the time.
Yeah, I know he talks about this shit. Did she think he was joking? Like I never did.
Good comments, chat. Okay, sorry. All right, can I go now?
Yeah, now go ahead.
Okay,
And
sorry.
store up some
I
more
just want to make
information.
sure. I feel like I'm panicking a little bit because I'm like, I don't want her baby to need
Hit
it. Not right
likes
now.
are free.
Because it's newborn, so I don't know how long we're gonna have her.
Mhm.
So you were saying you did tell me that JF
As
did
long
have
as you want her, but
one weird habit. What does he do in the night? And you did send me a video, and I'm gonna
one
show
weird
that
habit. I'm
video
sure he has
after
more
you
than that.
Explain. I want you to. You don't just tell us what his habit was. Is weird, right?
So a lot of nights he would like wake up in the night and go cook himself a meal in the kitchen. And he reminded me, like, if you've ever seen Charlotte's Web, if you've seen the scene where Templeton the rat goes to the fair and eats everything, that was JF in the kitchen at night.
Rolling around, drooling.
That's terrible.
Oh, what a monster!
And he had no shame about it. I can't
Well,
believe it. You know what? I did.
He had no shame about it. Swan said they weren't like the casino facts because they're not screaming and laughing. Yeah, no, they don't do that necessarily as much as they do, but it has that edge, I guess. I don't know. I'm not saying they're as evil as I'm not even calling them evil. I just don't like the packaging here.
Is it here?
And there would be dirty dishes everywhere for me to clean up.
Oh, that's so disrespectful. So he did like to pig out and gorge on food. Did he have good eating habits? So like he liked vegetables and stuff, did he not? I forgot the video. Sorry.
At one point he like made a little bit of an effort to lose weight, but it didn't stick.
That's okay. What about the kids? Did he feed them really well or like good food?
No.
No.
They eat like McDonald's
come
and
on.
buttered noodles, and he buys them those. The boy won't eat meat and stuff, so he buys them the Haribo gummies, and he's like, I was like, those aren't healthy, and he goes, they have protein in them.
What?
Oh
Yes.
my
He doesn't actually think that. So he thinks that. Does he?
They
actually
are
think
good.
that?
The
Does he act-
Haribo gummies. Damn, I kind of want some now, House. You ever had those?
They are German, of course. I had them.
I didn't know they were German.
Yes,
Fuck.
Haribo's German.
They're the best.
Yeah.
Actually think that
Fuck,
that's
I never
good
knew
source of
that.
protein? Is he serious?
Yes.
Well,
I'm about
he
to see if I can get
presented it to me as like a serious thing.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
Wait, what was the name? Hold on,
My
wait.
God.
Okay, wait.
Well, he presented.
Wait.
It's like those aren't healthy, and he goes, they have protein in them.
They do.
What?
Oh
Yes.
my
He doesn't actually think
God.
that. So he thinks that. Does he actually think that? Does he actually
German
think
engineered
that
it. It's very good.
good source of protein? Is he serious?
They're not that unhealthy, I don't think.
Well, he presented
Oh, they're
it
pretty
to me as
Well,
like
I mean,
a serious thing.
Yeah, if you eat the whole bag, which I mean, usually you do, but like,
What the fuck is wrong with him? My God. Speaking of gummies.
Hey guys, Maynard.
What in the world?
Little Bit sent $3 as a group of cave trolls joined together to form a plan to eat Jeff.
He looks like he is eating some midnight snacks for sure. What were we just subjected to here? That appears to be some midget fondling his asshole.
Brianna Wu Hyperbimbo sent $1 on Rumble. Gelatin is all protein. Are we going to listen to this whole thing?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Should it be the whole thing? I figured a good
Fuck is that? What?
I don't know why there's a midget fondling his asshole. See, there's some questionable creative decisions here is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
X-nay on this too. Could you bitches could have consulted with me before you did this? Like
What is happening? Yeah, this is gonna be the video that puts JF in jail. This is gonna be the one.
We've totally lost the plot at this point. This should have been, if you're anti-JF, which I don't think I would ever necessarily say that. We have a grudge here, and I think there's some definite questions about Mama JF for sure. But if you wanted to strike a blow against him, or even kind of maybe break that open if you thought there was some nefarious stuff going on. You would want this to hit hard, not like a comedy bit, like an A-log production.
Yeah.
You would want it'd be like a house of cards. You want to knock one of his foundational cards out right here with this one. That's not happening.
Father.
Why?
What in the fuck was that?
What the fuck? Was that a super chat?
Why is that? That's not funny. That's just disturbing.
That's kind of out of nowhere.
Yes. You talk about breaking immersion in the story. Chat, tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think I am. I don't think I've been wrong with any of this. And it may be repetitive, but I just think it bears repeating, honestly.
Sorry, Holly. I had to do it because Holly
Why?
really hates it, and I love it. Okay, so back to the questions, Holly. You got me all distracted now. Let's get back to the Allura part. All right. So
She cutting a piece of
now
pie
we
over
know
here?
that
What's
it's
going
all
on?
disgusting. We know your reaction, and everything. That's got to be a lot. So
They did clip, by the way, I feel bad because they clipped a segment that we did on the Killstream about this. And I was super hyped to play this, but it's not personal. I know I've made a couple of jokes that maybe they wouldn't like, but
we're going to lean a bit into the Laura. So when you got to the home, was there any items that clearly belonged to Allura in the home?
Yeah, her wardrobe, her clothes and everything was in the closet, and it looked like she was still living there. It had
Weird.
never been touched.
So when he said he took 3 days off, 3 days off to clean the house and get rid of all her stuff, that's a lie.
I think so.
Well, obviously, if your clothes are still there and everything's there, what a fucking weirdo, too.
Yeah.
What a weirdo to invite you in the home like that. Okay.
I mean,
so
it could have
that's
been
uncomfortable.
one of the other women he had sex with doing it.
What did? Okay, sorry.
Did she confirm it was Mama
There was
JF's
cameras in the pictures, in the photos that we have.
Knobstock says you think she cuts a pie. She doesn't waste time with simple measures like that. No, she's going whole pie. Yeah, just takes a bite out of the side of the pie.
Cameras in the living room and a camera in the bedroom, right? Yeah. You were aware of these cameras. Now, did JF tell you why those cameras were there?
He said they were there because Allura was crazy and he was afraid she was going to kidnap the children. And I was like, why would anyone kidnap those two?
Okay. Well, I mean, while it wouldn't be kidnapping her kids, like he's a fucking weirdo.
That's crazy.
But-
Why would anybody kidnap those two? So she's slamming the kids, is she?
Yeah, what the fuck? That's like the Sargon defense. I
He's
wouldn't
saying,
even kidnap
yeah, she's saying nobody would kidnap your retarded kids. She just earlier said she didn't mind them because she had worked with special ed.
Is it even confirmed that they're special ed? You're just calling his children retarded?
That's crazy.
That's not good. Don't do that.
I mean, you can do it, but again, another optics disaster.
Actually, that house is tiny.
He gives words his own definition, like kidnapping and
right.
stealing.
You're a kidnapper right now. You're a
he
kidnapper
says
right
I
now.
stole Bitcoin.
I consider, I don't know if I would call it kidnapping, but she straight up just took his kid away, and I've had that happen. And yeah, you can fight it, but particularly if you maybe have another kid somewhere else, it's gonna take a lot, and all this travel. Like it's doable, but it's also like a really uphill battle. So yeah, I consider that pretty fucked up. Now she was from America. He knew that the whole time too. So yeah, there's that. But I believe she probably did say she was gonna love him forever and build a family and all this stuff, and then changed her mind. So
well,
which I mean, she has that right to do that, but
talk about
maybe
what
don't
I did.
get
He
pregnant.
gave,
yeah, exactly. She put herself in
change
that.
your mind.
Yeah, yes.
Maybe don't just then not put him on the
Bitcoin,
birth
and then
certificate of both
when
of
I
your
didn't-
child.
Yeah, I'm not hearing any. Yeah, I should have done this, and I knew that, and She did say at the beginning, well, I still care for him. I'm not hearing a lot of care, to be honest, but not hearing.
I did everything correct.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not hearing a lot of accountability. Any
His name
really.
on the birth certificate, he asked for the Bitcoin back, and I
What an
said,
idiot.
Amalek,
no,
what's
I'm not
up?
giving it back to you.
Yeah, because you already know he's not going to pay child support. He's made that.
Wait. Well, why would he pay child
Wait,
support?
wait, she actually did take the Bitcoin?
Yeah, I want to go back.
What?
Let's go back. First off, if she didn't put him on the birth certificate, if she didn't,
He doesn't have to pay child support.
The one who took my kid, and again, I'm not even trying to go at her, but I relate to some of the stuff that's happening here. You know, I don't pay child support for that. Like
She stole his money because he wasn't going to pay child support for the child that she isn't even acknowledging is his?
A lawyer will tell you not to pay child support. Literally, a lawyer told me that.
He doesn't have to. He's not on the birth certificate.
Well, yeah, I mean, in my case, I was on the birth certificate and still am, but like, yeah, so that's why it's a little bit different with me. But even with me, they said you're not going to get credit because they could go at any time and get a child support order, right? And they said, well, if that happens, you're not going to get any credit because it's like a 2-year back pay they can get on you. They said, well, you're not going to get any credit for anything you gave them because there was no order. Doesn't matter. So don't pay until there's some type of order. And if there never is and you don't get visitation, then okay, whatever. That's yeah, it's fucked up. It's totally fucked up. Believe me. But still, I'm not going to volunteer any fucking payments since they made that decision. That's the only good, quote unquote, and that's not even good because I, would rather have it the other way. But no, I'm not gonna send some fucking money. Fuck off. That's crazy.
Bitcoin, and then when I didn't put his name on the birth certificate, he asked for the Bitcoin back, and
okay, why would?
I said no, I'm not giving it back to you.
Yeah, because you already know he's not going to pay child support. He's made that abundantly clear on other.
He doesn't have to.
For years. He will.
You want him to pay child support? Put him on the birth certificate,
okay,
right?
That's crazy. So, question.
This is
really
psychotic.
Did the kids ever mention Alora to you? Did they ever talk about?
Yeah, I would. Like I said, I'm on a birth certificate and don't pay child support because they made the decision that they wanted to try to keep me away and they had a loophole to do it, and that's their right. They didn't break any laws. That's true. There was no laws broken with what they did. And since I got kids on both sides of the fucking map, literally the United States, California, New York, it's like, okay, yeah, it's kind of a tough situation, but yeah, I'm not volunteering anything. I don't blame him for doing the same thing.
Did they ever say mommy or anything?
The boy's not capable. He doesn't know what a mom is, even, or
he was just 10 months, right? When
return Bitcoin. Return Bitcoin. I agree. I don't think that's right either. Since she made him feel one way, got the Bitcoin, and then she felt another and kept the money. I mean, that's just outright thievery. And they weren't married either. I don't think. I don't understand how you can blow this so badly that I'm becoming militantly defensive of JF. We're not even halfway through this fully. Close, but
also good job admitting that you took the Bitcoin.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said that. I would not have said that.
His own name, hardly. The girl.
I don't know. A woman decides they want to take your kid. That's bad enough. And yeah, you can fight them. But like I said, particularly if you're stretched pretty thin, a lot of times, unfortunately, maybe just to preserve what you got going on, you might just have to let that go and hope to catch up with them down the road. And that's fucked up, but that's just life. And so that's a tough thing to swallow. For sure. But for them to think they're still owed anything after that, after they made that decision, is fucking crazy. At least have the dignity to go the fuck away and leave somebody the fuck alone after that. And you're not doing the fucking drama circuit. No, I don't like this.
JF, so the girl started calling me mama right away. And JF said, oh, she wanted to
mama,
do that.
As in Mama JF?
No, just like
mama. That's so
as
weird.
in her mother.
What a
and
bro! Like,
you
right away.
Yeah, and JF said, oh, she likes you. She wants to call you that, but I kind of wonder if he put her up to it.
What a fucking weirdo. That's weird. And he was fine with that. He didn't think there was any boundary issues. Like,
Oh, you're just assuming. You don't even know.
No, he was like, "You're their mom now."
That's crazy.
Call him a weirdo for your assumption.
Did JF ever give you like a warning? Like, did he ever say, "Okay, listen, so Laura's like, she's obviously taken off. I don't think she'll ever come back. But if she does, this is what we're gonna do."
Nope.
That's weird. See, because I feel like any normal person in that situation would have had a plan. Like, you know, because she could have returned, right?
Halfway decent question, but I don't know that would need to be volunteered with her, unless she asked specifically about it. If you know what I mean. But that's a okay question. I'll give it a little credit there. But
if that was really, if she really just ran away, I did want to show you this video here. I think.
Oh, right before you do that, we did get a $10 Rumble rant.
Thank you.
From Swampy Boy. Shout out to the Wine Ants, Andy, PPP, and the casino.
I'm starting
fuck off.
Starting to see the problem here.
For IP Mama JF.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna play this video, where JF's talking about Allura. I don't remember where I was going with this question. I'll ask you the question after we watch it, just because I can't remember what the question was.
So let's see. Oh, and here's a question. I think you are
not that one. It's this one.
Left. Like how are things emotionally in the house?
Oh, it was always a good relationship between her and I, and so things were not different. She had already left for trips like this, so it was not the first time, and it was something that she was planning many weeks in advance. I remember in the last month before she went, we constantly went at Canadian Tire and other places because she wanted some stuff for her trip. She wanted a little seat for the forest. She wanted a knife. She wanted this and that. So we were shopping a lot, and she was really intentional about this trip.
Okay, so that's what he told us about Allura's disappearance. And he says in there that she's done this.
Press 1 if he killed Mama JF. Press 1 if JF killed Mama JF. Press 2 if he didn't.
He told you that she had gone on these trips before?
Trips like going away, running away from him.
Yeah. Well, okay. So he said that she ran away from him. He didn't say they're like planned adventures of hippiness.
No.
Okay. Can I ask what he told you about the experience? I know you're like partying.
And by the way, you can believe he killed her and still not like the framing of this. These are two separate questions. That doesn't mean you can have that opinion. I think a lot of people do have that opinion.
We got to get it in. What did he tell you? Everybody that's watching, get ready. You're about to fucking get upset. What did he tell you about?
Yeah. Here we go.
You actually just tell us about that drive. Tell us about that drive, and then you can tell us about what he told you about where she went. If you don't mind. So when you were driving,
she went to go live at a farm upstate,
Alberta. You'd been here now. This is your second trip here, right? Or
little bit.
Little Bit sent $3. Shout out to the obese pedophile and the also fat but smaller man child pedophile who cross-dresses casino stays winning felted let's go etc.
Yeah, shout out.
And it's late at night. You're driving down a rural road.
Yeah.
With this man that you kind of still getting to know.
Right.
And he decides this is a good moment to tell you what.
He said, like, it was silent, it was really eerie. Out of nowhere, he's like, I used to beat Allura.
He used to beat Allura.
Yes.
And okay, what did you fucking do? Like, is that terrifying?
I acted calm.
And did you say how or why or?
I did start asking questions.
Well,
I was like, well, how often, how hard? And he said as hard as he could, at least once a week. I think more than that.
So he admits to you, driving down a rural road at night, that he beat Allura severely at least once a week.
Yeah.
Did he tell you why? Though, like, what? Like, was it just like, hey, it's Tuesday, time to get your fucking beat on? Like, what was the reason?
Get your beat on!
He said because she would call him a pedophile.
Get up!
If you're thinking I'm straight, then you better think twice.
And he let them calm down.
The throne is gone!
So he explained he would beat her like that. And I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, I knew you'd understand.
What a fucking creep.
And
What a
he
fucking
said,
creep.
he's like, I had to do that. I had no
Stop
choice. And
interrupting.
at
What
that
the
moment,
fuck?
I was like, oh, he killed her. Because I think he was telling me that to test my reaction to that. And the next thing he was going to do was tell me he killed her and be like, I had no choice. That's what I had to do.
Holy fuck. I'm so glad that you got away because that is terrifying. I do believe he was testing the waters. That to me seems like it. I mean, I've done that, but not with murder and not with missing people, but I've admitted, like, you know, some shit you're not proud of with your new partner and you're like,
He was
you
testing the
you
waters
test the
for
water, right?
beating
You
her
say
up.
something without going full
What?
fucking crazy. So, okay,
Well, I
so that is
wouldn't-
really upsetting. So everybody in the chat.
If I killed somebody, I definitely wouldn't tell anybody else about it. I don't know. I could.
I test the waters first.
That's just me. If I killed somebody, I wouldn't tell anybody else. Unless I was, you know, really in desperate need of their help to get away with the murder. Would probably be the only reason to tell them.
To beating her repeatedly because she constantly called him a pedophile.
Yeah.
And this pedophile stuff, she'd been doing that for years. That wasn't something new. She did that back when his dad died.
Yeah, at his dad's funeral, he was looking at his niece, and I guess Alora started saying he was a pedophile because of the way he was looking at her.
That's
and
yeah,
he
but
had to
maybe
leave. They had to go
we
back
don't
to
know
his
why
mom's
Alora
house.
felt like that.
No.
Yeah, but she's crazy.
But so that
She also
that's-
said no
that's
white
a few years
guilt.
ago, so
Fucking.
she'd been doing this.
If a
She
man
knew-
did that
she
to
knew,
you, you know, you'd
obviously,
smack
his
him upside the
reaction.
head.
Yeah.
It's kind of a crazy story.
Yeah, a little
Hey,
bit.
your niece
I
is
mean,
looking at you kind of funny. Are you a pedophile? Bam.
you know, if it was a normal person calling him that, I would be thinking, oh, maybe he was being a lech or whatever. But Mama Jeff says some pretty wild shit.
Now, so when I was thinking about that, I was thinking, okay, well, what the fuck, Alora? If you thought this, why would you leave, right? So you and I were talking, and you told me that he said that Alora had gone the trip before, the last time she left, when she reappeared on the stream, before she finally disappeared. He told you what? Where did she go?
Alora went to a shelter for battered women, I think in Montreal, and she got kicked out because there was like a trans person there, and I think it was a man that turned into a woman, and she was like, you're not a real woman, so they kicked her
Yeah,
out.
I would freak out at that.
Just hold on. I need everybody
What?
to hear this. So
Did you hear
Wait,
so
they
Alora's
kicked her out
escaped.
because she didn't want the tranny there in the
Yeah.
battered women's shelter?
Yeah, listen.
Kicked
Damn,
out because
that's fucked up.
Alora went to a shelter for battered women, I think in Montreal, and she
Why wasn't this? So she's saying while she was with JF, I guess. See, these. If true, that's a pretty big reveal. House. Why wasn't this featured? We're an hour into this shit. And that sounds exactly like Mama JF, I have to say. So
kicked
Yeah, but how
out
does she-
because there was like a
JF
trans person there, and I think it was a man that turned into
Yeah.
a woman, and she was like, you're not a real woman, so they kicked her out.
Just hold
Please
on.
come
I
up
just
here.
need everybody
she
to
was
hear
right.
this. So okay. so
Imagine
Alora
if she
escaped.
died because she just couldn't hang with the trannies at the fucking.
Yeah, but how does she know
shelter.
about the story? Is this also something JF told her?
Well, I'm assuming. How else would she know? But
Well, she didn't clarify. She just
no, she didn't really. You're right.
told the
It
story.
should have been clarified. Yes,
Hey,
agreed.
she had to leave without the kids because he had cameras in the house. So she had no choice. She had no choice. She had to leave the kids. She goes to a women's shelter. She goes to Montreal where she knows, you know, she has a little bit of a base of support there. I think that's why she would have picked Montreal. She goes there and then the woke politics,
Mm.
caused her to get kicked out of a woman's shelter because a man with a skirt on took priority. His feelings took priority.
Feelings
over
took
a woman
priority.
that's actually. So if Alora does turn up dead, that fucking women's shelter.
I mean,
you
how could
guys,
she be
you're on,
alive
just
now?
put it- you're on alert now because you're gonna have to answer to that. There, if that is true, that is absolutely
Yeah,
fucked.
if that is true.
And,
If.
and I love that
That's
you.
a big
I
if.
appreciate that you told us this because I think it would be really hard for.
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
If it was me, it would be hard for me to admit that he'd said these things
Yeah.
because it did put you in
You
a
can
bad
make up
spot.
whatever you
Fuck
want
you,
about
JF,
Mama
for putting
Dave.
her,
Nobody's there
10
to
out of 10 in that
corroborate
spot
it.
too. That's so disrespectful on so many levels.
Yeah, and it's like I'm gonna have to go to therapy now. But like in
Yeah.
my mind, I compartmentalize the stuff he would do.
Yeah, you had to probably.
Yeah, and because like there was a side of him I thought was in love with me, and like
Well, he wouldn't have been all that bad. He would have, like he couldn't be all evil. I understand that you fell for him, and I do believe he probably
Yeah.
has some charm or something that he does. So
Yeah.
that's really fucked, though.
And we did get just another Rumble rant.
Okay.
So from Von D.
Speaking
33,
of Rumble rants, we're going for those two. We're going for 281 in a row. PowerChat.live/The Rap Retort. Rumble rants, Rumble subs, Rumble gifted subs. $ Sunset Squad over on Cash App. We are 29% of the way there so far. Plenty of show left. Yes, this has been the main topic and is going to be the main topic no matter how long we go. But we do have other things to talk about too. But is Hyper still here? They're like, are you gonna go over the whole thing? I don't know about every single minute, but this has been a thing we've talked about for a while. There probably will be a portion because it's pretty long. Yeah, I don't know about the whole 2 hours, 20 minutes. We might. Tweety, what's up?
Dialogic gifted 1 subscription on Rumble.
Thank you so much. Good to see you. Woo!
Tweet Dialogic gifted 1 subscription on Rumble.
That's Ric Flair, the nature boy. Rolls out whenever you throw subs, so thank you for that. I don't know. It depends on what the chat wants to. If they want to keep going on a long haul, or they want to fast forward at a certain point.
Thank you again, Bondi, for supporting.
Fondy's our sugar daddy.
Yeah. So for $10, he said, I'm going to match the Rumble rant. Fuck JF, that greasy parasite running a cult of one.
Yeah. Thank you. Fondy.
Again, this shouldn't be taken really as a defense of JF. That's not.
I have a question. Okay, so
that's not what I'm doing here. I just
think
this could be so much more powerful, and they're kind of leaving it on the field in a bad way. Like they're in they had the ball already in the red zone when this started, and they've been going backwards down the field, to use a football analogy, instead of going towards the end zone. And now they're back behind behind the 50-yard line in their own territory, in my opinion. So, I already know, Kyler. I mean, if you want that type of coverage, you know where to go. But they're gonna seal clap and act like this is the fucking greatest thing ever. Oh my god! And there have been a couple reveals.
The craziest JF expose ever.
Yeah. And by the way, there have been some, notable reveals, and some other ones, if they're true, are super notable. But we're 50 minutes in, and there's been like 2 or 3, and they haven't been the focus, the fluff. You know what I mean? The side question, the side shit, instead of the focus.
She's been fluffing us as much as she's been fluffing JF.
Yes, probably more actually, but
JF was going to go to the States with the kids and you, right? That at some point that was going to happen. That was the plan.
So the first time I went to Canada to meet him, my plan was only to stay for 2 weeks, and he was going to drive me back to the U.S.
Right.
And so we packed everything up and drove to the border of New Brunswick and Maine.
Okay.
Hit like they're free.
We tried to cross, and when we tried to drive through, they told us we were going to have to pull over and go into the building.
So they'd like get questioned or whatever.
Anonymous sent $10 a scene from the episode of that Law and Order episode that they did on Gamergate popped up in my feed the other day.
Justice system.
That was a classic episode.
It was a classic. It's true. I should be getting
and
royalties.
we are not even 50% to the goal, guys. Shame.
I should be getting royalties off that episode, actually.
Real.
Yeah, and they ended up.
This is ridiculous, man.
Interrogating him for 8 hours.
Holy fuck!
Oh shoot!
So but you were stuck with the kids, right? The whole time, or what?
Yes, and they were screaming.
No shit.
It was terrible.
Gamer Gators never die; they just level up. That's right.
I think amazing, and it makes me wonder what Border Patrol knows.
Let's move on to the next level
about the whole situation that our same people here are not really focused on.
So while they were interrogating him, they sent one agent over to talk to me, and At one point, one of them who was talking to JF turns to me and he's like, "Do you know about his history? Do you
Oh
know
wait,
about his
wait, House,
record?"
wait.
Why
Whoa!
are the
Gifted one
RCMP
subscription
not,
on
like-
Rumble.
Immediately.
So at that point, that is before the whole fucking he tells you he beat Alora.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
That
Okay.
was
So just so everybody's clear, that
2
was
weeks
before.
after I arrived in Canada for the first
Yeah,
time.
that was what he did. Well, shout out to the Maine Border Patrol people for not letting JF into the States and for trying to
Did
warn
they
you
really
even though you
not?
weren't ready to hear it. That's
Yeah.
what
Why
did your
wouldn't
mom
they?
say
What?
when you told her that part? Did she say anything? Was she freaked? She must have been flipping out.
Well, when they took our phones away for the
Right.
8 hours when they were interrogating
Oh,
him.
that's
and I got
crazy that
my
they didn't
phone.
let him in. Yeah, that is toxic. Somebody said it's toxic. That she said, does chat think I failed him? Yeah, I mean, who cares what chat thinks when it comes to your relationship with your dad? Of course, that's the main topic of their fucking stream. So
Back, my mom had called me like 20 times and left
Oh.
messages, and
What a
she thought he
topic,
killed
yeah.
me.
Oh my
Jesus.
God. That was
Poor
her
mom.
her reaction to you being missing was that he put you down.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Good
really
good
heavy.
Wow.
good instincts, Mom.
I got goosebumps.
so-
It makes me sad because I panic like that with my kids. But I mean, like that is terrifying. God damn it! Now it's gone foggy. Okay, so when you're in the U.S., so you came back or whatever. Now, when you were at the house, this is obviously the second trip back. Is when when did you return again?
In September of 2024. Yeah.
Okay. So you went there and you guys were hanging out at the house, just sort of like, I don't know, living, I guess. What were you doing there?
Surviving.
Really? That's fucked. I
Yeah.
can't believe you came back. Okay, so you came back and that's when you got pregnant.
Was he
Is
after
this
you
the
with a
trip?
gun?
No,
Were you
actually, I
starving?
didn't
Wait,
get
did you have to
pregnant
go through the
until
forest? Were you in the wilderness?
Yeah, I
What do you
don't-
mean
Right.
December,
Day
late
after.
December of 2024.
Okay, so you came back in December, or you came here in September 2024.
Right, and I
Um,
stayed until January of 2025.
Was that the plan for you to stay that long, or was it because
Yeah,
of chaos?
I was allowed to be in Canada for 6 months in a year, so I
Okay.
had been there 3 months
Okay.
earlier in the year, and then I was going to be there like another 3 months.
Chicken Chris on her
Okay.
camera.
And we just had a big thing from Fondy. Thank you so much. He gifted memberships to our Rumble channel.
That's so
One
nice.
is Femkazi.
We
you
love
got a
gifted
gift,
subs.
KV or JV. I always get that wrong.
She needs less submarine sandwiches.
Mr. Scott Awesome, even though he's the one that started all of this. So I just wanted to
Okay,
mention
that's
that.
so nice. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, Bondi. Okay, so what happened when were you guys planning to move when you guys? I know you moved. The move seemed sort of spontaneous to everybody else. But
Oh, and let
was
me
there a
add your
plan for
last
you
one
guys
in,
to move
actually,
right away?
H-Boat.
No.
So how?
Forgot.
Tell me what happened that day. Like child welfare and the police come to the house in O'Leary, PEI, knock on the door, and what happened?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm so
JF
jealous of
asked
Josh.
them, he's
man.
like, "Do I have to let
He got
you
all
in?"
these
And
hot bitches on his website,
I
like
know,
Rocky and
man.
Emily.
Just absolutely
Yeah, sheesh.
flooded with
He's
pussy.
selling out his
Sheesh.
entire dignity and reputation online for these two. Damn.
Yeah. Where's the body cam footage?
Yeah, where is the body cam footage?
The Ricada.
Where's the $5,000?
I know he owes me $5,000. I thought he was gonna get that body cam footage.
Yeah,
He
where's
told
the,
me
Where's the money?
he
Where's the money,
guaranteed
Josh?
live on the Killstream. He guaranteed he would get that footage. Well, we'll see.
he said yes. And they came in and they were looking around kind of
Underage child
horrified.
abductor, pedo.
And they started talking to us, and
Josh.
they were talking to me, and I don't know, something, I don't even remember exactly what was said on our part, but then the social worker was like, "The kids are so young," in like response to how he had moved me in so quickly.
Right. And did they meet the kids?
The kids were sleeping.
Oh, okay, so they didn't get to see their development or anything.
No, they were going to come back like Monday or something. I think
Monday.
it was a Friday night.
Right.
I think they're going to come back Monday.
Okay, so tell me how. So they leave. That's obviously stress is heightened at that point. What
Mhm.
happens? How does JF react? What happens? Like, because you guys left pretty quick.
Well, he started crying and he wanted to go upstairs with me, and we laid on the air mattress, and he
in the insulation room.
He
Real romantic, JF. Really?
he wrapped
romantic
himself
enough for
around me
her.
like a coiled snake
She
and was
had
crying.
his
Oh
baby.
God, that's so unattractive. Okay.
Oh my God.
Like fucking man up and figure out what you're gonna do. And then what happened? What was the, like? Did you make the plan? Like, we got to get out of here, or was that his idea?
No, like he decided pretty quickly that we needed to leave,
Right.
and he wanted me to pack everything up. And
Oh, that lucky
I
you!
mean
Look
that
at
I
you, just
could.
like so. And what did he do? Did he go out and was that when he got a new car or like swap the cars?
No, he didn't swap cars until
Okay.
I think May of this year, and
Oh,
I
okay,
was
okay.
already back in the US at that point. I haven't taken a ride in his minivan.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, so you guys, so you're gonna leave. He packs up. How many days is it till you guys are on the road to Quebec? Is it like a day or 2 days?
It was that night.
Oh, you guys. Oh, he didn't even take like a full day or two to pack. He was
No, just like a couple hours. He was like, "We have to
Okay.
leave now."
Guys,
And
everybody think about this in perspective. You know you have a weekend because the government's closed.
Grab your shit and go.
Wouldn't you? You would think you would at least take a day and pack your shit up a little bit. But
Organize
he was
yourself.
like, no, right now we're leaving. We're running away.
I mean, the government
Yeah.
could also just die.
True.
They could have
I don't
just
like
come
that
back
at
the
all.
next day.
I think he fucking freaked out because he did not want them anywhere in that property. Not just because of the kids. I think he is.
Yeah, but couldn't they just
because
go after
whatever
he
happened
left?
to Alora, and I think he was that
Mhm.
freaked him the fuck out. Because that's not a normal reaction.
Yeah,
that
but
just
wouldn't?
isn't. And if you've got
Yeah, I
nothing
mean,
to
look,
hide, you
that's
hide
not a
nothing.
normal
To
reaction.
live fully.
Well, it is a kind of a weird thing. I'll agree, but like, just because he left, I mean, they could still go on the property. I would think if they had a. I don't have to. Right, like they had a warrant or something, or like real cause to believe, like so and so's here. Let me look here, or I don't know.
So he goes.
I don't think leaving would prevent that.
You guys drive
Maybe
to
he just
Montreal
wanted
to
the
his
kids
mother's
out of the house.
Yeah,
house, right?
I mean the whole
Yeah.
thing's
Maybe he just
shady.
wanted
I just
to get
don't.
an epic experience.
Yes. He didn't tell her we were coming. He
Oh,
was
what
like,
a fucking! He's such an asshole all over
he,
the place.
he was like, he said, "My mom always takes me back."
Yeah,
I mean,
bet
yeah,
he does.
probably,
That's,
yeah.
see, he's such a self-centered fucking asshole.
Oh,
All right, so poor mom's now
Well,
bombarded
yeah.
with JF on the run from child welfare. You
Crying.
welcome to Montreal.
Mhm.
And the kids who are like, that has got because kids like that definitely need a routine and structure. So that would have been stressful for them.
Yeah.
And so how
Sorry, I
so how
clicked off
long
the
did it
screen.
take
Hey
for the
kids,
cops
we're
to
gonna
show up in
spend the
Quebec?
weekend at Grandma's. Oh no, this is so
Like a
stressful.
month.
I'm gonna die.
A month. I thought they came. Oh, so you guys
Yeah.
stayed at his mom's for a
This
month?
stressful experience for the kids.
Oh my god, his poor
Okay.
mother. Okay, I thought the cops showed up right away, and that was why people were freaking out. Okay, so about a month, and then wow. So they showed up, and what did they say?
They said they wanted to see the kids.
And that's you had
And
already gone to Alberta at that point, had you?
well, this was the first time when we
Okay,
were at
okay.
his mom's.
Right.
The cops came. They said they'd gotten a call from
How many
inside
kids does he have? I thought he had 2, and then this will be 3. I don't know for sure though. He's kind of on that Elon mindset.
house, and
Was that his mom? I think it was his mom.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
But
If you say the word felt it, I immediately suspect you have brain damage. By the way, I just want to say, if you say it unironically, let's put it that way.
so they came, and the police
Good
just
assumption,
looked
bro.
at the kids
Yeah, I'm just immediately looking sideways at you.
to make sure they were physically there. Like they didn't interact with them or anything.
Right.
And JF quickly started saying, "We have to go. We have to pack up." And he kind of bribed me to do it because I was so tired. I kind of wanted to go home.
Mm.
And he was like, "You know what? I'll take you to
You could
what
have
is
gone
that
home at
hotel
any
I told you
point. You
about?"
could have
Well, the
gone home
Fairmont.
from
He's here
fucking
to go to
Yeah,
the
the
Fairmont,
Montreal.
guys. She got to go to the
Yeah.
Fairmont Hot.
Yes.
Wow.
Very nice.
He was like, "Let's go to the Fairmont. You can go to the spa
Did anything,
there."
do anything by
And,
yourself? What,
you
because you're
know,
a
like,
woman?
I guess he was just trying to get me to stay so he could inseminate me. And,
He's
you
so
know,
disgusting. There's nothing
Oh, your
grosser, dude.
boyfriend
Watch
wants
the
to have
show.
sex with
he
you. What an
started
evil guy.
panicking. He's like, "You have to get your stuff packed right now." And I was really tired and just like, I don't know if I can do this. And so, like, within an hour, he said we have to leave within an hour. And we fled his mom's house and drove to the Fairmont in Tremblant or something. I don't know. The mountains.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, this
And
dogs
we
is
were kind of, I guess, hiding there.
Thank you.
And while we were there, I was stressed out. And he was like, you can go down to the spa. So I took advantage of that. And I went down and spent the whole day in the spa and
Of
ran up
course
like
you
a $1,000 bill for him.
Nice.
Nice.
Good.
Well, that's
What
good.
the fuck?
Bro,
So
this
when did
fucking
you
dumb
when
bitch,
did you guys decide to go to Alberta?
bro?
Nice.
While we were staying at that hotel and I was in the spa, he was in the hotel room, like, I guess, trying to figure out what to do. And he was like, I think I can, get away to Alberta or Saskatchewan. And, like, he was just, I guess it was a last ditch effort.
Right, because he just really didn't want Child Welfare to come talk to his kids.
Yeah. And I agreed to do it just because I was like, well, I kind of like to see Western Canada.
You're like, YOLO. Okay, well, that's fine.
Oh, that's
whatever,
right.
you
She
did.
just wanted to see the
Probably
scenery.
good because honestly, it probably made it safer for the kids to have somebody who's there who's
Yeah,
safe,
and
or not.
And again,
panicking
I'm not
and
even blaming her completely. The interviewer or the interviewee is dependent on the interviewer on how it's set up and how it's framed and all that stuff, especially if you just. And they're not just throwing stuff out there and letting her talk. They're they have an agenda that I just don't understand.
shit.
right, and I loved him, and I thought I was going to be with him, but
Right.
it's all very complicated.
No, of course.
I mean, this is
So you guys,
probably
okay,
pretty
so you take
damning
this
for
this
JF
long journey
for
to
a 35-year-old woman.
Yeah.
Alberta. What a pain in the ass, because that is a long trip. I know even just going through Ontario was a bitch.
Yes.
It's so long.
It's
So
a
you
lot.
get here. The first house he finds falls through, whatever, fine. You
Yeah.
find the second house. You don't have to say where, but just you found the second house. You
Mhm.
move in, and he leaves you. Is that what happens? He
Yes.
leaves you to go back and get his shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So that must have been great for you to be left with two special needs kids.
Yeah.
In a freezing house, in a
I
freezing province.
I was ready to kill him by
Yeah,
the time
no
he
doubt.
got back.
So once you were there, though, the police and child protection did show up.
They did. There
And what
were
did they
two
ask
police
you?
officers who showed up, and they just kind of looked at the kids, and they were like, well, they seem happy. So, we're used to seeing kids who are like chained up eating from dog food bowls on the floor.
God.
Everything seems
Oh, God.
fine.
Right. So the kids
Join
seemed
the
fine,
Discord.
and so they just left.
Yeah, they didn't look at them. They just were like, oh, she's cooking for them. She's keeping the house
Yeah,
clean.
because that's basically, when you guys see like animal rescue
Yeah.
videos, as long as the animals got like the very basic needs,
Yeah.
they're not going to interfere. So they were doing this as a favor to Quebec or PEI, RCMP, and Child
Mhm.
Welfare. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's probably also why they didn't take it seriously. So they did that. They checked, left, everything's good. Eventually, JF comes back.
Yeah, and he thinks that he's a hero, and like,
this is huge, everybody. This one's huge. Sorry about the house.
Mhm.
When he bought that house, you told me
Right.
something amazing. This is fucked up. Everybody listen to this. He wanted you to put the house in your name, right?
Yes.
Even
Shout
though
out
it
to
would have
Sec
been paid off, you
Division.
still said no, because why?
JF's gonna call in? I don't think
Because
so.
You don't
I
want the
didn't.
debts.
He should
I
though.
I didn't want to be legally responsible for anything he might do to anyone
This
in
is
that
the number
house.
one JF supporter.
Yeah, well,
bro.
Like if
also-
he
Exactly.
lures
JF
some
is
girl
out there
there
calling.
and
Yeah.
I don't know,
We got your
ties her up
JF.
in his basement, I could get sued if I'm the homeowner.
So
My
you just
father
had
was
bad vibes.
my father was an attorney, so I think about these things.
Right. Smart. Okay, so because we all know that JF wanted somebody else's name on it because he didn't want that asset. He didn't want the asset all in his name because he has debt collectors and
Yeah.
child support he owes in the States and in Canada.
Mhm.
So what my question is,
Bro, this honestly
how did
sounds
he-
like fucking
how did he get
JF
around
took
that? What did he do?
very good care of her.
He went
treated
to
her
a
really well.
lawyer and he
and
said that he
didn't really do
found a
anything
loophole in
untoward.
a way to get the house put in Alora's name.
So the house. Okay, guys. So like think about this rationally. If Alora had any, if there was even a tiniest risk of her returning to come get those kids, because everything's his, right? Everything's his.
Mm-hmm.
Is he gonna fucking risk his biggest asset? Is he gonna risk it by putting her name on it? No, he would only do that if she was not ever a risk of coming back. There's the fact that he put it in her name is so fucking mind blowing to me. So the house he lives in right now has Laura's name on the title.
I mean, that's what he told me.
And that's fine. And I tried to find out. I did try to verify it, but you can't, Alberta. They won't tell you current title owners. They won't give you that information unless you
Whoa, more uncorroborated stories.
So
Woo.
I think that was stunning. That was terrifying to me. What did you think when he told you he put it in Laura's name? Did that give you, was that a red flag to you or no?
It was just such
Okay,
a
how about this?
crazy
This is a
time.
fair question. I see Dixon over in the Sector Vision chat. If you just joined this, if you jumped in and we're over an hour through, we're gonna have to do a fucking level skip here in a minute because there's still an hour and a half on this, and I do want to get to some other stuff, but I don't know. I don't know. I do want to cover the bulk of it at least. I'm just not sure about the whole entire thing. Anyway, if somebody just joined right now, House, and they wanted to know if this was just total bullshit, if there was anything here they needed to know about JF and Mama JF, what would you tell them?
I think the only interesting part was the battered women's shelter.
Yeah.
And even that is like all of that could have just been made up. Like there's no evidence for anything here. JF has actually been very reasonable throughout this whole thing. Like most of the stuff she claims made it weird. I think she's just making up, honestly. Because if he was such an evil guy and he was so weird all the time, why did she stay there for 3 months, decide to have his baby, and only then leave? And steal his Bitcoin? I don't get it.
Yeah,
This
the
doesn't
Bitcoin.
make a lot of sense.
I would say right now there's more reveals that make her look a little sus than there are with him, and that's why you should have went over your P's and Q's before air. If you're trying to frame it a certain way, right? You want to lead with your best stuff and minimize the stuff that doesn't make you look good. This is kind of basic shit, and you know, I don't know that I've done this for a living for a long time, so it kind of
At this point, I honestly don't even think JF killed Mama JF anymore. I think he's actually just that unlucky with women.
Well,
I mean, look at the crazies he's pulling.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe Mama JF actually did just run off.
Well, I mean, I won't go that far, but I'll say this hurts people who think he did that and want other people to think he did that murder. It hurts that side more than it helps it, in my view. And so that's not good. I mean, that's not good if you don't want that to be the case.
But honestly, thinking about it, it's like, well, if she's as crazy as he said she was, then why would he put in her name,
right? And during this whole hyper stressful time, did he ever say, "God, I wish Laura would just fucking"?
I mean, why would he have a child with you? Why would he have a bunch of children with Mama JF?
Ever because we all would do that. That would be a normal fucking thing to have mention. The missing mother of your child and stress about it. Did he ever do that?
No.
See, these are not normal, in my opinion.
He's got shit going on.
Reactions,
no,
at all. Like he should have vented about her or anything.
The only time that he would mention her warmly is if he was mad at me and wanted to manipulate me into thinking or doing something. He'd be like, Laura used to do it this way, and she didn't give me trouble about this.
Classic pimp move, by the way. Well, so and so used to make it like this. Used to do it like this, and I always like that. I don't know. You got to employ it judiciously, though. House, you can't use it too often. But
towards her.
He did make me resent her, and I
know he did when you and I first started talking.
If they put any thought into this, do we actually believe they thought about any of this?
No, they came on and had a gal pal gab session, and that's precisely what you don't want to do. And I know this might sound funny to some people because I'm kind of well known if you watch this show long enough. For a lot of times I'll wing it on an interview, but I've done a shit ton, massive amount of interviews for one, and I'll still have an idea of what I want to get across and this or that. But if it was something like this, I would have a specific list of questions, certain goals I wanted to accomplish from the interview. And for something like this, I would do a pre-interview too. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
There's one very big difference between you and these two. You're a man, Ralph, and these two are like 30-year-old women who are barren.
Well, and again, I know I've been harsh on these ladies, but I do think it would have went over better with somebody. It wouldn't even have to be me, but a male, quite honestly, and somebody that's a little more cuts a different impression versus the gal pal.
I mean, Chrissy Mayer wouldn't have done a better job at this. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah,
like
I
even
would
a
think
woman
so.
with fucking experience in this would have fucked this up.
Yes,
Like
and
if you want something serious, get a man.
yes, like, even the two women aspect too. I don't like that. It's not even being misogynist. I'm just saying, do you want to convince people, or do you want to fuck this guy shit up, or are we just fucking
who's
around?
going to get a female lawyer?
Well, if you're just fucking around and you don't care, and it's just about A-logging and whatever happens, and we're just having fun, okay, well, then that's what it is. Okay. But if you want to take it a little more seriously and put a real knock on him, you would do it.
If you
a
want to
different
put
way.
a guy in jail,
Yeah. If you want to fuck his shit up or not. Like, you think he's a murderer or not? Or you just don't like the guy and you want to play tiddlywinks online? Well, we can play tiddlywinks forever, right? Or is it serious business and you're trying to put him away? Two different modes of operation. If you really don't care and you really don't think he's a murderer, then, or you just don't put any forethought. That could be it too. Maybe they really do think that, but they just didn't bother to think about this a little bit. So
We did talk for about 2 weeks, and I did say, "Hey, whoa."
it's nothing personal. I don't know these ladies. I'm just giving my take.
I hear you, but you are listening to a man who's a liar. Like,
Yeah.
if you
It
can't
comes off as
verify
like
it-
a gossip
and
session.
I really appreciate you
And
coming
look,
on.
I gossip for a living in some regards, right? So not every day, but that's a part of the job. Yeah, but you don't want it to come off like it's coming off here.
You're not repeating the same garbage he said, because she isn't here to defend herself. And maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I don't know. But you've done really well at everybody on the stream should know, from the first day that we spoke to today, night and day. Like, just in where your anger was towards Laura, because you were angry. And I mean, I don't blame you. I would have been angry too if I had that shit shoved in my face all the time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So you've done really well. Okay,
You've done really well.
Really quick. So before you can get to comments and questions here after this, these next 4 things, I just want to ask you, do you believe truly, sincerely in your heart, in deep down inside, do you really seriously believe that Elora wandered away and went off on her own, or do you believe he killed her?
I believe that JF murdered her.
Well, that's a pretty.
Why?
And again, you know what? If I was coaching her, I would say, don't say that. I would say, now that's a more powerful statement, but I would say, I don't know. After having lived with him for, however long they lived together total, and seeing him behind the scenes and some of the things he's told me, I have serious questions about her disappearance, and he scares me. You want people to put it together in their mind versus just saying, I think he killed her. Hopefully what I'm talking about today makes sense to some folks. I know I'm getting into media psychology, quite honestly, and rhetorical psychology, but that's how I would have had her lay it out. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or even I lean towards yes, right? Rather than just saying flat out yes. What do you think about that?
I mean, accusing a guy of murder is
yeah, that's what she just did.
A pretty big deal.
Yeah, it is.
It's like the worst thing you can do. That's pretty much the worst thing you can do in life.
And it's not some formerly obese podcast host down in Mexico either doing it. You just had the motherfucker's baby last month. And people who have every reason to have something against JF and not like him or laugh at him or think he's a murderer, and that would be me and you, still look at somebody who does that with a fucking side glance, right? We give them the side eye because you're like, hold on, this is pretty crazy work to be out here the next month. And you just got through, you were talking to him right up until the day your baby was born, and now you're saying he's a murderer. Well, what? Something's amiss here. Something's not right.
That's it. Why did you live with him for so long if you think he killed his wife?
Yeah, I don't know. There's just a...
She knew the stories. She knew what was up. JF didn't just spawn out of nowhere in their life.
This is not how I expected to be ingesting this interview, actually, but that's what happened. So
What is your hypothesis on this? I'm just curious. I have not told you to say anything. I would genuinely want to know what you think.
What I
him.
think happened.
Yeah.
I think that maybe she was calling him a pedophile. Maybe he said it was a delusion that she had, maybe threatening to go tell people. And, like he said to me, he just had to beat her. I
That's
can
so fucked up.
imagine that he was like, I just had to kill her, And I can see him losing it, like when he's beating her.
Right.
I think he choked her, and I won't go into why, but there's
What the fuck?
very
Why not go
yeah.
into why? You said everything else.
Did he ever hurt you? Really quick though, I just
Absolutely everything else, but you're not gonna go into that.
No.
You.
So you think that he got out of control and killed her? Do you?
Yeah.
How do you think he got away with it? Like, how has he gotten away with it this far? Like, and where do you think he put her? If you were to guess, just based on your own experiences with him, sorry.
Well, I don't exactly know the specifics of how he would have gotten away with it. I have,
of course you don't. Neither do
but,
I. That's how he got away with it.
When
If
we
he
were
did it,
driving out of PEI through New Brunswick the first time, on the side of the road in New Brunswick when you're driving through.
Press one. How about this? Press one if everything I've been saying all day about this shit is right, and it ain't coming across well. Press 2 if I'm wrong, and I'm fine with the vote. But
there's gonna be an ocean of twos. Everyone's gonna side with Holly and Rocky.
Okay.
Woods and JF was being really creepy.
it might
Creepier
get
than
rocky if you try to take the pint ice cream away from that bitch. I bet.
usual. And he looks at the forest and he looks at me
You
and
might
he
get
goes,
some lumps on your head.
If Alora wandered into there and killed herself, no one would ever find her. She wandered like a mile or two.
He's such a fucking
That's
creep.
interesting.
And it was like kind of
He might have said that.
I don't know the way that he said it and the way he looked.
But
it was like a kind of
he thinks about this
Because
stuff. Like
I've
his
seen
wife
him.
got me.
Because I've seen him say shit like that on air. So he might have said that either to be like funny, even though it's not funny, or I mean it's funny.
Maybe
but
he was actually thinking about it.
It wouldn't be funny if you were living at his
maybe
house and he was joking about
he's
killing
thinking
people.
about Mama JF, and she just went into the forest.
He's kind of a creep,
She
though.
might have killed herself, and nobody is going to find her.
She is gone for, is gone forever.
strong reaction, almost like an.
It was like he drove past wherever.
She won't be in the public space any longer.
I think that possibly we did.
Holly's chomping at the bit. Holly's got to tell you something. Hold on.
So during our live stream, he did mention that because we were talking about how, well, why haven't you gone to look for her? Why haven't you narrowed down the area where you dropped her off, et cetera, et cetera? He made the comment. He goes, well, I don't have the time or the resources to go search a 2 square kilometer location.
Yeah, he was very specific about that, and that's not the only time he said that. It's happened a few times now.
2 square kilometers in Brunswick, which
again. So, and you said 2 squares. So, I mean, New Brunswick's still very big,
right?
But I mean, that could be a lead, and I don't know if they're going to do a lie detector, maybe.
They can't make you do one,
didn't they?
Oh yeah,
yes,
lie detector.
they did.
It's the most reliable thing in the universe.
Yeah, but I kind of know somewhat how his mind works, and if you think about it, he'd driven from PEI to Quebec through New Brunswick
Prince Edward
several
Island,
times.
I think is what that is.
So he was if he did snap and kill her, he was aware that there are forests on the side of the highway, and if he's thinking, where am I going to stash her body?
Do you know what? I mean, he could have snapped and killed her if he killed her, but in my mind, if he did kill her, it wouldn't be that. Go ahead.
We're living in 2025. The police has so many ways to fucking know whether you killed somebody. Do we all actually believe that JF Gariepi just got away with murder? The perfect crime. JF Gariepi fucking committed the perfect crime and just got away with murder.
I will say this: half of murders are not solved. Even in the United States, I don't know what the rate is in Canada. You can get away with killing a motherfucker, but usually,
domestic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of heat on him. I mean, if they don't have the evidence, they don't have the evidence. That could be, but in my mind, if he did kill her, it probably wasn't like a random or just a bubbling rage that just popped up. It would have probably been a planned murder. Is what I always thought, not some type of he just snapped type deal. But
yeah, but domestic murder cases pretty much always get.
Yeah,
like, if you kill your wife, you get caught. That's like the 50% that don't get solved are like people that get randomly shot on a street corner.
Yeah. Again,
I don't think anyone can get away with killing their wife. I refuse to believe anyone can just kill their wife.
Well, people do get away with that, but usually not when they're widely suspected like this. Yeah, I guess that's true, but
Pretty good idea. That's a good place to put it.
Absolutely. And I mean, we were thinking about, okay, because we thought of every speculation, everything. So when he, how he took 3 days off to clean the house and get rid of her stuff, which he definitely did not do because her stuff was still at the house when you got there. And that 3 days definitely could have been body removal. And I mean, he had a 3-month head start with the RCMP.
Yeah, and I wanted to add something else about the body removal.
Mhm.
Like you think, well, how would he drag the body of a 150-pound woman out in the woods?
Well, especially with this
that's
physical.
dope.
Yeah.
Come on, that's the easiest part.
Throw
her
I
ass
would
in a wheelbarrow.
sometimes walk into the kitchen and he'd like have bought a chicken or something and he would like carve it. He would dissect the bones out of it and like
Yeah, I know.
drag
There's been a lot
to
of people
and
who
like
think that.
Go.
their knife.
Adol Wolf sent $5 on Rumble. JF taking a lie detector test made me think this is how it'd go.
Oh yeah, let me see what you sent in there. And then we'll probably there's still an hour left. I don't know, man. Let's see.
See, I've hired these 2 officers to conduct a lie detector test here tonight. This lie detector
I love this bit.
test will prove that Mr. America really is Hulk Hogan. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. America. All I want you to do, tell the truth.
Are you the man known Mr. America?
Yes. Damn it, ask him the question.
Mr. America, are you Hulk Hogan?
Mr. America, are you Hulk Hogan? No. What's this mean?
It means he's telling the truth, sir.
The hell he's telling the truth. Ask him the question again.
Mr. America, are you Hulk Hogan?
No. I know that SOB is lying to me. Ask him again. It's Hogan. No.
Mr. McMahon, Mr. America has passed this lie detector test.
Yeah, I'm thinking JF could probably pass one of these. Also, the funny part of that bit is where McMahon gets on the lie detector test and Mr. America starts asking him about like fetishes and shit. That's the other part of that segment, which is hilarious. Okay. Let's continue.
They had pretty fancy knife sets in their kitchen and there were some big knives missing.
Yep. Oh, they were missing.
Thanks,
See, he had a
Kaz.
guy. God, Blaine, if you're watching.
Yeah, Blaine.
Blaine was all over that. And I thought, like, so the knives
Bro,
were missing.
that's like
They were
a
missing
real life
from the
murder
knives.
investigation.
And when we got
though.
to
Like, it's not a
Alberta,
fucking
this
crime
is also
novel.
something that kind of
Oh, the
I
kitchen
don't think
knives
is
were
normal.
missing. It must have been him.
We saw like a
So
dead
crazy.
deer or something on the side of the road, and it looked like it had been killed by some kind of predator.
Oh, this
like,
is the
ripped
story he
apart.
said was not
And
true.
JF like looks at the side of the road at it, and like his eyes kind of spiral. He circles back around and he pulls
No,
off
don't
on the
like
side
that.
of the
What
road.
fucking creep. You had to go
And
look at the dead
he's
body.
like looking down at the animal and
Ugh.
talking about how it died, and he was excited.
That's so
Speaking of
weird.
weirdos and excited, because this is going to be involved in the whatever documentary they do about this fucking weirdo. You told me the creepiest thing about JF. I'm sorry to anybody if anybody is watching
How much
has
time
this as
did
a
these
hobby
two spend
and you're a
driving
teenager,
around?
I'm
What the
sorry,
fuck?
but I think it's
Every
fucking
story she
creepy.
tells us them sitting in the
So you
car.
told me that JF
I mean, I think he does
was
live out
socially
in the
awkward as a
sticks, but
teenager. I was really
Yeah.
looking for information about a head injury. You didn't have that. That's fine. You didn't have information on that. But what you did tell me, what did he tell you he did as
Hit
a hobby
like
as a teenage boy?
He used to breed fish in his room.
And he had a bunch of aquariums?
Yes.
I mean, that's weird. Yeah, but he's some type of fucking genetics guy or whatever. So like,
And he played God with fish.
Kind of a weird
And
guy.
he would try and like
Whoa.
mix the species or what? Like
Whoa.
he's such a
I-
fuck. That's a fucking weird thing for
Yeah.
a teenage boy. to
he's a
have hobby.
fucking
Most
weirdo.
teenage
Like,
boys
I don't know.
sports and
Like,
masturbation, let's be honest here. They're not going to do
He had an
breeding fish.
insemination
I've
calendar.
never
that he
heard of a teenage
fucking
boy.
yeah,
fucked
exactly.
with.
What was your first tip that this guy was a little fucking odd? I don't know. I knew that the first time I ever heard him talk more than 3 sentences. What the fuck?
That's fucking weird. And then
JF.
he turned around to look at a dead deer and got out of the car. And in the knives.
And he was talking about how it must have like been ripped apart and stuff. It was
Yeah, he's
like
a biologist.
its
Yeah, excuse
body
me.
was
Whatever
in
the fuck
half,
he is.
and he was just like.
And
I
he
mean,
wasn't
for
close
anybody
to
else,
it?
I would say, I mean, I still think it's weird. Yeah, he's a geneticist. That's what biologist, whatever the fuck. It's got to do with genetics.
Yeah, but people have weird hobbies. You know, you can breed fish. Especially if you're a
Yeah.
biologist.
Was he fucking the fish? Like, I don't know. Whatever. He was breeding fish.
No, he was excited.
Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, nope. See, this is why I wanted them to bring a cadaver dog into that house because there's that tiled area.
Bro,
Yeah,
this
he
is just
Mr. Scientist,
retarded.
he
None
probably
of
could've
this
got
is
away
like
with a
any
horse blood,
evidence.
but
This
if
is
the
all
blood
just
goes into one
stupid
crack, you got blood
stories.
splatter, it doesn't matter. If he's been
Mhm.
beating her severely, there would be evidence there. There still to this day would be evidence. They can hit on if a dead body was ever there, right? Even if the body's been moved years ago, they can still hit. So I wish
Yeah.
the RCMP would
Yeah,
just
why
take
aren't
a
they hitting
fucking
right now?
cadaver dog into that house. The owners have said you can go. Just do a search. Okay, start there. I don't know.
They've probably been
Well, and
in his house
something
multiple
something
fucking
else kind of
times.
weird. The
I would
daughter,
think, but
she's not not very articulate. She has
damn,
delayed in
man.
speech
Right.
and stuff. And at one point, I was just kind of, I guess, my curiosity got the better of me. So I pulled up on YouTube a video of Alora and showed her, and I just wanted to see her reaction. And she couldn't express herself using words, but she became upset and like started
Oh, it makes me want to cry.
she started stomping her foot and whining, like trying to tell me something. That was what she would do
So
when she
you upset the child? No,
was trying to tell me something. So,
Makes me
like
wanna
that
cry.
house
That's
is
so sad.
small.
Oh no, the kids would have heard
Yeah.
it for sure. And
Yeah.
if he was beating her regularly, I'm sorry, but like that house is tiny.
Well, yeah, and the daughter, she didn't say much, but when she would be spanked, she would say, "Hey, don't hit me." And I looked at JF one day and I was like, "Is that what Alora said when you beat her?" And he looked down at
What?
his feet and he's like, "Yeah."
Wait, so she
So she
She's really
remembers.
such a
right?
so because she doesn't say very many sentences. So that was
No.
Is that what, is that what she just said?
That's
She
so
said
sad.
her
That's so
first
heartbreaking.
she said her first complete sentence at 3 because I'd been working with her. She said, "I see you."
Okay, this bitch is
That's
just
really
making
fucked
shit
up.
up.
I'm sorry, but it is.
Yeah,
This is retarded. So JF was sitting in the fucking living room spanking away at his daughter, and then she just goes, "Oh, don't hit me!" And then she asks him, "Is that what Alora said when you hit her?" He says, "Yes." And then he looks at the ground. Sadly. That's like something out of a novel. That's retarded.
I could see why that'd be hard to believe. Yeah.
Clouded Trigger sent $5 on Rumble. Anyone who wanted JF to knock them up is obviously mentally deranged.
Yeah, I've seen some people express that thought too. It's clouded.
Adol Wolf sent $1 on Rumble. The burning question is, where is the fucking stuffed parrot? Tell us right now, you bitch. What did you do
That's
to it?
right. We have to free Mama JF's soul.
Like my God, like the 3. I mean, like I said, my kids were telling me off. Other people's 3-year-olds have told me off. They like that's not. I mean, and they're not, again, not making fun of the children. That is just JF
course
should have
not.
been really working on
She
that. That
keeps
should have been his
making fun of
priority.
the children.
Why does he have these kids if he doesn't care? Like he's like Mr. Genetics. Oh, speaking of genetics, I didn't do that one either, Holly. But he said to Holly when he was on our stream, somebody had asked if he had the 10 out of 10 take genetic testing, and that you did take it. And what did he say about her?
He said the chat came in, is 10 out of 10 white, because he's all about the white nationalism stuff. And he responded and said, "Oh yes, I had her genetic tested, and she was 100% white."
Did that happen?
He didn't ask me to be. I just did one of the 23andMe tests at one point because I was just curious about
Okay.
my ancestry.
Okay, so he took ownership for something that had nothing to do with, as usual.
Okay. Yeah, and something weird happened.
Well, he
when
had
I
something
did
to do
it.
with the kids.
You know, the way that your percentages of ancestry are grouped. One of mine was like, one of the groups was just kind of clumped together, German and French. And you can look specifically at like the like I think there were areas that they kind of indicate you're from, and mine was German.
Right.
But because it was like German and French, he goes, you know what? I think your dad was an orphan from Quebec that got sent to the US. And like, he's like, I know you're part Quebecois. And I was like, JF.
Well, he would trick himself into believing his own
Like,
bullshit,
he
too.
wanted to believe it. And so, like, he started this thing and he called his mom and told her, like, oh, Lindy's part Quebecois and stuff.
Wow.
That's
Okay,
the whole thing's shocking. I've got
I mean,
goosebumps.
yeah,
I
okay,
feel like upset.
that's kind of weird.
Okay, let's. Oh wait, they got Mama JF on the screen here in a minute. Let's go here. Oh, they're saying if you know where she's at. Okay.
Hippie liberal boomer types.
Right.
And
I don't know, Jew alert.
they just like, they have a Pink Floyd poster up in their house.
Right.
Like, these are the kind of people they are.
What?
Like, they're
Not
adults
Pink
with
Floyd.
Right.
I love
band
Pink Floyd.
posters up. That's, you know.
Did they seem to buy JF's story? Did they care? Did they seem worried? Like they wanted to know where Laura was? Or
I don't think they care.
And you said that JF said, this is so fucked up, but you said that JF said to you that, and I don't, can you explain it? Was he amazed? Was he shocked? Was he what, when he told you about the parents seeing her with bruises?
Yeah, he said they would see her with bruises, and I think they said something to him about it, and you know,
but they didn't ask
just
her.
Left it at that. I don't know. He didn't say, like, he wouldn't tell me if they
Right.
You know.
So well, hopefully they did tell the RCMP, but I mean, the fact is that they haven't been looking. They don't care. They don't want. I'm sure they care at some level, but they're not. We have been in contact, but they will not engage. The brother he showed the most interest out of the whole family, but they couldn't even tell us one good thing about her that we could
What,
relay.
they
in
don't
the
want
earlier
to talk
streams.
to a bunch
They
of
have no interest in
divorced
this.
40-year-old women?
Which, you know what? I get you don't want to be on stream. You
Now
don't
wait
want
a
to
minute.
say something
Tragedy?
nice
What's
about
wrong with
her.
these people?
Participate in the missing persons group. They don't even. They don't see the kids regularly or check in on them.
No, JF told me that like he would send pictures through email to her parents of the kids and like update them. And her parents don't even respond most of the time.
Yeah, so that's why the RCMP I don't think have been acting is because she
Mhm.
doesn't have a hysterical family demanding answers. So we need to do that for her. I feel sorry for her. She couldn't have been more isolated than she was.
It's a hysterical whine ants on the internet.
Okay,
Yeah,
can
I'm
you
not
guys stop
dropping
giving
it.
me
I'm not
these
dropping it. I
instructions
need to
about
know
their
what happened
life?
to her.
What the fuck?
Yeah. JF told me at one point that her
Calling
parents hate
fucking
her.
Mama JF's parents
So, I don't know.
irresponsible?
See, this is what I think. He's such a creepy, because he probably said that shit to her too. Even if it's true or not, like, you know what I mean? Like, just like, I just feel so bad for her because she was so isolated, and then she goes to, I could just cry when I say it, the whole story. She goes to a women's shelter, and she has her own beliefs. She's
That's
allowed to have her own
crazy.
beliefs about a fucking dude in a skirt.
That's a crazy part of the
taking a bed
story.
at a women's shelter, and she says something rude, and because she's disrespectful, she's removed, and then now she's missing. Like, somebody's gonna have to be held accountable besides JF down the road. If I find out that's true, I will never let that go.
Yeah, and like
Okay,
I
well-
do think I have something good to say about Laura. I think that she was, from what I've gathered, she was very sincerely interested in right-wing politics. She was a really big fan of Owen Benjamin, and she would
Whatever
watch
it's
his
called,
streams,
Kevin.
and to
Not
this day, JF hates the
not a
Pink
not a
Floyd music that
eugenicist,
Owen
although I guess he
Benjamin
is.
would
But
play on his streams.
Oh, because he did say that about the. Remember, he said about like
What?
hippie stuff, and he would be flipped out.
Oh yeah,
Makes sense. If Owen, so she used to write to him, is what you heard, right?
Yeah,
From
JF told me that Alora would sometimes write to Owen about his shows and just.
And then Owen did do a stream that is no longer there. That he was just being
Yeah.
really rude. If
Owen,
anybody can find that stream, I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Owen Benjamin did a stream about how he thought JF killed her and just about what a total slime ball that JF is. He called him a gamma male, which if you look up gamma male, it does describe JF. He thinks he's an alpha male, but after reading about gammas, I have to say he's a gamma.
Well, Owen Benjamin is the
Oh,
guy
so
you want
sad. The
leading the
whole thing
charge.
is so sad. And I just listen. I love you 10 out of 10. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, yeah.
Holly's gonna ask you some questions. I think I asked everything. Thank you. You rocked on this, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah. So we did get another $10 from Swampy Boy, so that pays the bills for the stream for the month.
Thank you so much. Sorry, I got distracted for a second there.
Swampy Boy, guys, this content is amazing. Well done for hooking up the interview, and thank you 10 out of 10 for sharing your story. It's a right Kino queen.
Yes,
Kino
I
queen?
don't. Yes.
Get in contact with that
No,
guy.
good. No, it is. It is amazing because honestly, it would be. I think it would be. I would be too nervous to do it myself.
Well, and at this point, like I do feel like I have an obligation to speak out because that could have been me.
Yes. Oh, I'm so glad it wasn't.
Well, it wasn't
Even
you.
if
It's
better
just
love your
nothing
mom.
bad happened
Even
to
if
Yes.
she pissed you off,
Big ups to your
she
mom.
kept you stable.
Because JF is going to tell the next girl that I'm crazy, just like
yeah.
he
He's
told
already
Delora-
started. He's
told
already
me that
started.
Delora-
Yeah.
He started.
Oh,
it.
yes.
I've seen his Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah, don't look at it.
Clearly, she's not
No.
crazy, guys.
No, and yeah, big ups to your mom. Tell your mom that the Real Housewives love her for having really good instincts and taking care of you.
And yeah, and just like not being like, oh, I'm gonna punish you by not helping you as a baby. Like you need that. So good. It's great.
Yeah, it's great.
If
Go
Laura had
ahead.
had a
Come
mother
on.
like that, things would have turned out very differently, in my opinion.
Yes, well, that's why that young girl from Texas was saved as well, because her father stepped up.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
And
cared
rescued
and
her.
fought
So-
hard.
And he fought hard.
But
to get her back.
none of you are
So thank
anyone.
God,
You don't
thank
need to
God
step up.
for good parents out there.
Yeah,
You're not
Okay, really
connected
more
to these
comments?
people in any way.
Yeah,
You're a
so I've
bunch
got a
of
whole
fucking
bunch
gossiping
stored here,
bitches
and
on
they're
the
from
internet.
way back because we went on a little further. So this is talking about the kids. Messerschmitt is wondering if you measured the kids' heads.
No.
Okay, that's a Morgan. That's a reference to Morgan trying to prove. No, just don't even go into that one topic, Holly. Just don't go in
We're
there.
not going to go into it, but I wanted to share because Messerschmitt is one of our.
You're
great-
he's such a brat.
He's such a brat. So thanks for sharing your
Sorry, that
story.
fucked
Did
up
you
the
get
video.
any
He's such a
murderer
brat.
vibes from Jeff? And I think we did cover
Real
that with the
good thing
drive.
to say on
and
this
stopping
podcast.
and-
Really.
Yeah.
Not there
No
yet.
Bill.
Yeah,
So-
there were moments, you got a feeling like sometimes when he was angry, he would have a look on his face that was pretty scary, like not quite human, maybe something you'd expect from Ted Bundy, but I would tell
What?
myself, oh well, he's intelligent
yeah,
and
he's
he
just like
just
Ted
feels
Bundy.
emotions more deeply and he doesn't mean it.
Right.
Oh God, women, we're so stupid at that.
Yeah, when we're in love, we tend to look past a lot of things.
Yeah, and I really was in love with him and
Oh, I hear you. Okay, next was a bunch of questions about CPS. So you did talk about how the cops stopped by when you
Yeah.
were in Alberta to look at the children and they didn't do anything.
No.
The CPS cases that
They never
have
do.
in PEI and Quebec,
Yeah.
they don't really have jurisdiction in Alberta, but hopefully they're able to pass information over to Alberta.
Uh-huh.
So I think if more people start to rattle the cages of the RCMP and Child Protective, maybe something can be investigated.
So they want mob
so
justice.
here's a good
They
question
just
here.
want
Did
more
you ever
people to
see
speak
JF
out
being
just
harassed
so
by
they
the
can take his
police?
kids away.
No.
They've
I think
investigated
so,
him
yeah.
multiple times,
There was
found
like no
nothing wrong, and
helicopters
let
in
him
the
keep
sky,
his kids.
SWAT teams kicking doors in or anything like that.
Yeah,
No, they just want
No,
to pressure
he
them
and that's
into
one thing
taking
that
his
annoys
kids
me.
away.
Like he would make
That's
himself
fucking
sound like
that's
he's
evil.
this free thinker who's being politically persecuted, and that's kind of like one of the ways I justified it at first. I was like, oh, he's standing up for conservative stuff, but he's really not conservative in any way in real life. He's pretty liberal in a lot of his thinking. Like he's
Right.
not even.
Oh, yeah. I get the big leftist vibe from him from when we talk to him, and then his
Adol Wolf sent
excuses and-
$1 on Rumble. Chopping up your potato wife and mixing her meat up in chicken bones is so Brad Summer vibes.
But then him wanting to lean on the government, but yet anti-government was just weird. So
Yes.
So because there's that big story.
How did he
about
get
there
rid
was
of her?
10 cop cars chasing him out of PEI. Did that happen?
I wasn't there, so I don't know. I was in Alberta. And another thing, like he complains about single moms getting government assistance.
Yep.
That's what he's living off of. He's collecting.
He said
welfare
this
on the
wasn't
kids.
true, so I don't
Yep.
know.
Oh,
JF, the Bitcoin millionaire, is getting welfare.
Oh, good for him.
That's amazing.
I mean, that
And
would
then,
be pretty
I'm
basic.
I
gonna
would be
put
based. I mean,
10
fuck
units
it.
as well. Looking
I'd
gorgeous,
agree with that.
ladies.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Did you
The
ever
government's gonna
report
give you
the
free
neglect?
money. Why say no?
I wouldn't. You
Yeah.
actually don't say anything about that. Just there's a reason. If she did, I don't want to know. I don't want the stream to know. We don't want to give JF heads up. I'm
Nope.
sure she sounds intelligent. I think we should just not talk about that part.
Okay,
Sorry,
so,
Holly.
and so then
Who
one
sounds
from
intelligent?
Bundy
Mama
says
JF?
He's hilarious. Does JF have a room of some sort?
Somebody
of
said she
shrine
was,
dedicated
and
to
that was just her
Beatrice
accent.
Saint
I don't know.
with 100 pounds of dippy-doo hair gel and pirate earrings. He also had really big.
Actually, Holly, this is a good time for to show one of the pictures of JF that
Yeah,
10
so
out of 10 sent us. She sent us some great pictures of him.
yeah,
Just
so
to prove that she is who
Ah,
she says.
finally, more body
yeah,
shape.
so this is proof of life.
That's what we needed.
And go to this one, and so we've got this picture here.
Is that an airbed with no sheets and no pillowcases?
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Good. Keeping it classy, JF. Loving it.
Keeping it classy. Bitcoin
I
millionaire.
mean, a
millionaire
hoe,
mattress.
you don't need anything special for a
And
slut. Like, what the fuck?
$19 at Walmart. Come on.
Yeah.
And then there's a really nice picture.
He's got big boobies. I'm amazed.
He's got
That's a
some,
big boobies.
and that's a
That's a
quite,
pronounced
uh,
tum tum.
quite
Listen,
belly
I'm a
there.
chub muffin too, but he sits there talking about.
He's
you
pretty
know,
Oh, you're
large.
not a
Yeah.
chub
thinks he's like
muffin.
God-
You're a fucking. You're a fat cake, is what you are.
gift to them. But you listen, JF, you're not looking like it.
Yeah, and I mean, we can make fun of his appearance all we want because we're on the.
Because he makes fun of women. He's so rude. This is this.
Who
so
would
he's trying
do
to be
that?
sexy here, so
Make
he's
fun
gonna
of
post.
women.
It's weird.
in front of the connect.
Not me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
quite big.
Not these angels.
So you look at the height of the door. Is he on his knees in front of this closet,
Bro,
or is he standing
your
up on his
son
feet?
is gonna
He's
look
standing
like
up.
JF or
Oh.
daughter or whatever you
Oh,
had
sorry.
with him.
He's a big boy.
He's a
How are
big
you
boy.
gonna make fun of a guy?
So,
when
and
you had a
did he, have,
child?
did he have like a Wolverine shade going on here?
Yeah, he looks like he's
Oh,
108
such a
almost.
cunt.
Like he's got the little beard, no mustache, and then the chops going on. Is that
Uh-huh.
the look he was going for?
Yeah.
Oh,
She's like, I
I
can
guess
hear you.
so.
I can hear you throwing it up in your own mouth. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for bringing that back.
She sucked his dick.
Okay,
multiple
so
times.
then there's the comment. He inserted himself
throwing
into
up in
Rocky's
her own
stream
mouth.
and then
What
implanted
the
the
fuck?
embryos of this conversation.
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah.
did. It's fucking impregnating everything.
And right now he's melting down because he's like on the Wizard of Oz, the little man behind the curtain.
Mm.
Yeah, and you just
He
you just
doesn't
pulled the
have
curtain over.
much of a career left. And
No.
like he's trying to project what little image he has.
Yeah.
You know.
Protect, you
He
mean,
needs
not
that
project.
narcissistic supply.
Right.
Yeah.
And some of these questions did get answered throughout that. So I'm just going through that. So then there's some comments here. I'm sure you'll appreciate it here.
He looks like a
The
Chad
inseminations will
inseminator
continue until
father
morale
enjoying his
improves.
abode.
He's kind of
I feel like it just I just feel like there's sperm all over him every time I think about him. I can't help
well,
it.
his
Yeah,
approach
also
to
they rarely think about this sort of thing. I saw somebody in chat mention this. She probably hates her kid. I mean, I don't know if that's the case, but going on air and doing, and it's for the other side too. You know, if the father goes on air and says a bunch of shit, but if it's in response to somebody else trashing him, anyway, your kid's gonna always feel like, because this is true, that their father was responsible for half of their being, right? And if you have gone out of your way to say what a absolutely rotten individual they are all the fucking time and piece of trash, and they're probably a murderer, and you don't know that. Maybe she thinks she does know it. I don't know. That's not good for your kid. And maybe he is a murderer. I think most people in chat think he is.
Hausmeister sent $3. You are a Bavarian in Black Forest triple decker with ice cream on the side.
Real, she is.
Insemination is kind of like on Harry Potter, Voldemort leaving Horcruxes.
I have no idea what that reference is.
Also, I
I've
think I'm
never
gonna make
heard- I've never
enchiladas
watched
tonight.
it.
It's time.
Okay,
It's
move
been
on.
too long.
And
What do
so
you
I
think
actually had this
Rocky's
question
eating for?
too
Well,
because
I don't have enough for her to share. I think I'm just gonna make enough for me to have for it'll last me the rest of the week. But if she was here, I fear that would not be the case, House.
in a lot of the videos that he
Yeah, that might not even make me half the night.
was on, he was always drinking Pepsi.
Mm-hmm.
And then the videos of the house, there was crates and crates of Pepsi. He's talked about bulk purchasing Pepsi.
Well, that's the worst thing she said
Now,
about him the whole entire time, even over murder, is that he's an
Diet.
avid
Not even-
Pepsi drinker. What a sick fuck. Go
Not
ahead.
even normal Pepsi. It's like Pepsi Max.
Yeah, it's one of the weird ones. Yeah, you're right. Oh,
Diet Pepsi. He likes to maintain a girlish
Diet.
figure.
right.
yeah. It's kind of like Josh Moon drinking, 18 liters of Dr. Diet cocksucker, whatever the fuck he drinks.
Like a middle-aged woman. He's built like a middle-aged woman. I know, I'm
Hey.
a middle-aged woman.
Round as a shape.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
all the
I'm not-
Diet
I'm-
Coke is
listen,
what
I'm
makes
fluffy
these
as fuck.
retarded.
No,
I
it's
am,
not
but
good
I'm
for
not
you.
acting
Like that, not to drink it like that.
So
Maybe
and
that's
then
why
Bundy was
both
talking
Josh
about
and
the gummy
JF are
candies.
so
That
fat.
was
I
mortifying
think it
when
is.
we talked about that. And
Didn't
then
do any favors
Rocky
to
Yeah.
them.
played that awful video. Angry. Let's see. Question for later. Did JF
Read
ever
what
try
super
to
chat?
sell you on the idea of his book, The Revolutionary Phenotype?
Let me see. Oh, I bet he did.
He's not that into it, I don't think. Like
What?
he makes money
Really?
off it, but I don't. He doesn't. I don't know how into it he really is at the end of the day.
Interesting, because it's something that he always leans back on is that he's a published author on his science that he invented that's amazing and it's going to change the world.
Yeah.
What did you
And
ever
he
did?
mentioned that to a few
Yeah,
times
well,
when
yeah.
we were questioning his behavior, and he's like, "Oh, I've already changed. I've been streaming for 8 years, and there's already stuff that's changed, and it's all because of me." And then he mentions his book, and I'm just like,
Oh, speaking of,
hmm.
you got to bring up Eric's comments after that.
Don't
Excuse
choke,
me,
bitch.
Eric's Israel.
Oh,
His,
yeah.
Thing after. Just
Okay, so then I can't remember what we were talking about, but a lot of people talked about how that it hit too hard, actually heartbreaking, all kinds of comments like that. I highlighted a whole bunch of those when we were talking about the kids and the condition that they were in. Everyone in the chat were just mortified, absolutely horrified, and yeah. Oh, and this was a good question, actually. So when you were in the home, were there any pictures of Alora around, like on the walls or anything like that, so the kids could see pictures of their mom?
No, and at one point, I asked to see pictures of the kids when they were younger, and JF rigged something up to show them on the TV screen, and he had purposely there were no pictures of Alora in there. Like he didn't want them to see her and remember. Which the boy was young, he wouldn't remember, but
yeah.
That's so fucked.
Interesting. Okay.
Evil.
That's a good one. And then
Maybe he thought it would
we were
upset
talking about
them.
how he uses the word delusional and changes the conditioning of words and the meaning of bad words. So changing the meaning of
Gaslighting
words is one of
Supremo.
the
Yeah, maybe she actually
examples
just did
of what
leave
cult
his
leaders
life and he
do.
doesn't want to
Thank
explain
God
it to
he's
the
not
children, so
as successful
he's trying not to talk
or
about it.
charismatic enough to be able to start a cult.
Yeah. No, he would love to. He would love to be a cult leader.
Oh yeah.
he
Also,
would
I'll be
be
right
kinda
back.
like Charles Manson.
Oh, but
Probably
just chubby
isn't.
and French.
Yeah.
So
See,
weird.
Charles
So weird.
Manson was at least he was charismatic and was involved in the music industry.
Are we
so
now
he had
saying
some
JF isn't
connections.
charismatic?
I'm gonna choose if I have to choose between two. If it's gonna be Charles Manson or JF, it's gonna be Charles Manson.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
the
'cause
fuck?
Charles Manson didn't want to inseminate anybody.
Charles Manson
What?
also never killed anybody himself. He never had blood on his hands.
Okay, and this was asked a few times.
Oh.
At what point
Okay,
did you
this is
start
getting
noticing
kind of-
red flags? Like, at what point did your brain just kind of click and go, "Oh shit"?
I guess in ways they were there from the start, but the first time it really was concrete was when we went to Quebec for the first time after we were denied entry through the border. We
Mhm.
decided to go to his mom's house in Quebec, and we were playing with the kids, and I suggested this game called Monkey in the Middle, where we would throw the ball over the girl because she's like, they're kind of out of it. They don't understand much. And I was like, maybe it will help her get interested and involved if she sees us throwing it back and forth.
Mhm.
And JF became very just snarky, like very cutting. He's like, you're a little sick, don't you think,
Okay.
to be trying to
What
manipulate a
is this
child
on
using
the
peer
attention?
pressure? And I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach and I just
little
sat there and
boy.
couldn't talk. And he looks at me, he's like, are you okay? What's wrong? And, you know, at that point it was like, well, that was verbal abuse.
Ugh, I don't like him. Don't like him.
And I think he felt bad about it because, you know, and
Well,
and that's why I was like,
showed
well, he
he felt
seems to
bad.
have remorse, you know, and he didn't
Mm.
really
Mm.
say anything like that
That
to
was
me for a
verbal
long time.
Okay. And do you know about No White Guilt, the live streamer?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Can I bring something up that I did discuss with 10 out of 10 tonight? We talked
Uh-huh.
about it briefly before the show because I've been thinking about this no white guilt thing because it's the one thing that doesn't make sense at all because it does make Laura seem fucking off her rocker because she does sound
Yeah.
like it when she's saying,
She
you know,
was.
he's tried to kill me. Because I thought that the baby, the youngest one, I thought he was another year older than he was
Uh-huh.
back then. I'm realizing now she left when he was she was murdered or whatever happened to her. Was when the baby was 10 months old. I think Laura had postpartum psychosis. She gave birth to the baby alone with JF at the house. They never took the kids to the doctors. She never got follow-up care. It was just her alone. So she was having postpartum psychosis, and all of a sudden
These
starting
bitches
to
do
feel
wig
like
out,
he's
man. I
killing
swear
her.
to God.
She's acting, you know, irrational and whatever, and he's not taking her to the doctor to get her fucking help.
Yeah.
She probably did say that and really did sincerely mean that, but like I just feel so bad because how terrifying that would have been for her. Plus,
Okay. Do
it
we have
would
to
not
go
have
to the
calmed her
doctor and
down.
psychiatrist
Do you know
for
what I
every
mean?
little
And then
outburst
her
everyone has?
allegations to him, and she
I
was-
mean,
he-
psychiatrists would
you've seen
probably
someone
say
in
yes.
psychosis.
It would make a
It'd
lot of
be
money.
fucking crazy,
It's scary.
right?
Yeah.
So like she could have done anything if she was going through something like that without support or medication or a doctor. And if
Yeah,
her
and-
mother would have checked in on her or something like that, or she had friends but she didn't, something like that would have happened. Somebody would have helped her. This could have all been avoided.
Right. And the kids have never seen a doctor ever. They were born at home. He has never taken them to a medical doctor ever.
So what about their cavities? Because you said their teeth are rotting.
Yeah,
from
He
because
told
he
me he
fucking
took
doesn't
the
trust
girl to a
doctors.
dentist
Yeah,
recently because I
yeah,
kept
they're probably
at him
also
about
not
it.
vaccinated.
And he was like, you know, it's
That's
just
so
yeah.
painful.
He was like, oh, it's no big deal. They're just minor cavities. Well, they
No.
yeah.
That's what he said. The dentist said.
Yeah.
What a fucking liar! That isn't what a dentist is going to say. The dentist is going to say you got to get those things filled because they're painful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe the dentist.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Well, it can lead to a lot
Maybe
of
they have
problems
an
later. So some comments here about you, our friend 10. 10, consider what you did a service to the community, helping uncover
What?
this little
Man, they're so ready to send.
10 out of 10. You are a 10 out of 10. You
Oh,
escaped
God.
that dirtbag.
Oh my
And then a
fucking
question here. Do you know about Kino Casino?
Oh my God.
I do loosely know Andy Worski's on there, and
Baby killer.
he hates Andy Worski.
Baby killer.
Yeah, I think the feeling's mutual. Did he have a job or anything other than the obligations to the children? And
When
his wife?
I first started talking to him, he told me that he was making like $7,000, $8,000 a month doing coding, like contracting work online.
Okay.
And then
Yeah,
later he's like, oh, I got fired. And, you know, I don't know what he told me was, if it was true or not. I don't, at this point, I have to evaluate everything he's ever told me.
Okay, that makes sense. Was he, well, and there's a question, was he ever scared of the RCMP bugging his phone or tracking him?
I mean, he's paranoid in general.
So
You should tell about the Lolita thing. You should tell about the movie.
Tell us about
That's
Lolita.
so fucking
Yeah.
weird.
Oh.
He told me that like we would watch movies, and I was like, well, do you want to watch Lolita? And he's like, no, I would not have something like that downloaded on my files because of who I am.
That's a weird way. That's a weird thing to
Yeah.
think. That's a fucked up thing to say.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it is. You're not
Is it?
talking like you were talking about the movie Lolita, not like
Yeah, no.
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's a little weird. Yeah.
So This
Well,
was
I
from the
mean-
perspective of the audience. So when you guys were
Have
on
you
the
seen the
move and
movie?
you
I
were
don't know.
escaping, he was praising your handling of the situation. And he was talking about how you were being so
man.
calm
I
and
mean,
you're
the
an
only thing
incredible
that convincing
mother
me
for
of
the
is that
children because
JF
you
is
guys
kind
were
of
on the
a weird guy.
run from the police and the government. He also said
Sorry.
that the authorities were testing
That was
you.
loud.
10 out of 10. Did anything like that happen?
I don't really think so, unless he's talking about like at the border when the agent said to me, "Are you aware of his history?" You know, when I was with JF, I had to kind of act calm a lot and just compartmentalize things, and you
Yeah.
know,
No, it makes sense.
I'm gonna be in therapy.
I've
for
been
a while.
highlighting comments because they're so fucking funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've been
Oh yeah,
kind
they're
of going
great. Okay, let's go ahead and skip a little.
Please, no, they're not.
Yeah.
I wish it could.
We're getting close to the end, believe it or not. PowerChat.live/the Route Retort, Rumble Rants, Rumble Subs, Rumble Gifted Subs, $ Sunset Squad over on Cash App. Can we hit the goal? We're going for 281 goals in a row. I think I put a nominal cog review. Maybe I'll either add that to Sector U. If we hit the goal early enough, maybe I'll go over. It's not necessarily much. I just saw this one portion where he was really losing his mind for this 5-minute portion, and I assume he continues to lose his mind because, well, he's no longer making a living.
Don't spoil it, Ralph.
Well, okay, I'll wait. You're right. I should
People
say
want to
that.
see it. You
Well,
know,
I'm
they're
eager
gonna
to
have
give
to
them.
chip
Look,
in. This is a community finance joke.
I'm a generous man, you know.
You
I
guys
just
are the
I'm chomping at the bit to tell them all about it. But we'll see. You already have a Sector University segment for the Sector University that I'm going to start on Saturday nights, and that's going to be the Vickers documentary. So that's already in the bag. In the bag. What time is it? 5:45 p.m. Eastern in the United States, and it is 3:45 p.m. Mexican Standard Time in Merida, Mexico, way south of the border, capital of Yucatan State.
That would be a wicked superhero or superpower to have.
Yeah. And so there's the comment here. They took space away from a battered woman who was likely, allegedly later murdered for a dude in a dress that was probably trying to essay other women victims.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
I can't believe it. Like, sorry, if you guys want to do the woke politics, get a goddamn shelter for trans people.
Oh my God! Again with the women's shelter. Who is fucking corroborating this story? Who's got the evidence for it?
That can't be proven.
Who
But
even
if
told the
anybody
story?
share this around, I don't know. Even just clip that one part in Montreal. Find out. Maybe somebody works in a shelter, because if
all
that
right,
is
yeah, we
true,
got it.
that
Look,
is unforgivable.
And just a question. I think the answer is
Yeah,
yes,
just
but
about ready
is
to
10 out of
swing
10
from
in a safe place?
Yeah, he can't cross. First of all, he can't cross the border into the U.S. Secondly, I have a gun.
Fuck yeah, she's American. I told you.
She's
Somebody
American.
asked me. They asked me, "You're like,
Are you
she's
in a
nice,
safe
she's
place?
smart, she's soft."
Is
She's
the evil
American.
JF
She
not
says
coming
sometimes
after
she
you,
says
my
I'm
queen?
like super American.
Yeah, come at me,
Fucking
JF. Come on, come get me.
that guy had a Nick Rekieta profile pic, by the way. Like, I guess he's a
Right,
Rekieta
thank you for that
A-log.
guy.
Well,
Yeah.
good
Yeah,
for you.
And so where you are, do you have castle?
I mean, I was
doctrine?
gonna ask earlier if she was so afraid of him. Why are you doing this interview? But I guess she said it right there because he can't even get into the U.S. But still, it doesn't seem like she started doing this until communication broke apart, and that just happened recently. She just now had the kid. I don't know. This is.
Can you?
Yeah, this is
Go
kind of a
after him
weird
if you
situation.
catch
I
him?
live
Yeah,
in
and
a
look, I don't
conservative
doubt that.
area, so-
Again, JF is a hard guy to live with. I'm not even saying he didn't kill Mama JF, because I think there's a high possibility, at least, that he did do that. But I don't think this has done a lot to convince anybody who might have been in the middle, in my view, or especially anybody who's.
Now I'm siding with JF.
Yeah, and most guys who hear this who aren't already rabidly anti-JF, I think, are gonna hear some red flags and some tones and some things they didn't want to hear that ain't gonna make them more likely to agree with this point of view. So
Yeah. Good.
And there's lots of areas that have castle doctrine, so that doesn't narrow it down to anywhere.
I don't know why he
JF
can't go to the
didn't
U.S.
either.
I mean, I can, obviously, because I'm a U.S. citizen, but
I live like around a bunch of redneck men who Like when they answer the door, they have a beer in one hand, a shotgun in the other.
Perfect.
Okay.
So if JF
Perfect.
comes down here,
No, he's not going to. He's not even
Yeah.
like that's the thing. He's
he
not
can't
even
get
going
across
to
the border. Yeah.
He abandoned the daughter that he had in Quebec because
Yeah.
the mother was freaked out by him and she wanted him to have supervised
Thanks,
visits.
Respector said $5
God.
JF needs to round up these old heifers and dump them in the frozen tundra somewhere.
No!
With some camping equipment, of course.
Of course.
Trust no bitch.
Trust no bitch! Fuck!
He bothered to have supervised visits. Like he couldn't think enough of the child to do
Yeah.
that, put himself out that much. He's not going to do anything. All he's going to do is probably talk about how crazy
Well, that
we
should have
are.
been the focal point, Ferd, whether it happened or not. TLDR, Mama JF called JF a pedo, then Mama JF disappeared. Yeah, they should have hammered that home for like 30 minutes in a row. But they didn't, and
women.
Yeah.
Right? And he's probably
so here we are.
Clouded Trigger sent $5 on Rumble. These dumb bitches have convinced me that Mama JF is alive and JF is innocent.
I'm serious, man. This is the Killstream. We've been making fun of this for years now.
just going to try and.
This is such a massive turnaround. And I remember at the beginning, I was saying a lot of these similar things, but part of me was thinking, well, maybe they'll get into it and it'll make me feel a different way.
Yeah, they really got into it.
Yeah, they did. They made it a lot worse. Yeah, they made it a lot worse because 5-10 minutes in, you can make a lot of excuses, but this is 2 hours in.
Make you sound crazy, but I verified everything with you. You and I've gone over.
Tweety, I can't see it. And Tweety is a female. Saying this woman got what she wanted. She wanted a kid and money. She got both. Right. These women are horrible. It's hard to come to another conclusion.
Once she spent the entire Bitcoin money, she's probably going to go after JF and force him to pay child support. Probably.
Well, if I know JF,
all of a sudden, his name's going to be on that birth.
She hasn't changed anything. She sent me pictures. She sent me videos. I just won't show the kids or anything like that. I do have that much respect.
There is so much I'm sitting on. I have so much mercy on JF. I've sent Holly videos that like he doesn't even know exist. Like I have the receipts of everything.
See, that's not cool. There's nothing cool about this. Look, taking secret video, motherfuckers. Unless you really know your life's in danger, and then talking about how merciful you are for not releasing it.
Said like
I mean, if you're gonna put him on blast like this anyway, just show the video.
Yeah, show the video.
Prove so much.
Well, that's more honorable. That's what I'm getting at. Well, just showing the shit is more honorable. If you're gonna secretly record somebody in the first place, which is there's no honor in that. Regardless.
Well, that's good. No, and I believe you. I wouldn't have had you on. And I said that to you when you first announced it. I'm like, I'm so glad you're not like low IQ or something. Like, because what would you have done?
Yeah, said he didn't like house and didn't like life insurance, but was willing to sign his house over. Sounds reasonable. Yeah, I mean it does.
Kazi, I did not know that. Women have been getting raped in women's shelters by men calling themselves trans since they started.
Okay, look, tell it to the quartering. We're doing something else here.
Our friend JF. We do have. Did you want to go over the letter that he sent to?
Yeah, really quick. Yeah, because he's this, and I want, but just make sure you don't say the child's name. This is a letter JF emailed to 10 out of 10 here while she had preeclampsia. It was in the hospital trying to survive.
It was before that part. It was before the postpartum preeclampsia. It was after he realized I didn't put the name on the birth certificate.
And it's a breakup letter to his infant, just born, few days old son. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So yeah, I'm gonna read them up here on screen because it's got some details I'm gonna leave out.
Wait.
Yeah.
So, dear child, your mother kidnapped you at birth, and there was nothing I could do about it. I'm writing to you in the hope that she will be honest enough to show you this letter once you are of age to understand it. Your mom is a wonderful person who turned into a monster the day you were born. Before that, she was telling me that her Christian morals meant that she was honorable and willing to submit to the will of a husband. I had made 3 things very clear to your mom when we decided to marry each other. Did you get married?
No.
Okay. 1, I was already a dad to your brother and sister, and she would have to respect my absolute parental authority over them. 2, your name would be blank. 3, blank was an undesirable position, and we would would one day before the kids become adult move to Alaska. Sorry, it's really hard to read because it's ESL. Your mom was very engaged in these promises. I regularly brought these subjects back while we conceived you to make sure those were the fundamentals of our relationship. She would send me pictures of Alaska, saying we would have mooses at our windows. She put together a onesie for you as a baby, and that was marked as Garapi. She also repeatedly confirmed that I was the ultimate decision maker in your brother and sister's life. She took much money and support from me while making those promises and representations.
The plural of moose is just moose, by the way, for those who don't know. Also, that's a key point. I mean, she took plenty of money.
The day you were born, everything changed. She named you with a different last name, which
they'll take plenty of money too, by the way. And then when whatever they wanted to happen didn't happen, it's didn't get any of this or that.
Comes from
who the fuck was paying for everything?
Her psychopath father. So
fucking asshole. He's just so bad. It just gets worse every second.
Yeah, and I was very sincere about moving to Alaska. I've wanted to since I was young, because I was a big supporter of Sarah Palin back in the day, and I had a shirt that said, "If she can."
She was a big Sarah Palin supporter. Okay, well, she's a dumb bitch. I don't know what else to
Shoot a
say.
moose, she can kick some ass.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. I believe you were sincere in your relationship.
Yeah.
It's always all.
I mean, I'd have been a big
Yeah,
fan of
congratulations on
bending the governor
father,
Palin
because the
over,
father's
but
position is to protect his daughter until he's handed her over in marriage, as I stated during our live stream, which he can't accept. She did it in hiding while lying to me about it. She then admitted that she had lied and admitted that she had reneged on a past commitment unilaterally. She also started developing delusions about your brother and sister, blank and blank. They were blank and blank years old at the time. She became paranoid that they would be violent, underdeveloped, and dangerous.
I agree with that,
for you.
Kyler. Yes.
None of it was based on factual observations, just pure delusions. Finally, your mom suddenly abandoned the idea of living in Alaska when 2 weeks before your birth, she was still sharing info to me about Alaska and pictures. Suddenly, the day you were born, it was like those discussions had never happened. I tried extending, I tried extending an olive branch.
I mean, it's not really funny either which way.
Went severely against my personal values. Oh, even if it went, okay. God, I can't read his writing. I offered that I would bring your brother and sister to a competent, licensed pediatrician, but I asked
Imagine having to be your negotiating.
Like,
team.
fine,
What
I'll
the
take you to a
fuck,
doctor. And that she would stop questioning the health and safety of blank and blank. She started finding excuses for why she would not accept even the opinion of a licensed pediatrician or psychiatrist. Quote, "You're trying to set up a trap where they will reach the conclusion you want them to reach, etc." End quote. There I understood that your mom's demands weren't based in rational concerns. She would simply continue accusing your brother and sister, even in the face of an objective medical expert. She was just inventing reasons for our family to be impossible, after promising for 2 years that it was impossible. The fact that your mother planned and executed all of this bait and switch over 2 years leading up to your birth, because she suffers from a
Why are we reading
psychopathy
this to
like
the
her
internet?
father.
I don't know,
Women
man.
try to set up situations like this so they can.
This is a
escape
personal
accountability.
letter to the baby he's not ever going to see. The child he's not ever going to see. I don't like this. I don't know what to tell you. Of course, it's all. I mean, look, do whatever you want. Everything's fair game. Somebody said that one time, and that's true. You can do it if you want to, but I don't think it's appropriate because it's not a letter to her. For one, regardless, whatever.
Where they can internally justify that they are not the ones at fault because they haven't technically declared the separation. But any fair reading of the situation shows that they have violated so many of the priors on which the relationship was established, that they have effectively voided the marriage. This is why Christianity is not enough. Too easy to fake, and sooner or later the church becomes filled with psychopaths claiming in the name of Jesus, but living in the standards only for the purpose of deception, fraud, and entrapment. Another reason women do these betrayals is to test authority and to extort emotionally.
Yes, extort.
After betraying me on all of her promises, your mom started complaining that I wasn't listening to her suffering enough. But how can one continue the delivery of emotional care while being so obviously backstabbed? At some point, it is the responsibility of a man to delineate the limits of appropriate behavior, and I cannot let deception and fraud be the basis of my family life. I also cannot go into the US with an immigration sponsor who has demonstrated that she is willing to use fraud, deception, and betrayal whenever she had the first chance to do
Well,
so.
I mean,
Under her care, she would have put me on the street with 2 children on a whim, and I would have nowhere to go, and I would have had to sell my house to do the move. My house.
So, but it's actually Laura's too. Check the title.
Yep. Your mom knew all that and decided to use your birth as a negotiating token in trying to cancel her promises with me. I will always be available for being your dad, but it is very like your mom will actively attempt to make it impossible. I believe that fatherhood does not happen over the phone or in pictures, but eye to eye between families or between fathers and children who spend life together, not a weekend or a summer. Thus, I'm extending the invitation to her for a stable, fair parenting schedule where you will spend 50% of the years with me. I will not accept anything below that because I believe a father should have at least equal influence on the raising of a child.
Well,
Again,
I
most
think that
likely
too,
your
but-
mom will refuse this, and whatever reason she can for why she can't do it. Do not believe her. She is a lying.
You're such a liar, 10 out of 10.
We are thus left, it's actually therefore left, with all the likelihood
Yeah,
that
we know he's
you
a
will
frog.
have to be a young 18-year-old make the decision to come and live with me. If you decide so, please note that you are a Canadian citizen by birth, so it should be no problem for you to pass the border.
How is that? You had the baby in the US, didn't you?
Yeah, but he's
Yes.
Canadian.
Okay, yeah, so
Yeah, okay. These bitches don't understand basic
don't know
fucking
anything.
citizenship. Jesus Christ. Okay, so since I'm an American, if I have a kid down here, that's an American citizen. All I have to do is go to the embassy and say, or the
Yeah, I mean,
consulate.
if that wasn't the way it was, like, oh, you have a baby on vacation in Mexico. Well, you can't take
Jesus.
him back with you. He's Mexican
Yeah, I
now.
know. What the fuck?
Forever.
Now you do.
Makes sense.
I will say this: if that happens to you, you should go to the consulate or the embassy if you live in the capital and make that known and get that stuff started early. I mean, it can still be done later on, honestly, but like it's just it'll be easier to just.
I
Get
mean,
that
it'd
set up.
probably be a problem because JF isn't on the birth certificate, and she can.
Well,
just say,
yeah, it's a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit different now. You probably have to get some type of. I don't know. Possibly, at least, I would think they would make you get some type of DNA thing, some type of finding in court that he was the actual father, because your mother was lazy or not lazy, spiteful, and kept you from getting Canadian citizenship. Yeah,
So you're, what?
JF must have been drinking when he was writing this.
No, you're drinking right now. I don't understand how they don't get that. So
yeah,
if
don't critique the content, just critique his grammar.
If I had a
That's
kid
just-
with some
that's
chick down
just-
here, they would be a Mexican citizen and an American citizen, is what they would be.
And I don't know.
Now, if I had a
So-
kid with another American down here, I don't know. I'd have to actually look into that. They would still be an American citizen. I'm not sure. It depends on the local laws of the country. I'm not sure about birthright citizenship in Mexico. I have to look that up. And if they're a Mexican, citizen involved, then yeah. But
Last paragraph. I hope we get to recover all of the time that was stolen from us. No doubt being raised by a single mom will have caused enormous damage to your life.
yeah, I talked
But I
to somebody
think
else about that.
you have half my genes and you'll be strong enough to survive it and do the right thing for yourself. Your mom will.
This is okay. Yes, Mexico has birthright citizenship, and it extends to anyone born on its territory, regardless of the parent's nationality. So they do have birthright citizenship here in Mexico. All right.
Yeah, that's pretty much every country. In the
Yeah,
world.
but there are some
Except for
exceptions.
maybe-
Yeah, you're right though.
Except for maybe Israel.
Yeah. There's some exceptions.
will
But
try to subscribe you to college and stuff in order to keep you around her. Just ignore her and come to see me. I'll have the wisdom for you that neither college nor a single mom.
Based?
He's fucking insane.
Yeah.
He's fucking
He's
insane.
not
Hey,
insane,
and
it's
one
very
more thing I
reasonable.
forgot. You gotta tell. Okay. So she
He
was
wants to be involved in
before
his
the whole
child's
birth
life. How does
certificate
that make
stuff
him
happened, the
insane?
baby is new. She said she
Well.
had to go burp the baby because she just fed it.
Yes.
And please tell the world.
Some people think
what-
it's insane that I've stayed in. You know what's so funny? You can't win with these fucks. And this is not defending him on a possible murder, obviously, or anything like that. But you can't win when you're out in the public eye in any regard, doing some show or whatever it is you do, with these types of child situations where things become strained. Because I've had people tell me, "Oh, you should have just taken the paper abortion, quote unquote, on your son," right? And I don't get to see him too often, honestly, and it sucks. And he's a great guy, great little guy. But there are people who say that, and then they turn around and say, well, you haven't sunk 20 grand into the situation with your daughter, and which is on the entire other side of the country. And so you must not care about your daughter. And why haven't you done that? It's really just A-log faggotry, and they just want to see you ruin yourself. Now, sometimes you might.
I mean, that's such a retarded way to think about it. Oh, you sunk $20,000 into your children? What are you, an idiot?
Yeah, it's just.
Who thinks like that?
I don't know. There is no some of these situations. There is no right answer. Sometimes, you know what I mean. These people online
No,
don't give a
the
fuck.
right
either which
answer
way.
is to be involved.
Yes, as you can. Well,
That is the correct.
that's right. Be as involved as you can. I mean, don't sink. You can't. I don't know. Sometimes it's a little bit more difficult of a situation, like of a call, right? And you have two kids on different sides of the country. It's going to be a uphill battle to even get something that you want in the other situation. I don't know. You're going to have another mother kind of hostile towards you. Yeah, there's a lot of different considerations in something like that. And, you don't always get what you want. And unfortunately, sometimes in the father situation, you do just have to let go.
I mean, look at what JF has to deal with. Like, this is fucked up. She just fucking took his child and took off.
Well, I haven't seen my daughter in 2 years, and I haven't totally given up on that completely. But yeah, it's in my mind that might be how it is till she's grown. That could definitely be the situation, and that sucks. But you just have to accept it. Like if you dwell on it and let it ruin you, like why would you? You have to get on with life, regardless, or go kill yourself, one or the other. And that's not good for your. that's not what. Would be the right call for your child either. So I don't know. It's just something you have to deal with sometimes, and people
But
got.
it's better to try and fail than to not try.
Yeah, I agree with that. 100%. Sure.
What advice JF gave you for your baby, your infant days old baby?
He said, well, if you feed it less, you won't have to burp it.
It's true.
And
I
he was
think.
serious. And then you said, I'm not going to do that. And what did he say? What did he say that?
He said that,
they're just A-logging. Yeah, that's right. They're A-logging.
He said that,
and thank you, Werebear.
It's good for kids to learn to go without food for periods of time because it's for
fucking
survival.
infant.
I don't think he said it at that time, but it was previous to that, and it freaked
Your
me
baby's
out.
still a month old, right? A month old.
Yeah.
At 0 point
All right, that's
in
a
that
little-
1 month time span. Was that ever an appropriate thing to say to you? Ever?
No.
Like,
no.
we're not going to teach our baby survival skills, okay? We're just not doing
Yeah,
that.
and like when JF would say this stuff, I felt sorry for him. Like when I read that letter, I felt sorry for him. I was like, I still hope he gets help and takes responsibility, and if he, turns himself in, that would give me a little respect for him.
Maybe he didn't commit the crime. You don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, he won't. He'll never admit it.
No,
He's never
of
going
course
to admit
not.
it. He's lied too much and it's too deep. And I mean, whatever, JF, I get it. But the fact is, Jeff, you're not fooling anyone. We all know
You
you're
knew
lying.
about all
You're
this.
Well,
not
You
JF
still have
said
a
about
child with
the
him.
welfare he draws on the kids that the
This kid
Canadian
just go on
government.
They have Mama
Oh,
JF
this
in the
is
background of this fucking thing. This is not.
paying him to make babies.
This is almost over, by the way. Finally.
But this is the same guy who hates immigration.
Yes,
and all that,
HBEP,
right?
you're right.
Like,
Yeah, and I
he
was
doesn't make
like,
any sense.
it like as a conservative, I'm like, I don't think that's the kind of family value I can get behind.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Just insemination and welfare collection.
Yeah, no. Okay.
It's sad.
It is sad, but he's all. I have no pity for him. Because
Oh, they tried to
actually
get
just don't
Borsky
have
on?
any. I
Yeah.
just have pity for
Let's
Laura, but I wasn't
platform
attached
the
to JF at all
guy
and
talking to
understand who you were,
underage
but-
girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
On
JF,
Snap?
get the fuck off your ass.
That's
And
a
what is your
way
mother
better
doing?
idea
You know, I
than-
know she's watching too. Get a grip, lady. Get your
That would be a
son
better
to
idea
be
than
accountable
Brandy.
for the first time in his life. Has JF's mom reached out to you to find out about her grandson?
Hell no.
His mother.
Yeah.
We were in touch during my pregnancy and immediately after birth, I planned on sending her pictures, keeping her updated, but after JF went crazy about the birth certificate, I had to just I didn't send her pictures anymore, and I think she probably she's been through this twice before, so I
Yeah.
haven't talked to her since.
Okay. Well, that's shocking because if you were my son's
Mhm.
baby's mother, I'm not dropping it. I'm not
But his
dropping
mom
it.
was.
I want to see it. I want to see the baby. I don't care if my son's an idiot. I'll figure that out. But
I will say, she was very
You didn't
nice
send
to
her any
me
more
when we were in
pictures.
Quebec,
What
and
the fuck?
Yeah,
helped
this
That's
is.
good.
I don't want to put her down.
But
It's
she
such a
should. I
fucking
feel like
hit
she should be
job,
following up
bro.
and making him be accountable. She knows there's something going on with him.
So Von B says, I still have a
Went
crush
crazy
on Sarah
about me not
Palin, the
acknowledging
same
his
one
child
from a
as
few
his.
years ago. Cougar crush.
Yeah, what a scumbag.
Yeah, I like this one here. How does a guy with a PhD in a published book end up on welfare?
Well, bad decisions.
Just being lazy. The thing is, he's not.
Yeah.
He could choose not to be a sexual predator,
Yeah.
and he couldn't do that.
Yeah,
That's
but
why
what do these women do for a living?
And while I was with him, in love with him, he would do and say things, and I would be like, he is a predator, like the girl from Texas, the autistic girl,
No.
that he lured to
But
North
you had
Carolina.
to have known about that, right?
He told me, he was smiling and laughing about how he got her to come. He's like, oh yeah, on her way out there, she was calling me and I don't know if I can make this drive and all this way, and he's like, I got her to come because I said to her, I'm not going to be your boyfriend anymore if you don't.
Right.
Oh.
And I was like, that's predatory. In my
That
head,
is-
I was like, that is
Oh, no,
predatory.
everything he does is predatory.
Hey, we don't
Oily
meet
Phil
in real
Massey,
life.
they're in a
No, I
relationship.
don't
No,
want to be your
Oily Phil,
boyfriend.
she literally
Well, he wanted her to prove her seriousness, right? Yeah.
just gave birth and broke up with JF within the last month. So,
And
or like a
number
month.
two,
You have to be
none of your
internet
business.
boyfriend and girlfriend for
Unless-
that. How
no.
you're a predator.
This is where I get confused. So when I heard that he was on welfare, part of me is wondering if it's only child tax and the benefits that you get from the feds. Because if he's on provincial welfare, he could still own the house. Actually, I do have good information. It's not worth very much, so he could still own the house. Like it's not. It wouldn't be considered worth too much. But do you know if it's federal or if it's provincial? Do you know if it's both?
I don't know. I want to say that it's maybe federal because it never changed when he was changing provinces.
Oh,
Okay, so it must be child tax that he's
yeah,
talking
the child tax credit and
Yeah.
the GST.
He would gotten Alberta. And the thing is, this is what doesn't make sense to me.
It's almost over. Fuck.
JF, go get your kids assessed because in Canada we give a ton of money if you have disabled kids. You do. Period. End of story. They just do. They have the disability tax credit. They have a whole bunch of stuff. So like it would make sense. I don't understand his aversion to taking them to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wouldn't you want your kids to be the best
Yeah,
they can
and
be?
dental care is covered too. If
Get
you're
the
on
vax,
any
boy.
sort of
No, I'm just-
assistance.
Yeah, that's what I was telling her. I was like, there's no excuse for not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, in our socialist system, which JF hates so much, in
Yeah,
modern
but she
society,
said,
you
"Oh,
could get a
JF is
chip
not
taken.
conservative enough for me."
Ah, Measure Schmidt,
She
smart.
wants the
He
kids
pointed
to
that
all
out.
be waxed.
Yeah.
That is
Oh
why
yeah, that's right. Because
why she
he
wrote
put
it.
He
under Laura's
he
name.
could go on. He could go on provincial. He
None
could
of
go on
this makes
provincial
any
welfare for
sense.
sure.
This is so stupid.
Especially with her being a title holder.
Bitch,
Wow.
hold the title. All right, I just ordered enchilada
and
materials, by
Austin-
the way.
Then here's a bunch of nice comments. Thank you, Rocky. I really appreciate all that you've done.
Thank you. It wasn't me alone. but
Rocky.
Thank you.
You too, older lady or other lady, you're very cute. Lol, I am drunk. Forgive me. I forgive you. And 10 out of 10 is a 10 out of 10.
Ugh.
Well, JF did have some Bitcoin. Like,
Yeah.
he's not got like $0 in the bank.
No.
No, she wasn't
he
actually
had
married to
some.
him. Oh, JF was married to Mama
Oh,
JF,
and
yeah.
We've got, I called the RCMP in Brantford.
JF had
Told
enough
me to do that. I
Bitcoin
didn't
for
mean
you
to
to
do that.
steal them.
I
Dude.
didn't need to.
Nobody cares. So I think the more noise we have to make, the better. Any of our watchers who are in Alberta, because he's in Alberta, the more pressure we put on the Alberta RCMP, maybe we'll be able to.
I mean, the police have been
And you guys,
investigating him
like, you can,
hardcore
you
and
know, like,
hounding him, I
listen,
think.
The RCMP are federally funded.
That's the
Email
try
your
with
MPs. I
Rob
don't know.
Justin.
I don't know what else to do at this point.
Well, let
Just
the police
keep
handle it.
screaming about it.
Probably. This whole
Because
mommy
if
sleuth
Dolores-
phenomenon is getting on my
No, but
nerves.
Dolores' family's not going to be her voice. So come on, we can do that. We can do that.
Bro, imagine being JF
Well,
and having
like,
to deal with the shit.
the-
Like in real life, like for real, bro.
Well, that's one of the things they actually take seriously. I would think that they've, overturned a lot of stones, unturned a lot of stones, whatever the fuck, flipped over a lot of rocks to try to figure some shit out already.
If she was an ostrich, can you imagine the support we could get?
He probably
she
had
was
the
an
police in his
ostrich
house a
man,
bunch
we
of
could have
times. Like
people
if his
singing
children were
Glory,
actually
Glory,
abused
I did not mean to
or
do that again.
retarded,
I'm stop touching.
we probably would have
While
found out.
an old lady in the background is getting assaulted and gasoline poured on her, it would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Squire,
Sorry,
what
that
did
was
he
from our
say?
previous stream.
Let's make some noise, fellow
But it's
mommy
true.
sleuths. Yeah, it really has that
we
vibe.
we do have a lot of, we do have some power. I feel like there's enough people watching. Do something. Let's just do it.
Oh yeah, he's still married to
I mean,
her
we're
unless they
working
certify her
together
dead.
now,
I think.
so,
Yeah.
Protect your son at all costs from him. I'd even change the baby's name.
I guess maybe you could try to
I
get
don't
it
think that's
declared early if you
necessary.
want to get remarried.
Really.
JF's gonna be.
He can't even go across the border, and his name's not even on. Like, he could do a paternity test, but what is that going to do? That's going to make it so he has to pay child support.
See, this
Yeah,
is
and,
evil.
You
I don't
know,
know.
sadly, I thought that he cared a lot about me and all, but like the minute I didn't give him what he wanted, like
Probably
he
did.
just discarded me and moved on.
Yeah, and
You know,
showed
and
you
he
it
doesn't.
showed you proof of it.
He's not
cruel.
thinking about our
told his
son, just like
child.
he's not thinking
What's
about
he
the other
supposed to
kids he's
do?
left behind.
Well, the thing is, and I know that's sounds rough, maybe in some people's minds, but if you know, it's like, what is he supposed to do if she's gonna keep the kid from him? And maybe she see you
went
can
to
hear
a
in her
whole
voice
different
though.
country. She said she has a gun in her home
Yes.
if JF comes after her.
Believe me, I know how it is
What
with
the-
it being in another country. So now, thankfully, I'm a citizen of that country, but still, like, I'm not sure what he was supposed to do. You can hear in her voice though. Maybe she wanted him to do what
Fight
she
for
wanted.
her, go
Right?
down to America, fight the
Yeah. Hold on. Wait a minute.
the
Like,
guy.
hold on. I really love you, and this and that, and yeah, she's jilted. That's right, Squire. Yeah, she's jilted. In my view, that's why it's hard to, this is not as bombshell as it should have been because it's from a jilted lover, just 1 month out from their jiltedness, and so, yeah.
Or the ones he's got.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow. And there's a lot of talk about how JF used to take psych meds. He was in counseling before. He's been psychoanalyzed.
I
We've
didn't
read,
know about the psych meds. I didn't know about
we,
the meds.
we've read the files. Electric shock treatments can do wonders. So a little helpful advice from KJV there. And the Bitcoin millionaire needs welfare because
Okay,
he's
we
not
got
a
it.
Bitcoin millionaire.
No, it's
anymore.
because 10 out of 10 stole it all. Jeez.
10 out of 10. So she did a full day in a spa.
No, I haven't
at
seen
the
that at all.
Fairmont.
No, I think it's the whole thing. It doesn't even matter. Like, honestly, if he didn't send you $500,000, it doesn't fucking matter at all. It's not even worth him talking about because your child is going to cost a lot more than that.
Fuck sending
by the time you're
$500,000.
done raising him.
This is crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's her
Crypto
fault. That's her
tanked.
problem
Yeah,
now,
it did
not his.
recently, didn't it? You're right. So I don't know. I don't know what
If
else.
a chick takes your kid away, don't give them shit. And I'll say that just as plain as I fucking can. Don't give them one single penny. Because you won't get credit for it, first thing, in court, if it ever comes, to be an issue. And second off, they don't fucking deserve it. That's just as plain as I can say it. They should have to figure it out on their own because they decided to cut you out of their life and they don't deserve a goddamn fucking red cent. Period. End of
Yeah,
discussion.
but she's not gonna get.
To say, I think
Say it again.
His name is not even on the birth certificate.
Well, yeah, she can't get any money from him.
That's the dumb part. What does she think she's gonna
Well,
live
that's
off
what
the
I'm
bit of
saying,
Bitcoin that she stole off JF like forever?
Well, look, she wanted to go that route. Okay, if it's legal, yeah, it's legal. What can I say? But then don't expect any fucking money that you didn't steal already. Like, why the fuck? I wouldn't send your ass any fucking money either. Fuck that. Squire
like
said it
the
should have been Godwinson and Kraut doing this interrogation. That would have been better. Yes, I don't
gone on. Like I
The
feel like
interviewers aren't helping her though. I think if she would have had a more talented hand or more experienced hand, you could have molded this
It
a
should
little
have
bit.
been anyone else.
Yeah.
Honestly. It could have been Josh Boone.
Honestly, yeah. Like you need to mold it and make her sympathetic. She's not sympathetic at all to me listening to this. She does not come across as the damsel in distress or the poor woman who needs help. She comes across, and I'm not saying she is this. I'm
As
just
a
saying how she
thief
comes
who
across as
steals kids
yes,
and money.
as a
That's
jilted
what she
bitch
comes
who
across
takes money and takes kids, and that's how it comes across.
pretty much covered it all.
We're at the 2 hours now. So normally we only go about 2 hours because we don't want to take up too much of our viewers' times, but we would love to have you back.
Well, I would love to come back.
Hold
I
on
had
a second. Hold
fun.
on. Hold a sec.
Again?
She took that money. She really, really did. She did take some money. She's never denied it. He sent her money. She
Okay.
bought baby stuff. Good for her. Can
Yeah,
take
and he
money.
asked for it back. I mean,
Yeah, you don't. That's the
yeah.
thing, JF. You don't use that. You can't like woo somebody with something. And trying to like, you know what I mean? Romanticize them. It's like taking
Well-
flowers back later. You fucking weirdo. You can't do it.
Tacky. It's very tacky and poor
Well,
taste.
I do like the
Shit,
word
weird.
tacky.
Almost as
I
if-
already knew she was from the South, but by saying the word tacky, that confirmed it further.
like
We
that. She
have this advice here.
Okay. Sorry.
She's not a gold digger if she just wants you to pay for dinner. Gold diggers go after G-Wagons and Birkins, not a plate of pasta and a glass of wine. And I know this because I'm a gold digger.
Okay, I don't care. Get this skank off the screen.
What is even happening?
I don't know.
Yes, I feel like she did make that for him when she said you look like Justin Bieber, but you're bald, babe. Yeah, exactly. So fuck you. No, I love everybody in the chat. Thank you for everybody for watching. Do share it, clip the shit out of it if you want. I don't know. JF.
Yeah, it's bad enough to take somebody's kids, but then to ask them for money still, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and I
let's
just
talk
want
about-
to
I'd rather die than pay somebody money and for a kid I don't get to see. I would literally willingly die for that. And rather than pay it, put me in jail. Nigga, I ain't paying shit. Fuck that.
thank you, Rocky, for talking to
And I'm
me.
very adamant about that. If you think you got the right to take somebody's kid, and sometimes you do legally, there's all kinds of little loopholes and wrinkles and stuff, but then you ain't getting no money.
So caring. You helped me so much, and you're a really amazing.
Child
person.
support is bad enough in and of itself. I could go on and on about that too, but
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. No problem. I love talking to you. Seriously. It was great.
I
It was
love
great.
talking
I mean, in theory, it's a good principle, yeah, but in practice, it's not really fair. But
We're now good friends, so it's
Yes.
good. And your mom, we're not good friends yet, but your mom and I are going to be good friends. Okay?
Yeah.
I can feel it. I can feel it.
Well, I love Alberta, so I'd love to come up there and see you
Okay, well,
guys.
wait. We're gonna wait till somebody's in jail, but
Yeah.
you're welcome to.
So she's not scared of
Or
JF
maybe
at
we
all.
could team up, like in
Oh,
the
so she's
all
going
of
up to
us will be
Canada.
spoiled
Yeah,
for
see, that's
Goodbye,
another
Earl.
that's another misfire. Oh, I'm going up to Canada. Let's have a gals' night out. Okay, well, what if JF, Jack the Ripper's you bitches out on the town? Oh, he probably won't do that. Yeah. No, wait a minute.
That's an invitation on the line. Okay, yes.
Yeah, just kidding, just kidding. But
Allegedly.
JF
What a
does
finale.
remind me of Earl from
Oh, he
Goodbye,
does
Earl.
physically. Yes, he does.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Kinda.
All right, you guys. Thank you again. 10 out of 10. Thank you, Holly, again. I know you rushed off work to get bossed around by me. I
Oh
love
my
it.
God, I had to be here for this. This
Yeah, it
was
was exciting.
amazing.
It was a very exciting show.
Yeah, it was,
this was
so
so
nice to
exciting, yeah.
finally get to talk to you.
It should have
10 out of
been,
10
but
because
nice to meet
It
you.
should,
it should have been.
you and I
It
haven't
should have been the fucking show of the year, but it was not.
able to jump on any of the
Instead, I felt like we skipped about maybe 15 minutes total, 20 max out of 2 hours and 20 minutes. So we went through pretty much the whole fucking thing. And once I got into it, I kind of felt like I needed to. And I know people are going to be talking about this for a while. So get on the record. I guarantee you, most of these other motherfuckers are going to watch this and say it's completely bombshell. And oh my God, JF's getting rocked. That's not, I guarantee you. And they're going to seal clap and yell to the mountains about, yeah.
JF going to jail forever.
Yeah, and we saw Josh is already on it too. I thought this was a complete fucking dud for the most part.
Respect that, Josh.
Yeah, for the most part. If somebody could go through and I thought there were about maybe 3-4 max, like things that really raised my eyebrows a little bit. If somebody was to go through and make a super cut of this and cut down all the bullshit, that would be way more powerful than whatever the fuck they call this entire broadcast. Because I call it trash. Here, let's listen to the last minute.
I work.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
and
God.
everybody say a little prayer for Laura. She doesn't deserve what happened to her. and try to be
Okay,
your voice
well,
if you can. And we will see
I do
you
that
guys
already.
next Tuesday. Holly, I'm going to let you do the rest.
Are we going to close out with a little Johnny?
Yeah, let's do it. Like this is I need a break.
We need a Johnny break. Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Do we want tight shorts or linen pants?
Tight shorts. It's the original.
Oh, baby, when you talk.
Okay, no, we're good on that. Whatever gay shit they're playing there. Final thoughts, House, on the JF expose.
This was JF didn't kill Mama JF. I'm totally convinced now. JF is a good guy. He just misfires on all these women. He's actually unlucky. Gets his children stolen, and honestly, I think JF is probably
He's a what?
a very good guy.
Well, this damn sure didn't do anything to convince me he's not really. I mean, he's weird. I already knew that. So she's taller than him. Yeah. Of course, she said she had heels on here. So, we can't see her. She looks. She might be a fun romp. She's looking for a new daddy now. So I guess she's on the market. But be careful. Be careful. They blew it, House. I don't know. I don't know what else I can say. I've been saying it for hours now, and it didn't get any better at the end. Yeah, there were a few reveals, but when I was doing my hands almost merchant style when I saw this in my DM box last night from J-Dank's perspective, because I was like, yes, first off, this is going to be a good portion of the show. We got that done and dusted, and this is probably going to be blockbuster. We've been talking about this for years. Oh boy. And I didn't see it till this morning, so I was like, oh yes. It kind of shortened my prep time for the show too, because I knew I was going to be going over this, and to me it fell flat, and it could have been so much better, but it wasn't.
This was just annoying.
Yeah, it was annoying.
It was just annoying to listen. Honestly.
And part 2, I don't think so, ladies. I don't know. If you didn't say it in part 1, then I don't
Mama
think it's worth the shit.
JF sent $10. Mama JF runs free. Runs free. Mama JF runs free. Ethan, you have to get him locked up to protect these vulnerable uterus. Oops, I mean the women.
JF trained her to talk like that, you see? Yes, you're right. Women.
Thank you for watching this clip by Colonel J. This is the King of Pole here. Remember to like and subscribe. Juice!